ਅਸਲੇ ਨਾਲ ਲੈਸ ਤੂੰ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਰਹਿੰਦੀ ਥੱਲੇ ਕਾਲੀ ਵੈਗਨ ਸਵਾਰੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਸਰਦਾਰੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਸਰਦਾਰੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਮਿੱਤਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਕਤਾਰ ਅੱਡੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਹੁਣੇ ਨੀਂਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਪਛਤਾਉਂਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਯਾਰੀ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾ ਫਿਰੇ ਰੋਂਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਟਰੈਕ ਤੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਟੋਲੀਆਂ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਸੰਦ ਬੈਕ ਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੁੱਕਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੂੰਹ ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਸਪਿੱਟ ਕਰਾਂ ਬੈਕ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਮਹਿਕ ਤੇ ਮਹਿਕਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੱਜਦਾ ਏ ਫੂਕਦੀ ਆ ਬੈਕ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਪਤਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਯਾਰੀ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਫਿਰੇ ਨੀਂਦ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਚੇ ਚ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਟ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੇਰੀ ਰੱਖੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੋਡੇ ਤੇ ਬੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਕਣੇ ਲੱਗੇ ਨਾ ਪੱਟੂ ਲਾਉਂਦਾ ਬੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਕਰਾਉਂਦਾ ਰੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਚੇ ਚ ਨਾਮ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਟ੍ਰੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੇਰੀ ਰੱਖੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਗੋਡੇ ਤੇ ਬੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਕਣੇ ਲੱਗੇ ਨਾ ਪੱਟੂ ਲਾਉਂਦਾ ਬੈਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਹਿਲੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਕਰਾਉਂਦਾ ਐਂਡ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੂਰਾ ਦੀ ਜੋੜੀ ਇੱਕ ਰੱਖੀ ਬੈਗ ਤੇ ਕੰਬਦੇ ਨੇ ਦਿਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਬੇਸੀ ਛਾਤੇ ਕੰਨ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਸੁਣ ਤੇਰੀ ਮਗਰੈਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਫਾਰਮ ਟਰੈਕ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਬੱਚਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਮਾਨ ਜੱਟ ਤੇ ਹਾਰ ਆਖਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਵਾਂ ਜਿੱਤ ਗਏ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਨਾ ਜੱਟ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਕੀਨ ਮੁੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਅੰਪ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਡੌਲੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੌਲੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸਹਿਬ ਗੋਰੀਏ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਲੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਪੁੱਛ ਅਲਬੰਦ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਲੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਪੁੱਛ ਅਲਬੰਦ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਭਰੇ ਫਿਰਾਂ ਫੀਮ ਜਮਾ ਕਾਲੀ ਲੈਕੇ घुमा सरे आम शहर में दुनाली लेके चक्या पूरा जिम्मा वैरियां की फ्यूनरल का खुद पहुंचा करा कफनों पर गाली लेके और पट्टी वाले छत्ती लागे केस छोरी पेश होए नहीं मामे करे चेस छोरी सीखा जेल में ते जादू यो पंगाल वाला बंदा मार दे वहां बदल के बेस छोरी शहर दी हवा भी होई साडे वाल दी अज साडे वाल दी पता नहीं कल भी ओ बदले जे कल भी तां कोई गल नहीं ਚੱਕਰ ਜਵਾਨੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਐ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੱਥ ਪਿਆ ਉਦੜੇ ਰਕਾਨੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਰਫ ਨੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਥੋੜੇ ਟਫ ਨੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਫ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਨਈਆਂ ਪਾਮਰੀਡੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਬਲਾਫ ਨੇ ਨੇਚਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੋਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚੋਰੀਆਂ ਚ ਸੱਪ ਨੇ ਐਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਗੈਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖੀ ਨੀ ਹੁਣੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖੀ ਨੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਘਰਾਲੇ ਤੋਂ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਐਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖੇ ਚਲੀ ਤੇ ਮੱਠੀ ਰੱਖ ਦੇ ਸਪੀਡ ਗਾਣੇ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ ਚ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਰਿਪੀਟ ਕੋਈ ਕੰਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਬਾਡੀ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਆ ਹੀਟ ਸਿਰ ਹਿਲਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਪੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਝੜ ਗਈ ਐ ਨੀਟ ਨਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਤ ਬੈਠਾਂਗੇ ਤੂੰ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਕਰਾਰ ਕਰੇਂਗੀ ਦਿਲ ਲੈ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਕਰੇ ਨਾ ਕਰੇ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਨੇ ਵਾਰ ਕਰੇਂਗੀ ਉਹ ਕਹੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੈ ਕਾਰ ਮੁੱਢ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮੰਨੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਏ ਉਹ ਮੋਜਨਾ ਨਾ ਜੱਟ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਕੀਨ ਮੁੱਢ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਰੀ ਅੜੀਆਂ ਕਰੇਂਗੀ ਨੀ ਮਲਾਏ ਨੂੰ ਖਿੱਚ ਕੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਏਜ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਰੇਂਜ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਣੀ ਉੱਠਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਚੇਜ਼ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਚਹਿਰੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੇਸ ਚੱਲ ਐਚਯੂ ਮੈਂ ਫੈਰਿੰਗ ਵਾਲਾ ਇੱਕ L1 ਕੀ ਦਾਰੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਕੱਲੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ
hello guys सब लोग चल गाइस देखो डबल टैप करो स्क्रीन को डबल टैप बियन गाइस on pusher hi welcome to the stream
okay
come here
पूरी में भरने वाले का नाम है ये बात और है कि वो नाम लिखने की जिम्मेदारी
कितना मिनट और 4 minutes
ਵੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਰਿਚੜ ਮਿਲੀ ਤੇ ਵਰਗੀ
एक सेकंड 1 मिनट डबल टैप गाइस टैप Let me share in Insta. चलो शेयर ये साथ आज तो क्रेजी ग्रुप्स है ग्रुप्स बोल तो गाइस सब लोग बैक शेयर कर दिया स्टोरी पे जाते हैं हेलो
हेलो सेंटी भाई
तो भाई
वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम।
वेलकम हुआ डिस्कॉर्ड
ऐसे
पे
ही
हूँ
गलती से
जल्दी से वेलकम हो गया क्या भाई वो मैं मन से नहीं चाहते हो कि मैं आऊँ है ना हाँ तो रे
क्या हुआ?
मतलब गलती से आ गया ना मैं
नहीं नहीं, तुमको तो
तब
बुलाया गया है भाई। गेम की स्क्रीन बड़ी कर, गेम की स्क्रीन इतनी ही रहेगी।
थोड़ा रुको आने तो वो लाइव स्टार चालू होता ही हो जाएगा
वो जो अभी टाइमर दिख रहा है, ये टाइमर शुरू होते ही, मतलब
22
खत्म होते ही
सेकंड्स है
अपने फुल स्क्रीन। अरे मेरे में 6 सेकंड है।
अच्छा
4 3 2 1 हो गया।
नहीं 13 सेकंड्स दिखा रहा 12 सेकंड्स 11 सेकंड्स 10 9 8
मेरे में
7 6 5
हो
4
गया, मेरे वाले में फुल
3
स्क्रीन हो गया
2
चालू।
1 अब हुआ चालू ऐसा कहीं को चलो चलो मैं सेट कर रहा हूँ एक सेकंड फिर से लगाया फिर से एक सेकंड दियो गाइस 1 सेकंड तो रे चलो कुछ आया देखो पढ़ो रेमन पढ़ो क्या है
1 मिनट सेंटी भाई।
couple million.
Trying to buy an
Anyways,
esports
here's
team.
a copyright-free version of Wonderfall.
इतना कितना पैसा लगता है ये लड़की को पता है कुछ भी बक रही है इधर आके हैं
Esports team, baby. And after that, I'm gonna buy a laundromat. Is that, but does it actually work? Let's say that the results are mixed. For example, in 2024, Twisted Minds qualified 12 teams for EWC, but 7 of them didn't even register a single point. And not one of those teams found a tournament win, which, if my math is correct, that leads us to... and the same number of wins my grandma had that year. Now, in 2025, Virtus Pro registered 18 teams, and because I'm such a huge supporter of esports, I pledged that for every win they got, I would rescue a cat from an animal shelter. No meow meows were saved that year. I would have been better off pledging to Verstappen sim racing. I mean, look at these guys. Specialized sniper clubs. One shot, one kill. That's gotta be better, right? Well, sort of. In 2025, Twisted Minds doubled down on EWC, bringing...
Hilda Clips, thank you so much for your pani puri. तो चाहिए रेवन पानी पूरी
However, they were able to move up the standings to 4th place.
पानी पूरी क्या हुआ है कैसे मतलब कैसे क्या हुआ है
स्टिकर्स आया ना स्टिकर्स
The pressure of winning is at an
अच्छा
all-time high, but the threat of losing even higher. So who's going to be taking home the World Cup this year? Do any of us even still have jobs after
तुमने लॉन्च
this?
किया
Have the KC fans already found
बस चेक करो तुमको भेजने के लिए आ रहा क्या देखो
Find out the answer to all these questions and more at the Esports World Cup.
Always great to see Obli.
Thank you so much your samosa creative clips
Championship and how things go here in Paris for 2026. Welcome back to the
covered.
EWC Arena as we get you ready for these semi-final matchups. Digon alongside Kukuka and Athena once again. We're going to start with our second series first. It's the BBL versus NRG matchup. And this one, I kind of wanted to get your thoughts here, Kukuka, on what jumps out at you just from a broad storyline, given the fact that both these squads have such rich stories.
I think that the form in the day is going to be the most important thing. We've seen the individuals turning up, and that is what I expect to be. Yep. I expect DMEA to come on top.
All right.
Okay. We had so many teams, it went wrong so quickly. For Americas, it went so well, Athena. I don't need to hear it. But seriously, I am so happy of the BBL that we are seeing because it was the easy narrative for this team was to have a very good start of the year and then lose that as the year progresses. Because it's seriously what
कल का मैच देखा तुमने रेवन
team staying at the top is not something almost anyone can do unless you're
रेवन
like
किधर
the
गया
papers. And not even that, you will not see
अच्छा
them
अरे
staying
मैं
at the
पुश
top.
टू टॉक में
So
रखा है
for them
मैंने
to have this reaction, this performance that we're seeing, this is what they promised us at the beginning of the year. We have it on stage, we have it on interviews, we have it
हटा दिया लो हटा दिया हटा
I
दिया
think for me this BBL team
कर
is
दो
really
रेडी कर दो तो
कल तो
एनर्जी
मैडी भाई को बनते जा रहे हो तुम
एनर्जी का देखे
ब्लैक हॉर्न के शेरिफ आगे ब्लैक हॉर्न
The performance that they put on the last
Black
time that
bhai.
they played was actually phenomenal.
Dropping
one of the favorites that were playing in the tournament. BBL, every single player performing. The firepower is insane. And of course, clips like this reminds me of the confidence that they have, and I really love to see it from BBL. It genuinely excited me to watch them playing.
I think that this team is what G2 wanted to be, but on steroids kind of thing, you know? Like, they earned their spot. They earned their spot. Let's put it like that. They have a very good performance. Everybody's like, oh, they're grinded their way up. But like, BBL is doing it at a much faster pace.
Yeah, pretty funny given the fact that G2 had the oldest roster in the tournament and BBL the youngest roster in the tournament trying to get the same type of result. The second oldest roster in the tournament are their opponents.
ये सेपरेट है कोई भी आ जाता फिर से
All right, well, let's send it over to the oldest but also the most established
Hi, Great Eclipse.
and his boys
कौन है?
Jam, bringing him on the cusp of yet another grand finals.
Yeah, I think for NRG, they've been really struggling this year. They haven't really been able to perform at Globals. They've been just underwhelming.
तुम भी ड्रैग कर सकते हो लगता है,
back in
चेक करना।
2025. And now they're trying to figure themselves out as a
नहीं।
roster. That being
नहीं आ
said, so
रहा।
far in
ड्रैग नहीं हो
EWC,
रहा?
they've put up the numbers.
नहीं,
We've
नहीं,
seen players
ड्रैगो
like
वो आ
Mana
रहा है कि नहीं आ
consistently
रहा भाई?
popping off when he
पहले
is
देखा नहीं,
back
फिर
on
बोला
the
आ रहा हूँ।
duel list. And players like Kiko performing now that he's in his home region, putting up those numbers, hyping up the crowd. And I think for me, seeing his confidence blossom really well.
कल तो मैं सोचा था वाइटलिटी जीतेगी।
There's two
अरे
things
साला
about this team. I
लेटेंट की
feel
वॉच
like
पार्टी,
going into
लेटेंट की
this,
वॉच
it
पार्टी।
was the second match of the first day of
Huh?
finals, if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I think that the person that had the most
तो
trust in
चलो
them
मेरे
was
बाजू है
LeBron.
तो नहीं आता, ठीक
There
है
were
भाई।
so many of these plays
लेटेंट
that
की वॉच
could have
पार्टी?
perfectly gone their way, and they're
वही तो
get
लेटेंट
lost
की
in the
वॉच
moment.
पार्टी क्या
At the
भाई?
same time, we see an Ethan. He was even saying
लेटेंट
on
वॉच
X, on
पार्टी वाला
Twitter,
था।
however you want to call it these days, that they're in a position where Neon is still so OP that if you
Yeah.
don't play it, it's like you're missing out on
Yep.
everything that the agent is bringing you. So they're also offering context in everything that they're having to go through to be able to stand on that stage and actually put up a fight against the other teams.
भाई ये
The
ओजी
thing that jumps
ड्रैगो
out
को
at me
जानते हो? हाँ
about
भाई
these two
जानता हूँ ना।
rosters,
क्या
it's
हुआ?
LaRock and Mata, both of them
मारना है क्या?
very clearly marking themselves as the villain here.
Hi Mohammed, hi bro,
Going
thank you so much
to
for
the crowd
sparkle.
and saying, make all the noise that you want. We're going to be here as your teams are out.
Yeah, I think
Joke,
BBL
joke,
LeRock
joke.
especially he's given them some respect before yesterday, making sure that he mentioned that NRG is going to knock out
Revan,
Team Heritage
तुमको ही देख
or
रही।
whoever it
भाई।
was that was playing against them.
मुझे
But
देख रही?
the best part for me is I know he
बढ़िया
will
बात है ना
not be
भाई।
giving them respect in the game today. I know he's gonna run them over and make sure he's keeping that confidence firing the whole time.
They need that. And
Yeah.
not only that, you're also mentioning Mata. And coming into this tournament, and I'm going to say it, coming
क्या
into
हुआ?
every tournament, I feel like we're expecting something great from him
Yeah.
internationally and when it's
हुआ?
against these type of teams. Especially when we speak about BBL and being an electric team. They're going to be on your face, extra aggressive. You want
भाई
someone
ये
to match
इसको
up
क्या
to
हो
that.
रहा है?
And I feel like Mata
क्या हुआ?
was slowly but surely getting accommodated
बंद होता
onto the
हो रहा है,
stage. But it
बीच
was
में black
not
screen
until
हो
that
रही है।
final map where
हाँ
he
मतलब तुम
actually
स्क्रीन शिफ्ट
turned
करोगे
up
तो
full
ब्लैक
and
स्क्रीन
carried the
होगा।
team. And that is when at the end of the match, he stood up and told people.
ओनली OBS एंड वो वेबसाइट का हो सकता
That'll
है।
be our
Brave.
second
दूसरे डीसी पे
series
जाओगे तो
of
ब्लैंक
the
हो
day.
जाएगा।
But for now, our teams for the first series are starting to roll up here.
क्या हमारी स्ट्रीम
in
की
the
चैट
Paris
यहाँ पे
at the
आएगी? भाई
arena.
थोड़ा सा
There it
मैसेज
is.
भेजना प्लीज।
100 Thieves. Timatino, that was the man crushing the
तुमने
key,
स्क्रीन नहीं लगाया
crushing
अभी
the
तक?
आ
hearts
रहा
of
भाई
the
ब्रो,
fans
मेरे बारे
yesterday.
इतना फेमस हो
And
गया।
they
हाँ भाई
continue
बहुत फेमस हो गया।
तो आ
to
गए।
rise there.
रवि
On the
कुमार भाई
opposite
पूछ रहे हैं।
side, it is
रेड
no
फोर्स भी आ गए,
Red Force, the
100 Thieves भी आ
lone
गए।
Pacific representative out of all the teams, the lone Eastern team representative out of all 16 teams that made it to the playoffs. They are one win away from the grand finals and trying to recapture that Masters Santiago form.
As we said, yesterday was also a very tiring
ठीक है,
day.
अभी
Look
चाहिए
at
ना?
all of
अभी
those
सारी
matches
चैट एक
going the
जगह दिख
distance and
जाएगी।
going to the third one. 100 Thieves and Nongshim were also playing yesterday, with Nongshim having a great resurgence against Vitality, a Vitality that looked broken by the
मेरे को 100 Thieves ही लग रहा है।
best of 3, 13-7 into a 13-2.
जीतेगा,
If you
100
don't turn up
Thieves
at all
फाइनल्स
on
को
the other
जाएगा
side, Nongshim just
और BBL और NRG में
Yeah, my favorite part about
दोनों को
Nongshim is
चांस
the
है।
fact that every
पे
single
कुछ भी
player
नहीं बोल
was
नॉन्गशिम
सकता।
जीत
I
सकती है
think
भाई,
there
मुझे
was
लग रहा है,
like
मुझे
3
लग रहा है।
different
नहीं,
players
नहीं,
top
100
and
Thieves है।
everyone else was doing such a good job. But then of course we jump into why they're doing so good
भाई,
and why we were kind
100
of
Thieves
questioning
है।
it. The main reason was Dambi. He wasn't
100
performing.
Thieves का मैच
He
देखे?
was on for a short time when they were in
हैं?
Pacific, but they put him
हाँ?
back on it. And I think now we can see the
क्या
team
बोल रहे हो भाई रवि
kind
भाई,
of
समझ
rolling
नहीं आया।
on their wheels, figuring out
100
the way
Thieves
that
का
the
मैच
play
देखा
is
तुमने?
really worth it. And of course players like
नहीं देखा।
Extros consistently
फिर
getting really good
एनर्जी
shots
का
like
देख के
this. I
एनर्जी बोल रहा हूँ, ये रेड फोर्स का देख के बता रहे हैं।
consistent. I think that
हाँ मैंने नॉन्गशिम का
for
देखा
the
था ना।
same way that in Chile we
ये
thought
देखा है? अरे ये तो
that
क्रेजी
they
कहलाता
really
है
had to go to
पे आईवी
Dambi
ने।
because there was no way that they could have made it and it wouldn't have looked so good without him. To me, it's Ivy. All throughout group stage, even the day that he was sick and literally had to leave to go take care
तुमको
of
डिले आ रही है तो मेरे को डिले आ रही है वो।
stopped him. He has one mission here,
पूरी चैट
and it
पढ़ो,
is to
हमारी
take
समझ
that
आ
trophy to
जाएगा।
Pacific.
Yeah, Ivy with his very own Michael Jordan.
Ivy crazy है
देखो।
to get themselves
भाई ऐसा नहीं बोलते भाई।
In Valorant, we call it a Leo game. He did it here as well.
उर्री, ये क्या मारा?
Yeah, he did fantastic, and that's the thing.
कल और क्रेजी मारा था आईवी ने, पता है? लास्ट डिसाइडर मैच में क्रेजी खेला वो।
What felt like to be yet another one of the tournament favorites in Vitality.
Yeah, they're powerhouses. They're
देखते
considered
देख के ना थोड़ा
somewhat
सीख
of a
लेना।
super team for
अच्छा।
DNA, and they just struggled. They couldn't shut it down.
मैं भी तुमको दूसरा गेम का दिखाता हूँ, उधर तुम भी देख के सिखा लो।
Defenses were so good. Their trap plays,
हैं?
their setups, every single time it seemed like they were on the
मैं
right
भी
page.
दूसरा गेम का
Everyone was
दिखाता
doing
हूँ,
something
तुम भी सीख
good.
लेना।
I think that's what made Nongshim
कौन सा दूसरा गेम?
so phenomenal
PUBG
to
का
watch and why it was such a good game
देखो
for
को
them. Their game plan was solid,
नहीं।
but again, like you
खेलोगे?
said, they've had short time to
नहीं।
prep, so
तो
can
फिर
they
भी
bring
खेल
the
रहा हूँ ना?
same energy into the match versus 100 Thieves?
Yeah, and in the opposite side, it is
देखो उसने भी या बोला।
America's Derby against MIBR Los. And you just love this because everyone yet again stepping up. Timotino popping off there and
मेरा
winning
पैसा
rounds that they
दो
weren't
400
supposed to
रुपए कौन
win.
सा पैसा भाई?
देखो देखो 100 Thieves का देखो ये मैच
There
देखो।
was just no response there by MIBR Los.
There were so many cool things about this game. I was enjoying it like a kid, especially this fracture when we saw the composition and we started reacting and we saw the side of 100 Thieves. It was so well polished. They trusted it. It was actually I'm gonna say it was America's supposed to be super team, right? It's turning out to be a little bit like Vitality. Could not turn up. Yes, this second map was definitely got a lot closer, but you can see that 100 Thieves was not going to let this go, even jumping into the third map.
Yeah, I think I was watching the
भाई
duo
Recon
as well,
Phantom
Asuna
भाई
and
Recon
Timotino
Phantom
together. The double duelists, man, they are so good at setting themselves up for success. But the best part is they're also following each other and making sure they're getting a lot of those turns and just opening up rounds for their teams. Those two players are the ones I'm going to be looking at the most because they've been so phenomenal. The way that they've been playing
तो
really
ऐसे ही चिल्लाए थे मैचेस पे तो।
Well, for map veto and who gets priority, we had the skirmish, and we actually have a recording of that right now as we take a look at the two players doing the 1v1 and getting in there for their side. I'm not exactly sure who won.
तुम्हारा 400 रुपए लगे हुआ क्या भाई? कोई ना 400 ही है।
Zavora.
तुम सही में ट्राइगल को जानते हो क्या?
Yep.
देख रहे हो?
There we go. All right.
देखो देखो उधर देखो।
They're gonna show us the entire thing.
No, it was the slow cam at the
ये लेते हैं,
start.
लोग बोल रहे हैं।
Crazy. That was nice. But 1v1, Danby getting that first pick.
Danby,
This is
This is a fair duel. No disrespect to Vora.
डाम्बी को देगा देखो अभी
I think
डाम्बी।
putting your duelist up against the IGL is kind of crazy.
Do you,
I'm not gonna
do you
lie.
think they allowed coaches to do it? Because I don't know how it is in
भाई देख लेते
America.
थे 400 रुपए मांग रहे हैं
Because
ट्राइगल
in
भाई।
EMEA is like the coaches are like, yeah, I don't want this to go on stage. Because what if like they don't
देख रहे हो?
win,
देख
they
रहे हो?
get in their heads.
अभी मारा
Like,
ऐसा?
whatever. It's just a 1v1.
हाँ?
Get it.
Coaches going
नहीं
up.
मारा तुमने,
Actually, there was
बैगन
one
मारा
time that
तुमने।
a
अरे
coach won.
तुमने
I don't
मेरा
remember if it
1v1 नहीं
was
देखा वो
Bob or
टूर्नामेंट
Connor.
वाला।
Someone had actually beat one of
I'm
them.
gonna say
देख
it's
रहे हो?
16. And in my timeline,
देख रहे हो?
वालों को हरा के
to
आया हूँ
me it's
मैं।
gonna be Potter. That one.
बोरा कैसे मार रहा देख रहे हो?
Against whoever that was.
2-1 for Bora though. I mean, my IGL is going crazy. My IGL.
Yo, if Bora wins this and actually Dambi has a bad game, now
देख रहे हो वो
now
लड़की
this-
किसको सपोर्ट कर रही है रेवन देख लो
There's
फिर।
evidence. There's evidence.
100 Thieves को
Never
सपोर्ट
seen your
सपोर्ट
duelist
नहीं किया तो
in
देख लो।
skirmish.
We need a graph
मैं बोल रही
with
हूँ।
evidence based
Huh?
on whoever loses
मैं बोल रहा
the
हूँ।
skirmish, how they perform in the game
क्या?
after.
That's 3-1
मैं ही बोल रहा हूँ।
for Bora here. He was
मैं ही?
another one of the top performers. When
बोरा मतलब क्या है बोरा?
did her interview with
अरे
the French
बोरा वो
casters,
प्लेयर का
she
नाम
said,
है।
all
ये
right,
तो
I'm
तुम
the
कर रही
who
हो।
is the best
वो
player
बोल
so
रहे हो,
right now.
अच्छा।
1, 2, 3, both
अच्छा।
casters said Bora, so he
Nice.
himself
Yeah.
Thanks रा।
alongside Timotino and Asuna had him a great game yesterday.
The clutches,
Yes.
right, that we were seeing, they were very good.
Oh
calls.
my.
He's also one of the stories coming into this 100 Thieves because he still has to yet evolve as an IGL and you know, and he won 5-1. Nongshim going home. No,
देख रहे हो? देख रहे हो?
No way.
5-1
There's no way you're saying that. I love that though. Honestly,
वो
that was
छोड़ो।
what I predicted 100
ने
Thieves.
क्या क्या बोला लास्ट में देख रहे हो? जीतने के बाद
that they were
सीधा
playing
ईयरफोन्स
really
निकाल के अरे ये तो इजी है।
good. But like, I might be on the right track. Just a little bit.
I'm just surprised that it was just a shrug, no GG,
Yeah.
no nothing, just a shrug, and got to get
कुछ
back.
बोलने लग बोलने का जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो इजी है बोल के निकल गया।
On over to Comp Ops.
Okay, so 100 Thieves won the skirmish, so you guys get to choose Team A or Team B.
We're choosing Team B.
Okay, so 100 Thieves Team B, Nongshim Team A.
लेट्स गो लेट्स गो लेट्स गो।
Okay, fracture ban,
Ban split.
split ban. You guys pick the first map.
फ्रैक्चर बैंड स्प्लिट बैंड।
तो सोचने में टाइम लग रहा है कि क्या ले। टाइम बहुत लड़की।
भाई नोंगशी में इतने नर्वस क्यों हो तुम लोग?
डर गए ना, डर गए, तुम्हारा टीम डर गए नीचे से। टीम ऑडियो लेस थोड़ा बढ़ा देते हैं, क्या दिक्कत है?
कोई पिक्सल
भूल गए।
Sunset peak.
Attack on sunset.
Attack. Okay.
Pick Lotus.
सनसेट ले लिया।
Lotus peak. You guys should decide.
Oh.
We pick attack.
Attack. Okay. Next ban.
We ban Ascent.
Ascent. Ascent ban.
Ban Breeze.
Breeze ban. So the decider will be Heaven.
100 इस पूरा प्रिपेयर करके आई है, इधर लग रही है पूरा प्रिपेयर्ड है।
ओ साथ साथ में बोलते जा रहे हैं भाई।
Attack.
वही ना,
Okay. Thank you guys.
वो लोग बहुत जल्दी बोल रहे हैं, ये लोग बहुत थोड़ा टाइम ले रहे हैं ये लोग।
Lotus and Haven. So
थोड़ा prepared है ये लोग।
things off here. I was chatting with Tom earlier. He feels like
पहला मैच सनसेट
pretty
है।
good trap set by 100 Thieves in terms of maps.
I think the same. I think that they're very smart in banning the split. We could see how long Nongshim were taken. Where I was looking at the videos,
वही बोल रहा
it's
था।
kind of obvious. You need to think a lot about
No, no,
recent
yeah.
form and whatnot. Having that sunset there, I was literally telling you, I think 100 Thieves are being very smart in their map vetoes so far.
They probably have something cooked up. We haven't seen their sunset for such a long time now, so it's going to be really interesting to see what they have cooked up. We talked about them playing Harbor on almost every single map. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again, or maybe the Sage.
Maybe the Sage. Oh, and Asuna Sage, I'm so down.
Harbor तो बढ़िया
I'm in.
sunset पे यार।
Signed.
Less than a minute to go. It's time for us to
Harbor तो
do
बढ़िया
our
sunset पे।
EWC pick'ems.
नहीं सनसेट पे अभी तक कोई भी नहीं खेले। ये 100 थीव्स वाले है ना, ये लोग हर मैप में वो लेते हैं हार्बर को।
हार्बर लेते हैं। हाँ मैं बोल रहा हूँ मैं सनसेट पे बोल रही देखा जाएगा।
Let's start with our second match first.
तुम भी पिक करो, क्या पिक करोगे?
BBL. Okay,
कहाँ से pick करते हैं?
We're going 2-1 BBL.
वो वेबसाइट पे करो।
Locked on in, and then our
मैंने तो
matchup
कर
that we're
दिया।
about to call here, 100 Thieves and Nongshim.
You choose. We've been yapping. We've been doing all the yapping.
प्ले पे।
Come on, Daniel.
Is it really a Nongshim win 2-1?
Oh, if he says so, if he says so.
It's okay.
That's crazy. Doesn't let me
I'll
swallow. I was just kidding. It's 2-100
I'll
Thieves.
allow it.
All right, y'all. That does it here from us. Let's get ourselves ready for that first matchup. 100 Thieves and Nongshim do battle for a spot
Log
in
in to
the
play
grand
बोल रहा है भाई,
finals.
मैंने log in ही नहीं किया।
अच्छा छोड़ो फिर, अभी टाइम लगेगा।
그룹 스테이지 때부터 계속해서 성장해 와서 그룹 스테이지 때보다는 확실히 좀 더 좋은 경기력으로 올라와가지고 4강 올라올 수 있어서 너무 기분이 좋아요.
चलवा दो भाई 2000 ले लो भाई भाई नहीं भाई थैंक यू आई डोंट नीड भाई तुम देख लो ड्रैगन से पूछ लो पैसे देगा तो दे देगा
한 판 한 판 할 때마다 연습할 때나 뭐나 계속해서 성장해 나가고 있는 단계인 것 같고
हेलो जेरेमी भाई वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम हाउ आर यू
팬분들이 있었어가지고
हेलो विक्रम भाई वेलकम टू द
확실히
स्ट्रीम
더
क्या हाल चाल
활기차고 재밌었던 경기였던 것 같고
मेरे कैरेक्टर के बारे में कुछ बोल रहा है तू?
팀들 대부분이 자기 지역에서 굉장히
레반?
잘해서 여기 온 거기 때문에
विक्रम को एक बुला रहा तू?
저는 다 이길 것 같은 자신감이 있습니다.
ये क्रेजी मारा पता है आईवी ने।
I feel like from the outside looking in, it looked a lot more rough around the edges than it actually felt. I feel like in the series, I felt I was pretty in control most of the time. Things we didn't expect, maybe some really like a run for our money, but other than that, I felt in control the whole time, and yeah, it felt smooth sailing. Everyone makes mistakes, but I think we're playing a game that is even better than before, and we're taking every game with lots of lessons, and we're definitely peaking at the right time. We're all individually showing up for sure. I don't really hear the fans too much, but when I did my clutch, I did hear them. It got me hype, and yeah, always having a crowd, it makes me play even better.
रवि भाई ड्रैगो को मैसेज कर दो एक बार बोल रहा ड्रैगो
Every game gets me a little overstimulated. I'm just coming down right now. It feels good, and yeah, I'm happy that we're peaking right now as a team and we're in form. And it feels great to play every game. I hope you guys bring your best game.
Eight,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 हमारा डिले है ना?
मेरा पीछे चल रहा थोड़ा
Mesdames et messieurs, bonjour.
मेरा से
Bienvenue sur la STC Arena.
किसे कर रहा सपोर्ट भाई? मैं तो नॉन्गशिम
फिर तो 100 थीव्स को दोनों के बीच में लड़ाई होगा अब देखो
मैं नॉन्गशिम को कर रहा हूँ।
अच्छा
Exactement.
Well, I'm cool with that. Listen, it's EWC.
Perfecto.
We expect it to be unpredictable. We expect the unexpected. And the last couple of days here in Valorant
the unexpected
have delivered. I don't think many expected the lineup that we have here for our semis. What a few days it's been.
Yeah, especially having Vitality out this early, given
एवन तुम दोनों सेट्स करोगे या तो एक ही सेट करोगे
championship trophy, but you know they're out already.
दोनों
so
कर लेंगे
there's space
उसमें
to
क्या है?
take.
Yeah, we're down now to the final four.
तो एक ही
And I don't
करके
want to
जाता
jinx anything, but we have seen nothing but long, contested, banger series, and I expect more of the same today. Our final four teams, 2 of them will make it to the grand final tomorrow to have a crack at this bad boy.
Indeed, with us, you're always in for a treat. Donc, comme le disait
Easy
Ian,
and a
on
win,
veut pas
yes.
jinx, mais à chaque fois, depuis le début des playoffs, ça a été des longues journées, ça a été des matchs de 1. Donc, normalement, vous allez être avec nous pour tout le reste de la journée. Il n'y a que 2 tickets pour la place en grande finale. Should we welcome the first semi-finalists?
Absolutely. Please welcome, bienvenue, 100 Thieves!
Timotino, hier, s'est pris pour Kylian Mbappé et aujourd'hui, il va falloir assumer.
क्या बक रही है
If the 100 Thieves can steal the crown here in Paris.
क्या बोल रही हो
Oozing confidence.
स्पेनिश में कुछ बोल रही है
It is me in the RP server. अरे क्या बक रही है?
In that grand final.
And
Perfecto.
against them, the last hope of Korea, the last hope of Pacific. It is Nongshim Red Force.
इंडिया टीम होना चाहिए भाई इंडिया टीम ही
हम बनाएंगे इंडिया टीम
ना RNTX है ना ग्लोबल स्पोर्ट्स है
Getting a strong ovation despite the fact that they took out Vitality yesterday.
It's Americas versus Pacific. Time to pick your champion. Choisissez votre champion.
Only one spot hangs in the balance in the grand final. Who's taking it?
ये मारता रहे भाई
Thank you very much, Lou and Ian, as we get ourselves ready. I'm not sure if you could hear that at home, but the Nongshim Red Force cheer was very, very loud. The Paris faithful made it known they are the home favorite. Possibly because they knocked out Vitality, possibly because they're not an America's team, but either way, it has been awesome with all the action here in the intros, but the ceremonies are over and it's time for the guys to get themselves into the server.
Yeah, now we're going to be seeing Sunset as that first map. Little bit of a question mark from the side of 100 Thieves because we haven't seen them play yet.
कौन सा मैप है? सनसेट और
पहले सनसेट है उसके बाद पर्ल है पर्ल के पास डिसाइडर मैच है हेवन रेवन नहीं हेवन
हेवन ही बोला मैंने
मेरे को रेवन सुनाई दे रहे देख रहे हो उसके हाथ में क्या है देख रहे हो हाँ वो तुम भी खरीद लो
I do not want an Americas versus Americas final, so I'm actually with the crowd on this one.
Listen, what if you vote for 100 Thieves?
भाई कितना प्रेशर होता होगा ना इन लोगों पे
बहुत होगा अरे तुम ये ग्लोबल स्टेज है तुम आके ना कुछ ये क्या बोलते हैं छोटे टूर्नामेंट्स होते हैं ना उधर ही प्रेशर होता है तुमको लैन पे खेलने का वो अलग रहता है लैन पे खेलने का ऑडियंस हो गए ना तब तुम्हारा फटती है
वही तो
वो कोई भी गेम हो सब जगह फटती है मतलब अंदर से कुछ अलग होता है
धक होता है धक
हाँ अरे इतने बंदे देख रहे हैं
But I don't know if that's going to work against 100 Thieves because they tend to cook up some crazy stuff to counter. They're really good with their duelist edges. They're good at baiting a lot of
मैंने तो ले
utility
चुका हूँ
too.
वो
So I'm
अभी
expecting
चला
from the
रहा
side of
हूँ
100 Thieves maybe a little smile from NBS once
IM
again
वाले
to make sure he knows how to get
कंपनी बोल रहा था
I think also that G2 did a lot of their homework for them because we already saw G2 being in this situation against Nongshin, having to bounce back, having to go up against them, and just deal with the utility we just saying about the breach. And I think that they did a very good job.
क्या कर रहा है
That Nongshin is about
bang
to
bang
change
100 bangs
No way.
oh.
Changing, perhaps? I think that would be super exciting to see two different comps we haven't seen before from both of these
देख रहे हो रेवन
Sunset is back. Everybody wants to know how are we going to be playing Sunset. I don't feel like I don't feel like there's someone out there that is 100% convinced there is
और क्लोज अप देंगे देखो
The meta is not defined yet. The play style is not defined yet. There is no set strategy to play this map. The map is just so
भाई
new
जर्सी
when
100
it's
Thieves
come
की
back
सुंदर है भाई
with all these
bangs
meta
recon
changes.
bang
The
bang
only
bang
thing I do know is I'm definitely expecting a Neon. Neon has been so
फाइट तो
good
सबका अच्छा ही होगा
Elbow,
दिखने के लिए
taking care of the mains, and it feels like we're gonna see something like that. But as the Agent Select jumps up on the screen here, we're gonna see
Neon,
that Nongshin, they're actually keeping that breach online, Kukuka.
Yeah, they're keeping it online for the side of 100 Thieves. They've decided for something along the lines, very vanilla, very resembling of what they do also maps like Haven. Bang on
Dambi Neon ही
to
खेलता
jump
है
into the Phoenix team Athena with that Neon that you were mentioning in Athena and the value that is going
मेरे को
to
ना ये
find, especially
असुना
with the
और
performance that Team
टिमोटिनो
Athena
है
had
ना
yesterday, with them starting
ये
all the
अच्छे
attack.
खेलते हैं दोनों
Ball is completely in their court, on their court to be a surprise here.
और इनका एनएस का टीम है ना रेड फोर्स का इनमें डैम्बी और आईवी अच्छे खेलते हैं
इनको तो देखा है मैंने
We'll flip on over to fit the composition for Nongshim Red Force with the big talking points. You guys hammered it home. It is Timotino and Danby, two of the three best
रवि भाई वो
left in
साले
the
सब चिट्टी
tournament.
चोर बन गए
They're
भाई
gonna
तुम
go
में बन जाओ
head-to-head in this first map, best of three.
लेकिन
One
कौन
step
चुरा के ले गया
closer
भाई
to the finals with this
और
map
कैसे
win as we send it on over to our casters for this match.
800 आरपी में कुछ दो सीक्रेट मिशंस भी आए पता है तो हमको फाइंड करनी है
Thank you, Degon. It's time to kick this one off with 100 Thieves stepping down on that stage. But I was surprised to see or to hear that Nongshim, I think they might have gotten a louder cheer.
नहीं जीत रही भाई एनर्जी फैन सीधा घर जाओ साइड को सरोक सीधे घर जाओ तुम भी स्ट्रीम बंद कर लो नहीं जीत रही हो लोग
Vito going into this one. I came into today going, okay, both of these teams have a bit of a map that they're going to ban. Fracture for Nongshim, it went the way I expected. It's that sunset that was the surprise. And I saw MBS coach of Sunset Thieves earlier, and he had a grin on his face. He took out the split. He knew this map was coming, and it seems like 100 Thieves have a plan. But if it was a trap, Nongshim have gone, I'll take your trap and I'll raise you because we think we can beat you on this map anyway.
Oh, different identities brought to the server here. Nongshim starting with the breach. You see the stun lined up and it's fired through already.
ये लोग को ना रोटेशन देखना कैसे रोटेशन होता है तुम भी पहले ना मेरे को गेम सीखना नहीं तुम लोग को कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ाओ तुम पहले ओ नाइस वन बे अच्छा पिक्स किया
Yeah, it's left an isolated player on the other
ये
side.
साइफर एक को निकाल देंगे ना हो जाएगा
Ivy had a phenomenal performance yesterday and is going to need
ऐसा हो
another
गया
one. It's a dick, but it's not quite a kill. That allows a route straight towards the B site and a post plant, which is going to be quite awkward for the defensive side because it's planted for their own spawn.
It's an excellent recovery by 100 Thieves. Cryo did the work
Only
outside of A. A formality on the trade, out of the damage. Time ticks away. Francis sees absolutely nothing. Normally, you're going to expect to have seen the spike by now, but like you said, that plant position for 100 Thieves, it gives them that forward position to hold from.
रिवील नहीं डालना मरेगा
Awkward fight here in the corner. Vora isolated.
दोनों
They've got
मरेंगे.
the time on their side now. That stuns bought them even more. A paranoia to delay and even get them out of the corner. Maybe not for Bang. He's going to be caught off. Timotino, the last man standing.
Oh.
By his side. Forced Francis on the defuse.
Crazy बनता है.
It's a narrow margin, but a solid opening from 100.
और bait बना क्या दूसरा वाला?
Was going to be enough to win the round, clearing both players from that awkward corner, forcing
उसने
them
वो
into a position, and both of them being
वो क्या
tagged
बोलते हैं
low.
उसका बॉल के अंदर से आता ना उसका नाम
Some
क्या था?
individual brilliance from Timothy.
हाँ उससे बढ़ गया वो.
A man who is
है
quickly rising up the rankings.
अरे तुम और देखना एक मतलब एक मैप जीतेंगे ना तब एक बंदा दूसरे बंदे को ट्रोल करेगा सीधा उठ के.
Now look to leave their mark at EWC.
Deploying drone.
Well, this one's looking a little bit quicker. An open B site. Not really anything in terms of resistance, although saying that, Nongshim have rotated him very quick.
Timotino's not looking
Oh, damage दिया बे. ठीक है.
Seemed to be a death sentence for Nongshim in the last round. Flash coming through. Asna forced back by the Seas, but again for Nongshim, they don't have a lot to actually fight with. Like they're dealing with that first burst of aggression, but they shouldn't win most of the fights yet. They're trading. They're trading remarkably well to start. But the finish, it seems to be a
देख रहे हो फ्लैश को पहले तुम लोग भी ऐसा सीखो उसको एस्केप करने का. देख रहे हो रेवन कैसे कैसे हुआ.
फिनिक्स में थोड़ी खेलता तुम खेलते फिनिक्स.
वही फिनिक्स में लाइन फेंका तो भी तुम लोग को एस्केप करना है वो देखो बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
वो उसने बिना बोले नहीं फेंका होगा.
क्या?
उसने बिना बोले नहीं फेंका होगा.
मैं बोल के भी फेंकता हूँ तुम लोग कुछ भी रिस्पॉन्ड ही नहीं करते. वो एटलीस्ट रिस्पॉन्ड करता है.
तुम बोल के नहीं फेंकते हो.
स्ट्रीम का क्लिप्स काट के भेजता हूँ रुको तुम्हें. अच्छा होना चाहिए इस पे.
These aggressive stun pushes seems to be a part of the plan. It hasn't caught too much in the early round. Though.
Yeah, I'm not sure that has much to do with the agent in play, but the breach of Francis finds one in the spam. Big pickup and a rolling thunder online now for Nongshim. It's going to be put through quite early on. I'm not sure they can really even follow up on that. As the smokes fade, it's just a delay strategy. It's stopping the spike from going down until reinforcements are here. Job done with Cryo alone. Rifle in his hand. A sliver of health remaining and a firing squad around the corner. Nongshim have handled that aggression beautifully.
Yeah, this is going to be about damage now. How much cost can Cryo cause this Nongshim side, or are they going to come out of this one flawlessly? It's already an impressive start. They've enjoyed these deep pushes off the back of the utility of Francis, but he's also just frying. And this was sort of the fun thing yesterday. I think in that third map in particular, we were watching Nongshim play.
रुको.
And a lot of it just didn't make sense. Like with how quickly they could storm onto the opponent, how good they were with just individual shots through smoke. This one there was a reveal, but yesterday there weren't many reveals. They were just hitting those shots anyway.
Straight BS.
And if they can get back into that rhythm again, I truly believe there's no one in this tournament that can stop them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it straight up looked like they were cheating yesterday. Like, they had every read right. Even when players were in front of them, they would just cut straight through, mow them down, and Danby, with his early aggression, was a big feature. Now, he tagged Asuna, but the ult is activated. Phoenix going to get his health bar right back, but won't get much for the ult popped. The space immediately filled in by Nongshim, but the rotate through is massive. This defensive side has all 5 players towards the A side a couple of seconds ago, and 100 Thieves are quickly switching direction. This is going to be the B site for free.
Oh, maybe
danger for Cryo. Okay, he's caught Ivy on the cross.
He's managed to rotate in, and just as Spans helped him, he's now in trouble though. Revealed up at the back of the site. Danby now making a move. This is very isolated from the defense, but they are happy to make these moves alone. They have the individual players that could just take all the rounds.
देख रहे हो उनका टीम का. Nice. ये भी मरेगा. Good one.
Nice.
अच्छा खेला.
One man against the world, but when that one man is Danby, that is enough.
Yeah, it's the best thing as well, seeing him
Danby or Ivy bus
by a wide swing Neon, that slide going through, the thing that so often buys him that first shot on his opponent, and he just domes him. He gets him right away, like, oh no, bro, you're not gonna catch me with those tricks. Look at this, or don't. But it was unbelievable seeing him flick so quickly, take that backside control, and that's the thing. Like you say, sometimes it looks like Nongshim make mistakes, and then you realize that they've just got the players who can thrive in those positions far more often than they should.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing we talk about when we look at a team like Paperex. It's like from top to bottom, they have so much individual skill. And yeah, sure, sometimes they'll get punished for it, but more they won't. Already playing back into his utility. They're up against an eco, so you think they need to be careful, but they don't care at all. Cryo left alone. He'd hope for one. He'd pray for a second, but I don't think he's going to get anything from this round. He's just dancing around. But it's Francis that ends up with the final kill. And look at them. This is a team in a semi-final looking for a spot in the grand final of EWC, and they are giggling.
Yeah, momentum was a big factor for this squad. We saw that yesterday, leading up as the series went on, and they're coming off the back of that win.
This is 11-3.
For 100 Thieves, there's a lot to deal with, and you'd think coming in, it would be Ivy based on yesterday. It would be Danby in those big rounds, or maybe X-Ross. Or hell, RB behind a smoke. Jeez, that was ridiculous on Breeze, but Francis now the one leading the charge, and that is the thing.
Like this.
Oh my goodness, Danby's already in their spawn. He's running it down. It's a taste of what 100 Thieves will have to deal with across this half. All-out aggression, and they've dealt with every facet of it here. Only Francis left on 5 HP. That might put Nongshim in their place.
Yeah, this is what we need to start seeing from 100 Thieves is, okay, we know they're going to press us. We know they're going to be aggressive. We need to be able to soak up that pressure. Otherwise, in more and more aggressive ways. This time, even with the stun,
एक को भी लेगा ना
was able
अच्छा
to soak up a lot of that pressure and a solid
कोई ना
round
कोई
from
ना
him
हेल्प कम
individually. A
दे
3K to level up the scoreline and take us 3-3.
Oh, ये क्या दिखा दिया उसने?
We were definitely in that danger zone of seeing Nongshim run away. Oh yeah, think back to last map.
वो फोन पे उसका एडिटिव का लोगो दिखा रहा था, उसका स्वाइप हो गया.
Split. They won. What was it? They won a. I think it was an eco round from X-Ross.
Oh, bang!
X-Ross, I think from then onwards.
कैसे मारा भाई bang? दो बंदे को ले लिया
All it takes is for them to get into a rhythm, and
अच्छा
it's going to be very
अच्छा ये left hand वाला लगा है.
deny that from happening. Because don't get me wrong. There's fantastic players on both sides of the stage. You don't end up.
किलो का भी लेफ्ट हैंड में ट्राई किया है ये कई को पुश कर रहा है भाई काम भी
He's been shut down again.
अभी कोच से गाली पड़ेगा ना तब
Now the rest of the players have got to try and find a reaction. 100 Thieves have slowed their pace quite a bit, and I think that's helping them.
Of course, last round we saw it in the replay. Bang was finding 2 shots through the smoke.
Nice.
They thought then Nongshim, well, let's just go aggressive again. Let's fight them. Last time we got on lock.
Nice.
This time we'll show them what we're made of. And X-Ross might not have been Danby as the tip of the spear, but the hilt just as deadly. Cryo.
In a good spot.
Looked like he's got a fantastic chance to backstab here. It's all going to come down to timing, though. And indeed, the direction that they go in with the hat off the head. Ivy's got all the info.
X-Ross, I'll be honest, for the majority of this round, it looked like he should have been dead to rights. Nightfall, not going to connect. Both players have been able to dodge it. It does clear a lot of real estate. But those positions can be filled back in, and in fact, they have done. Isolated fights, looking like the most likely turn of core. X-Ross needs it's his 4th kill of the round already. Looking for that last player.
Oh, ace कर दिया इसने.
Does X-Ross make
crazy one.
Exactly as he needs it, and an ace already in our semi-final.
We wanted to see that comp on the other side. We wanted to see Nongshim playing
ये
the
बढ़िया मारे
Phoenix.
थे भाई मिड पे
So
जब
ये लोग ना मतलब एक-एक मिल गए थे.
To shine, but my God,
सारे एक-एक ही मिले.
it doesn't seem to matter.
He's insane.
What he's playing, look at that. The read couldn't be better.
Doesn't even react.
हाथ देख रहा है ऐसा.
One of the most insane plays.
वाइब्रेट हो रही है उसका हाथ देख रहे हो?
Doesn't even react.
शिवर हो रही है उसका फिर भी मारो उस पे.
Sensational for Nongshim.
उसको
That's the lead
experience.
secured. And proof that it's not just Francis here
फिर
today.
से knock होगा
ये फिर push कर रहा है ये
He is pushing.
नाइस
ओए दो मार दिए
And he's tearing them apart. The big swing finally
Nice.
shut down by
एक बंदा रिमेनिंग एक बंदा रिमेनिंग
catch him a couple of times.
अरे
The
भाई
reason
क्या
that
कर रहे हो
Dabby
भाई
has
100
fallen, but
लेना
the
था
1 versus 3, the damage surely already done.
Question of the TP
देख लिया
is whether or not it's worth it.
एक को पिक करके अल्ट कर दे
RB in an isolated fight, but he is normally the safer pair of hands, forcing him into Francis again. An opportunity for a 1v1.
मार दे
No group up.
नाइस
Bang's done well.
पीछे से ओमन को मार
Looks to try and maybe bait the idea that he's going back towards the B site.
आरबी भागेगा प्लांट
This is
करने का
where
वेट
you'd
करेगा
kind of expect the remaining
10
players to
HP
try
है
and
आईवी
run,
को आराम से
especially
ले
with how
सकते हैं
low
इसको
IB
एक बंदे
is.
को लेना आरबी को लेना है बस
Possibility of a clutch has gone up massively. RB's in a pretty solid position, but again, they're somewhat split.
Spike planted.
Bang's looking for
अरे नहीं
RB hits the shot, but that's a big risk from Nongshim to split up in a moment like that.
यार सेंटी भाई तुम्हारा ना वो जो थोड़ा आगे चल रहा है ना मेरे वाले से
हाँ
मेरे को दिक्कत हो रही है मेरे को पहले पता चल जा रहा है क्या हो गया
Round in a row, the Dambi has pushed the same angle.
And keep in mind, it started with a big
मेरे
shot
वाले में
through the
जिंदा
smoke.
था
Bang got a double to shut down the round before. The last round he ran out, immediately died as well. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and that's what he's been running. And
Nice
it is
one,
just
man,
that
nice one.
confidence. That's the problem. You know, for this squad, I actually don't know what it takes for Dabby to go, ooh, I need to tighten up here. I need to play.
Maybe it was 3 in a row.
टेंशन का ही को
I never know now.
I'm not so sure.
टाइम आउट
This is a tough one as well when you're the coaching
टाइम
staff, of course.
yeah
NBS
100 टिप्स लिया
नहीं पड़ेगा
checking in
लेना
with
ही
their
पड़ेगा
players, and
अच्छा
we're kind of in a spot where I think there hasn't been a pause call before this because
देखो अभी लीड पे आ गए हो तो
very clear of what
आईवी को गाली पड़ेगा देखो अब
they're running it down. They're sprinting down mid, trying to fight you early, setting up a
आईवी को गाली पड़ सकती है
to try and make those fights awkward, and then kind of slaughtering you in those moments.
ते बार गए अभी तक
And
उधर
although we have seen 100 Thieves already correct in some of the earlier rounds,
60-40 रेशियो चल रहा है 3 राउंड्स मर गया उधर जाके 2 राउंड्स मारा है
you then kind of go as a coach, you know, well, yeah, you guys know what's happening. You know what's going on. It's just they haven't been able to find a solution to it, or at least a consistent one.
This goes here.
For 100 Thieves cracking the code.
भाई जो देख रहे हैं चैट कर लो भाई
Pistols brought in.
चैट ही नहीं लाइक और सब्सक्राइब कर दो
लाइक कर दो सब्सक्राइब कर दो
We all know what teams do. They push.
5 लोग देख रहे हैं लेकिन 4 लाइक्स है भाई
They looked for it with Dambi trying to swing around that corner, outlaw in hand.
नहीं करूंगा जग्गी तुम तो 2 आईडियां तो करो ए
This is a different face to Nongshim. They're going to play much more passive in that early fight, and the space they're containing allows those rotations to go through. I don't think 100 Thieves are going to be quite ready for this much presence from Nongshim. 3 players towards top mid, one of them being Breach as well with a kid to play off of. X-Ross as well taking one through the walls. Certainly not going to help things out. A Paranoia perfectly placed gives off the ball. The spike's now down in the open. Even when they don't push, their aggression being
crazy मारा बे
bringing us back to a 2v2, and from what seemed to be a
crazy
secure
one
for Nongshim moments ago, there's now a battle on our hands.
Again, split between
नहीं
right on the edge, waiting patiently.
Oh, bang.
It's left to Dambi, and it's a thrifty round that comes
crazy
through.
one बे
Timotino
crazy round था
ये तो हका है भाई ये तो हका आईवी ने हका
नहीं 100 Thieves ही हगे थे पहले 2 बंदे फिर भी वो लोग रीटेक कर लिए
Well, I think it was a simple round. They had tempered aggression to start with. It worked
Oh,
well
bhai,
with a
crazy
trap
tha,
setup on
crazy.
top mid. They pounce on the back of it. This is something we saw from them yesterday. Their defensive sides were really annoying to play against because they were constantly setting up these little traps across the map.
Crazy,
they do
crazy,
that here
nice.
with the early aggression from Dambi. And then in the 5v3 they keep
डंबी
pushing.
का भी नियॉन
And
नहीं
that's the
चल रहा
problem,
भाई तो भाई
overheating.
डंबी पुश कर करके मर रहा है
I
भाई
like the idea from Nongshim.
2
I like
बार
the
मारी है
approach,
उसने अच्छी
the
खासी
change of
उसके बाद
pace,
मरा
but Once things started to go their way, they got a bit too excited. It's given 100 Thieves a 4th round.
बोला ना
A chance to still compete for this half.
Ults galore. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Thieves, 1 in 3 on the B side. 100 Both sides having plenty to play with.
Shadows traveling.
Run it back, the overdrive for the attack. And Rolling Thunder, Nightfall, and an overdrive of their own.
अभी तो उनके पास अल्ट भी है।
Even just with the fact that RB can quickly
इनेस के पास 4 बंदे के पास अल्ट है।
that they have
4 बंदों के पास अल्ट है भाई।
deny.
उन्हीं पे भी 3 पे है वैसे।
And that's where I feel like 100 Thieves have to be a little bit more careful in this round based on time. You go in too late in the round, you get hit by one of those ults, it could end your round. But also you've got to be careful for everything else that Nongshim have been doing, which are those trap plays. They've been doing it throughout the tournament on their defense. For now, they've felt out the map, realized the passiveness of their opponents, and now with 35 seconds, look to head in towards this A side, or B side, sorry.
Nightfall put to market for now. But most of 100 Thieves are coming out of main. It was only Timotino.
Oh.
Going to be shut down by Dambi, but they have found themselves an advantage nonetheless. Rolling Thunder trying to pull it back, delaying that time. Spike on the site.
Oh. Crazy मार दिया देख रहे हो?
In that corner, but the cross is needed. 10 seconds.
Oh.
There for more. His head may be bloodied.
Spike planted.
ले मैं तो भाग रहा भाई बोल के भाग रहा।
It looked like they were up against it. Even with the man advantage, the Rolling Thunder, the fly through from Dambi, but they dealt with it all.
अच्छा push किया।
Really good work from them. RB now the last man standing. He's going to clear one, but four there to close around with a quad.
Dambi ने फिर से
from him individually, but also just as a unit. They're able to
उसको दिखा वो हवा में उड़ता हुआ यार।
Not panic when it gets down into those last few seconds.
पर ये राउंड ना ये 100 Thieves सारे अच्छे खेले, अच्छे push
Trying to
किए।
deny it on the Nongshim side. You can see the aftershock sent through, but it's the clear of Francis to make sure that there's no real danger towards the end. And the fact that Vor is also hitting one of those shots while stunned
अल्ट में मारा
has
भाई
helped him
तो
out massively.
ब्रीच के अल्ट में मार दिया उसने।
Yeah, I mean, Vor did a
Vor is
phenomenal
the
job.
goat.
The pressure he was put under in that corner, his teammates isolated, the wall was trying to help him, and maybe it did give him the edge he needed to quickly correct.
I'm already high.
For Nongshim.
Again,
they should
5
have
lakhs.
6 on the board
What a
already.
joke, Ando.
5 versus 3 in the anti-eco.
Thank you so much for your mango lassi.
Pull it back.
ये दूंगा mango lassi.
Still a chance to take the lead by the time this closes. We talked about Nongshim's
तू नहीं भाई तू मारता नहीं है तू मरता है।
a huge problem for teams before that.
Oh, Phoenix का blind देख रहे हो?
Bought them a bit of space, a bit of time, and indeed an advantage with RB down. Nice work.
उनका teammates भी उस पे blind हुए थे, वो भी देखो।
हाँ लेकिन वो stun थे ना, stun करके बचा दिया ना
Got a
उनको।
weapon on the floor, but instead rotations to the A
वही
side.
team game होता, अपना teammates नहीं है अच्छा।
Yeah, I think Cryo's
हर बार एक ने पे एक ही रोते रहते हम।
sort of hold on to space. He
है ना?
will lose the fight versus Ivy. There's always deadly players on the
मैं फिर
Nongshim
भी कम
side,
रोता
but
हूँ
they
भाई, मैं
are
इतना
being
नहीं
picked
रोता।
off.
तुम मेरे पे रोते हो बस। मैडी भाई नंदिता पे रोती है। मैडी भाई मेरे पे रोते हैं। मैडी भाई तुम पे रोते भाई मेरे को बोलते हैं ना तुम।
Late flank back. That's a freebie for Francis. We're now in a 2v2 scenario, and
उनको तो मैं ये
sure,
बोलता कि ये ऐसा मत किया
there is a
करो
Hunter's Fury if necessary. I think that
मतलब
might now
कमी
be
है,
the
उतना
time to
ज्यादा
see
तो
Vor
नहीं है,
falling back
ये तो
into a
सही है।
more passive position to maybe make that ultimate a little bit more viable.
5 lakhs.
Out goes the drone. Tag here, and maybe the ult will be popped. You can save it for time at this stage, though. That clock has run way too far down. Reveal going through. That player spotted. The spam has not landed. Oh no! Do they think that they've cleared it? Thankfully, the defuse no longer
हो गया
underway.
इसका।
The issues seemingly gone as
नहीं होगा।
time will decide this fight.
अच्छा टाइम दिया, अच्छा टाइम पाई दिया।
Playing it patient and securing 6
Good one.
for 100 Thieves. They've now taken the lead.
Yeah, it's a costly round, but it's one where ultimately I don't think you're going to be too worried on the 100 Thieves side. You get through towards the end of the half, and economically they should be absolutely fine to get back into the next one. Again, it shows that
Thank you so much for your samosa.
But they've at least, after what was that, I think 5 or 6 rounds in a row, managed to stabilize, managed to
वो लोग बेच रहे chat में,
versus
मैं क्या
an
करूं?
incredibly aggressive defense. And at minimum,
तो
they're
सर
going
कर
in
दिया।
even at the half.
It's a damn sight better than it looked like it was going to be.
भाई तो wall bang भाई।
तो मना, thank you so much for samosa.
Pocket now a chance to lock it in at the halftime. 100 Thieves.
ऐसे ना ये देख के खुद भी खेलने का मन कर जाता है.
They know that there's likely a trap somewhere.
Please share with your friends too. हाँ share कर रहा हूँ भाई. Thank you so much. Another samosa. चलो रेवन को दे दिया मैं एक समोसा.
भाई मेरे को पिज्जा दो.
YouTube वाला को पूछो.
Patient for now, but that time was soon to come that he would go
ये
back
देख.
and forward. Look at 100 Thieves though. They immediately fall back using even the Phoenix Blaze Wall.
डर गया वापस
Just
भाग
to
लिया.
isolate off that angle, make it harder for Danby to push through to cancel his aggression. And that's what they're doing. For
देख रहा हूँ casters भी वही बोल रहे
They
हैं.
are waiting for Nongshim to
Oh.
give them an advantage. And instead it's
पापा
Nongshim
लग
to
गया पर
take
अच्छा
it.
लगा.
Yeah, cool. Just spam the smoke and get an opener. Back towards the B site.
30 seconds left.
Cryo looking to be the point of contact.
तोड़ दे,
Really
तोड़ दे.
watching in that direction for
Why?
now. It
Sorry,
seems
तू
like
opponent
the
तुम क्या मत तोड़.
defense are setting up for a retake, but then Ivy looks to walk in, looks to hold the ground. Paranoia is
मैं मर गया.
And Cryo further up than expected.
Danby
Then
फिर से
you
मर
some
गया.
punches. Arsenal
Danby
does
फिर
the
से
same.
मर गया.
It leaves them again with a man
ये ले.
advantage, and they're waiting for these pushes, these solo aggressive plays from the side of Nongshim that they got away with earlier in the game. Now they're getting punished time and time again.
Last
And
player
unless Exos
standing.
has another miracle
3v1
round,
देखते.
it looks like a 7-5 half.
एक को तो पिक करेगा पक्का. एक को पिक करेगा. एक को पिक करेगा पक्का.
Crack the code. The vault is wide open as Nongshim's
वो बंदी की उसको.
देखा ना बोला ना. एक को पक्का पिक करेंगे.
Good prediction. But it's not enough.
अरे सेंटिनल टीम्स वाले इनको सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं 100 टीम्स को.
Seem to be on the board, but we finished the half 7-5 with 100 Thieves stealing the lead out of Nongshim's back pocket. That one has got to hurt.
नहीं होगा देख लो. ये मैप ना कौन. अरे ये चूज कौन किया ना वो देखो ना.
Based on overconfidence, based on
तो
overplay.
डिफेंडिंग में ही अच्छे पॉइंट्स निकालना था एनएस को.
Feels like a punish pick for the
Sure is a friend like yes bro.
This is them going, okay,
The Raven Den
we're not
like.
going to ban a map that you've been banning throughout the whole tournament. We're going to pick it to
Thank you so much for your mango
I'll be
lassi.
honest with you so far, sure, there were 5 rounds. I was looking at that going, this is worrying for Argentina, and then they recover. They take that pause, they soak up pressure, and they manage to
नहीं ये सुनो ना.
back into it.
एनएस वाले को अभी मिनिमम 5 प्लेस होना चाहिए था डिफेंडिंग में. मतलब 6 या 7 तक होना चाहिए. 5 प्लेस बोल रहा हूँ मैं. 5 प्लेस.
ये लड़की जो बोल रही है समझ आती तो और अच्छी लगती.
Yesterday you were on stage, today you're with me. I'm sorry, it's a pleasure to be with you, of course. I wanted to know because you faced Nongshim.
ये टीम वाइटलिटी का कोच है.
You must have watched their VOD, etc. So I wanted to have your little like
Head
insight
coach
and
है
thoughts
head coach.
on why they're a great team according to you.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't let me back on the stage again today, so I've got to watch Nongshim from here. I think they're a fantastic team just because of how coordinated they are. We've seen this throughout the year. They make the most of a lot of the meta, but also just they start the round in a way where they know exactly what they're doing. Halfway through the rounds, they then make a really clear decision. They know exactly what they're doing, and then they've got a huge amount of talent to clean up at the end.
Yeah, who's their best player?
I think Danby got neon nerfed at the beginning of the year, but I think it's Ivy so far for
Danby.
me. I think he's put in a fantastic performance this event so far.
Fair enough. Danby and Ivy, du coup, première
Hello,
question.
Shangri-La, welcome to the stream.
J'imagine que tu as dû regarder beaucoup de VOD, etc. Pourquoi est-ce qu'ils sont forts selon toi?
I don't know how.
Énormément de decision making collés.
वो monetize होना
Ils sont
चाहिए.
ensemble, ils sont impressionnants. Toujours même en milieu de
But you
round.
can't.
Et
I'm
pour
so
moi, le meilleur
sorry.
joueur actuellement de Nongshim, c'est Ivy. And last but not least, even though the result, didn't go your way, etc. What do you want to be taking back, to Berlin from this weekend in Paris? I mean, this entire week in Paris.
Payment on
and also EWC.
only 5 lakhs. What a joke. Ando. Thank you so much, your stars.
But I think ultimately the biggest thing is just getting to see the fans, getting to see all of you guys that have come to actually support. Unfortunately not today, but yeah, being able to actually share a little bit more time with the club and feel like we are part of something that is a lot bigger than us. So it's nice.
Absolutely. Donc dernier petit mot de balle pour les fans. Ravi d'avoir pu vous rencontrer évidemment toute cette semaine. Merci à tous pour votre support and let's see if Nongshim can or not take the win on this first match.
अरे वो पेरिस में चल रहा है ना वो लोग मतलब 50% सिटीजन्स को इंग्लिश आता ही नहीं सही से. अभी इधर इंडिया पे हुआ तो हिंदी में होता ना वैसे ही.
Especially the second quarter.
फिर भी वो लोग इंग्लिश और दोनों में कर रहे
हैं. They're ready for every piece of aggression. They seem to have protocols to deal with it.
IPL वाला कैमरामैन है
in that late stage for Danby. He's not having even close to the success that we saw yesterday. Where at times we had to question if he was even mortal.
ये पहले टैग हो गया भाई ये
बताओ तो कोई दिक्कत
free
नहीं।
area भाई
There you
gift
go.
points है ना
Versus G2, that's where we saw the most improvement, but
Sentinel खा
Cryo's
गया
been
मेरे
on a tear.
points damn भाई
His attack side lurks.
कौन बोल रहा है?
Senti भाई बहुत गंदा है
We're a big part
कौन बोल रहा है?
holding on to a lot of that pressure. Even still, though,
जो भाई
RB's
तुम्हें
got
समोसा
TPing
भेज रहा
into
था।
the site. The ground is being claimed, but a pre-take in from the defensive side. They're not just
हाँ
going to sit
हाँ
back
क्या
and
कर रहा है?
away.
आरबी क्या कर रहा है?
Nongshim side, they
आरबी
lost
क्या कर रहा है ऊपर
before
जाके?
they can get the spike down.
हाँ?
A brilliant round, a clean round, and a pistol that will hold
ఆర్బీ ఏం
on to
చేస్తుండు బ్రో పైకి వెళ్ళి?
Oh, that is a big step in the right direction now. I'm seeing MBS looking very
ताकत
good
हमारा।
on that side of the stage, as you said. You come into this, you feel like it could be a
देखना
push,
आरबी कैसा मारा देखो अब।
it's looking for 100 Thieves, like it very much
देखो।
is something that they have prepared for day and night. Pistol,
ओह अच्छा मारा है।
cherry on top after a solid first half.
Timotino।
Resurgence as well. The wind
बोला
fully
ना
in their
अच्छा
sails
खेलता
at 8-5.
Yeah,
ये
saving
टिमोटिनो और वो वोरा
That's a Spectre.
वोरा
That's
वोरा
crazy. But yeah, a solo
Spectre with, am I
no
lying?
shield
There's no
Spectre.
shields. Yeah.
All right, so he's going to ace. I'm ready.
I think he might have bought that as the barrier went up. I genuinely think that was a mistake.
We'll have to ask. Or
करेगा।
maybe we'll never know.
ओह नाइस अच्छा
Not
मारा।
fantastic
अरे।
as well.
अच्छा मारा नाइस।
Francis and his Spectre.
भाई क्या कर रहे हैं भाई ये क्या कर रहे हो
क्रेजी मारा ना? एक नंबर मारा ना?
His reign of terror.
हाँ?
तो क्या कर रहे हैं भाई
हाँ देख रहे हो?
Stands and Cryos there with 4 to his name. A big round
Check
individual.
payment
Maybe
on
not the player you want
only
to
5
get your
lakhs.
orbs on, but I don't think they're going to care.
I don't think that they're going to be very happy on Nongshim Red Force, on Francis in particular.
I would
भाई
just buy
क्या कर रहे
Sheriff
हैं
and
Nongshim
headshot
भाई
everyone, it's fine.
Yeah, well, to be fair, it does work a lot of the time. Look at him. He makes that big investment.
दोनों को ले लिया
He
उसने।
gets
बढ़िया मारा भाई।
kicked out of the air.
He's just going to be the util boy.
ये
Util
फ्रांसिस
boy
को
for this
उड़ते
round.
हुए
You
जाना
sit
था
back, put in the stuns,
उड़ता तीर
as
ले
long as he
लिया
can afford his
It's just so
aftershock.
unlucky. He's immediately blind fired at, caught in the crossfire.
Thank you so much for your mudra.
Set up close on A main. This is nasty. Timotino's going to be spotted, but there's a
Oh,
flash prior
मरा ये,
right behind him.
मरा।
No, there's not. As
बच
soon as
गया
ran away,
किस्मत
भाई
नहीं मर गया
क्या डाल
he
दिया
मर गया।
sold to the
क्या डाल
wolves
दिया
and they're
उसने?
eating good. But that's
ओह ओह ओह
good work to at least
क्रेजी था
find
फिर
the
डैमेज भी दिया उन
much
लोगों को।
more needed. As players drop like fries.
कैरो एक ही है तीन बंदे हैं।
Oh, put him in the bag, bro. Put him in the bag.
Fries drop into
मेरा
the
अभी भी डिले पे चल
It's
रहा
all
है
good.
Sure, why not?
Cryos
हाँ
in
5
only
सेकंड डिले पे
3.
चल रहा है
थोड़ा फास्ट करो ना।
He is.
वो एरो मत दबा।
All now grouping up on this angle as well. Well, I actually no.
हुआ?
I guess they're not. X-Rush just walked across with his knife out, so they're not certain.
Nice, nice.
It awkward.
Nice.
अच्छा था अच्छा था।
6-9.
Cryo's been good, but that one was a bridge too far. That was on Francis.
ओए मैं चिप्स लेके आया यार
लेके आओ।
That this attack side of Nongshim will look to try and bring through into some of these rounds. This is where things should get a little bit more interesting, though. The rifles on the board for both sides. The first full investment. The only ultimate online, the neural theft, which, okay, if Nongshim tried to pull off a ruse, might affect the round, but by the looks of it, they're gambling on this A side once again.
रुकना मैं रिफ्रेश कर रहा हूँ।
And that staggers the fight.
One enemy remaining.
Leaves Bang and Asuna. Some easy duels in double digits seemingly on the board for 100 Thieves. This was a big round for Nongshim. The rifle for Ivy. Left on the other side of the map, and I think now they're going to start to get an idea of what 100 Thieves are looking for early on. Like, it's been a lot of presence on that A side. A lot of utility swinging out, not just from Timotino, but it's the fact that Asuna is there. You have the Phoenix flashes, you had the paranoia from Bang coming deep.
Okay.
कौन मर गया Ivy बचा है बस
Nice and clean.
I like the reposition, but I think he stepped a little bit too much. I'm almost certain Vora heard him, and there's a ping on the map right here. Yeah, he's got those pieces of info.
Corner कौन
connected.
check करेगा?
Double digits. Locked in for 100 Thieves.
उसका कोच चेक करेगा।
It looks
करके
like
आके बताएगा।
fairly in control of this at this point.
क्या
Those
ना?
explosive moments
तुम
of
दुखी मत
those
होना।
5 rounds in the middle of the pack.
Kevin. Kevin?
seemed like it could be the same steamroller that we saw yesterday.
Oh.
And then 100
Oh,
thieves.
blind पे ले लिया उसने, देख रहे हो?
Pressure. They had responses to that same side A aggression that they failed to hold in the last round. In
देखो देखो तुम केले वाले चिप्स ही खाओ.
Already, we're going to see the pause out of Nongshim. Now, they are a team that are quite happy, if the moment feels right, to invest even 2 pauses back-to-back in a row, if they feel that they are necessary.
Like करो guys and subscribe करो.
Talk things over in this circumstance.
हाँ जल्दी जल्दी करना पड़ेगा.
Like and subscribe
and quick as well, because you coming up with that punish. Sure, I don't think that I sit there and look at Lotus and feel like it's a dominant in either side. In fact, both teams have beaten an EMEA team in overtime. Those are the victories they've had throughout this tournament so far on Lotus. But even still, when you go into the Sunset map your opponent hasn't played, and they look this comfortable,
कौन copy किया वो dialogue?
Thieves are coming today with a game plan.
जोकर की हवेली का डायलॉग डाल रहा है कोई.
Have they tripped themselves up?
कौन है? पकड़ो उसको. कार्ड पे पकड़ो उसको.
With that late round aggression, think of the defense. The round we said they should have pushed up to 6 on, and even more perhaps.
वो गोल्डी भाई को बोला था जोकर ने.
But in the
पकड़ो उसको चैट पे पकड़ो.
they go back to their scrappy style. They look for the fights. They push too much. And the comp isn't really allowing them to do that.
ये लोग को एक और राउंड है.
It's a trap play and a reset. Nongshim skipped the resets, and now they've been put miles behind.
Nice.
A chance to fight back here. Rifles in hand for a majority. But Danby down already.
They managed to at least deal with the ult. And then Ivy's hit the shot to Timotino. That's going to level the playing field. Shot dart into the back of side will do damage, but the kills are going one way and one way alone. In fact, they're all going the way of Nongshim. A back and forth on this A side of the map, but some very low players. RB, one of them, 2 HP. Flash, he's going to repeat.
Oh man,
that's almost too
crazy
easy.
One.
Weapon now retrieved, but Francis holding in the corner might just have done enough. It comes down to 1. Cryo has been the best player so far. That time has been ticking for quite a while, and his opponent in Ivy is just waiting for him to try and make his move. He'll get it to half a leaf, maybe even try and stick it a little further. He lands the shot, the last
हो जाएगा.
he got the diffuser.
क्या भाई?
क्रेजी था. उसको थोड़ा सा रुकना था, पता है साइफर को.
वही तो.
थोड़ा सा रुक के जाता तो जीत जाते हैं.
That is a crazy clutch from him. It felt like it was played pretty well on the other side. Ivy ran the clock down as much as he could. Even went in for the shoulder peek at the end there. And from his perspective, there's a good chance that it's being stuck. The time is so low, not many would have the balls to stop at this stage, allowing the reveal to come through while he's still crouched down
भी कर दिया बे उसने.
And you can see even at the end, they weren't sure he had it, but a big win, a big fight as well, right off rip, 100 Thieves. They changed their aggression to the B side, but they found, the TP from Bang, they thought he left! But somehow, he survives in the shadows, a corner, unchecked, and Nongshim needing a clutch now. A 1v2 with Bang still in their way. It is his round.
Crazy one.
To put 100 Thieves on 12.
I think he would have put.
अब बोलो रेवन कौन जीत रहा है?
With the way he managed to disappear from vision. And then reappear.
फिर भी कैसे आ गए देख रहे हो?
Not one player was.
वो हगना सीधा कंटिन्यू होगा. नेक्स्ट में भी हम ही जीत रहे. पर्ल भी 100 टिप्स का अच्छा है. वो देख के छोड़ दिया, देख रहे हो? Breach.
That moment is going to be in the back of
Breach
his head
है
for quite some
कौन है वो?
time. He
Breach है ना?
looks to check if somebody's there, but it's a half check. Then they're punished for it.
They'd already killed 2 players. They saw re-aggression coming out, and why would he still be there?
Crazy one.
And then just further reinforcement. You hear that TP, and you think anyone who was even cautious of him being around there,
crazy shit.
He's running away. Yeah. He's fleeing. Let's get around that corner and catch him. Losing sight.
Time out लिए लोग.
And small.
भरो Ivy को भरो.
And 100 Thieves use to blow this map wide open for Nongshim. They are so far behind now. This is a squad that seemed to have a commanding lead at a point with a chance to push it even further. They failed to secure a lead at the halftime, and from there, 100 Thieves have emptied the vault. They've taken them for everything they're worth with Nongshim. Almost guaranteed to need a reverse sweep for the grand final spot.
Clutch rounds.
Bring them down.
And now Nongshim need to find 6 in a row. The thing is, they've been investing over the last few rounds, so it's not like they've been building up to a big buy. This is still them on the brink. Only a singular primary rifle, but they do have a couple of ults to play with. Now we saw them on the defense use both of these in one round, and wow, blink and you miss it. Timotino's already got the first that could be putting map 1 on the board for 100 Thieves.
Nongshim sending this to the A side. Only one man stands there, but it is the demon from their darkest dreams, their nightmares in the previous bang. In the corner, put 100 Thieves up to 12. Timotino's not stopping either. He's pushing forward, but Bang will have to hold his ground, but the reinforcements are coming. A tag up onto Francis. He's down to 10 HP, and what was previously 1 man on this A site is now 3, is now 4. In fact, 100 Thieves have wrapped in heavy, and it seems like Nongshim are going to take advantage of that. The spike's going the other way.
Playing off site. Nice shot from Damby. He tries this as a ruse. The TP is going to give the information that they are outside that side of the map. Already rolling Thunder in, but it's not going to connect onto anybody. That back moment of the site. Shock dart in. Plant will be coming through with 7 seconds to spare, and this flank could end up being everything, but it needs to get a move on. In fact, I think he knows it, starts running it down behind, tries to give space, but it's forward again, leaving RB as all that remains, and 100 Thieves from what was looking like a bit of a dangerous map, a map they banned all the way through the tournament so far. They have won it convincingly in the second half.
A remarkable performance from 100 Thieves, starting out behind and then running away with the game. Coming in today after dishing out an incredible to Vitality. You thought
next match bhi hai, ruk jao.
They would come in today as the biggest challenge 100
कुछ नहीं होने वाला.
faced, and yet we have seen them
देख लिया कैसे अग्रे.
for every trick.
तो का उससे मार गया. ठीक है ये.
1-0, and it seems like there's danger for Korea's number 1.
इतना 12-6 हार गया क्या?
Thank you very much, Mitch and Tom. Map number 1, 6-6 at half. So close, but then it's just rifled off yet again for 100 Thieves.
डिलीट करने के लिए बोल दो फिर कि वो ये EWC होते ही.
Fully sure if they knew what they're doing, but they definitely.
डिलीट करने बोल दो.
They definitely were. It was definitely a trap card. Letting that map be.
मैं बोल दूं नेक्स्ट मैच क्या होगा?
They've been playing here in EWC as well.
NS जीतेगी पहल मैच और उसके बाद डिसाइडर मैच पे चेंज होगा. डिसाइडर मैच में ये लोग जीतेंगे. देख लेना पक्का है.
They brought that breach out. I was excited about it, but this is what happens if you play breach twice in a row. In my mind, you kind of get exposed.
Yeah, welcome back here to our analyst space. Joining us is Vitality head coach Pal. As Mitch gave that toss without knowing you were here.
I think he did. Yeah.
That's messed up, Mitch.
Yeah,
also, big time joining us here. Yeah.
Just chose not to say anything.
Obviously, you got pulled in during that halftime interview with Lou, but what did you see so far from this match?
I think the biggest thing is just 100 Thieves, obviously, as you were saying, they've left it open in this series for a reason. They were ready for that pick. They kind of expected Nongshim to go, yep, there's a gap, there's an opportunity we can make the most of, and they've prepped really, really well. I think that's the clear bit. They were ready for that pick. They knew, as you said, what that breach was going to be doing every time, and they were absolutely on top of that.
Yeah, big time. You had a replay for us here in round 8, something that you wanted to see early on.
So this is like the success of Nongshim in a way. This is what the breach comp does the best. So when they can make it work like this, the rounds start to look beautiful. This defender half, I was getting a little bit excited. I was starting to feel good about Nongshim. But it was more as the game progressed. So this is truly old school Nongshim. They've been running this kind of strat on the map since 2024. It's all about enabling Damby. Yeah. But then you see it more when we move across to that second half, especially. It stops working, it slows down, and the counters start to beer from 100 Thieves.
And that's
हर बार push किया तो कैसे चलेगा?
when he's in any comp is he starts to get kind of red really easily, and I feel like for Nongshim they tried. That round was the only kind of wild card that they threw out there, but everything else was red by 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why we saw Cryo top the charts there, 400 Thieves being that defensive cipher and just slowing down the very telegraphed plays. That feels like it compositionally, you're kind of stunting yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you've said that they're playing into their style ultimately.
Yeah.
That's the biggest strength. That's the thing that makes Nongshim so brilliant and has got them this far. So we can say it's stunting them, it's restricting them, it's maybe putting a ceiling on what they can do, but also what they've already got planned out is something we know they're going to be executing consistently.
Yeah, and I think when you're looking at a player like Cryo, right, his defense side, his positioning was absolutely phenomenal, popping the cages at the right times, using those one-ways to get the spray downs, and I think he had way too many multi-frags than he should have. He should have been traded so many times, but he was just so good. Yeah, we didn't even know he had time for the spike. Insane.
He's too good. He's having a fantastic tournament so far, but exactly the way he's dancing around those sites is amazing to watch. I felt like he was never.
ये तो नहीं सारे तो रुकी है.
Always able to stay alive. Every time they came to his site, which means it's impossible to attack into that.
It's kind of crazy too, because we usually see this kind of performance from Cryo on something like a chamber. On a cipher,
मैंने कल स्विगी से कुछ ऑर्डर किया था चिप्स बोल के हॉट चिप्स बोल के रहा था. देखा तो बहुत ज्यादा टिका है. एक चिप के लिए एक पानी का वो ले रहा हूँ मैं.
It's interesting because obviously Nongshim
ज़्यादा spicy है.
It's obviously a map they're clearly not too comfortable with. When we were looking at it in prep, it was one that was we were looking at to target as well. So I think again, 100 Thieves have taken the same angle that Nongshim kind of did and going right here's something we obviously back ourselves on that they look a little bit questionable with. We're going to go for it. Does that
देख रहे हो सनसेट कौन लिया था? NS ने लिया था फिर भी
who knows?
100 Thieves जीत गई थी. और ये लोटस कौन लिया था? 100 Thieves भी थी. पक्का यही लोग जीतेंगे. 100 Thieves ही जीतेंगे.
It's definitely not a map where they're incredibly comfortable. It feels the bigger, more open maps. I do think they tend to struggle if they can't do the breeze. They like the slam.
हाँ जी मैडम, हेलो. इंटरव्यू चल रहा है. हटो वहाँ से.
So I do worry here.
जल्दी हटाओ.
Resilience and bounce back because 100 Thieves they'll be feeling great about this map.
Listen, let's forget.
कहता हो डायलॉग जल्दी वहाँ से हटाओ ना.
They've been good at this map.
Okay.
Forget the history.
All right.
Based on that last map alone, 100 Thieves.
Guys, आज स्ट्रीम जल्दी एंड होने वाली है क्योंकि 2-0 होने वाला है.
That's an incredible setup.
अरे?
For what's about to come. You would presume so.
Okay.
But you've never
2-0 coming.
it down. I have.
Okay.
I was on the receiving
ID
end
was
of
on
that.
banner.
You can win a first map against these guys, and then it doesn't go to plan after that.
Okay, true.
So who knows?
Well, that was my question. One thing that jumped out at me about EWC as a tournament as a whole is we've seen so many times people losing on their own map picks, including when they lose map 1, they're like, oh no. And then they go steal the map away. Why has that been so prevalent so far in this tournament?
I think it just comes down to preparation time. Like you've got a wide range of teams that some have had loads of time, some have not had a huge amount of time. And when you've got matchups and they're quite new for the first time, and you don't necessarily understand exactly what it is like to play against a certain team, sometimes just that surprise factor can catch you off. Either because the players go, okay, this is now what it feels like, or the other team has gone, yeah, they're going to pick this map.
देख रहे हो तुमको ही लगा.
Spend all night preparing for it.
I think to add on to your point as well, I think the
तुम भी रिटर्न में लगाओ.
that to be the case in the double duelist. We see a lot more Phoenix. We see the snowball start to get online.
देखो तुमको देख रही है असली.
For a lot of these teams, so it doesn't matter. Let's say it's your map pick, but the opponent wins a pistol. They win a bonus. They're in an advanced ult cycle here. It doesn't matter if you feel strong about the macro. If you're getting
क्या चिप्स चाहिए वे दोनों उसको?
Your region is up 1-0. Give us the copion on why they're going to close it out here in 2.
Listen, I just know that Valorant is a momentum-based game, and based off what we're seeing right now, Nongshim, they're not showing me that they have a lot under their sleeves. It feels a little bit more 100 Thieves-sided.
Maybe वही बोल रहा था रेवन को नहीं मान रहा.
He's on fire. He's one of those players you really want to see perform, and if he's performing like that, and Asuna and Timotino come online, it's kind of GG's.
Is it?
अभी मोमेंटम ना अच्छी खासी है 100 Thieves को. और एक वो मैप भी 100 Thieves ही सेलेक्ट की है. देख रहे हो रेवन? इसलिए बोल रहा हूँ. रेवन. अरे ये राउंड NS जीत रही है. हाँ? NS जीत रही है क्या?
All right, before we get back with
जीतेगी वो देखो
battle
लड़का
number
तुम
2
पे
of
हंस रहा है
NRG
पीछे
versus BBL.
अच्छा
Before we get back
हंसने दो
to
जीतने के बाद
tonight's
पता
matchup,
चलेगा
It's not over yet, Digon.
don't forget, season 2 of Level Up with the EWC documentary will be back on Prime Video, so go check that out whenever you can. Take a look at the trailer.
ओए यार तू 100 को सपोर्ट कर नहीं भाई हेलो मेडी भाई वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम बोला था कॉल नहीं करने कब बोला भाई किसको कॉल करने
16 teams vied for the crown, but now only one will take it.
अरे यार डीसी बैठे हम लोग डीसी ज्वाइन करो
अरे भाई ऑफिस नहीं गए
क्या
ऑफिस नहीं गया क्या
आज नहीं गया
बोल दो कि 1 घंटे में जीटे पे आते हैं ये मैच जल्दी खत्म होने वाला है
I remember watching Pokemon until I got a drop, and I was like super excited to get it, and I was just grinding the game with my brother. I started like really playing the game when I was like 14. Then by like 15,
14
there is something
14
special here that could be done in this game. I started winning
14
some tournaments, like local land.
पर बोलना तुम रेवन
I was like, maybe I could like go far. I think he brings a lot.
14 है 14 उनके वो उस पे बोलो
He's funny, making
वो
jokes,
slang में
and at the same time he's like very serious and hardworking.
Huh?
Sayonara was someone that was really well known to basically everybody in the scene.
14.
He was playing in the top
Yes.
2 leagues. He was
Perfecto.
looking fantastic statistically.
When I started playing, it was quite exciting. I was happy that I
Quite
could be
exciting.
making it out of the game.
There is no one that is able
Quite
to
exciting.
bring all of those player skill sets along with the flexibility in his Asian pool and still be able to deliver at the same level he does when he's at his best.
I said my family I'm gonna be pro player. They said ignore it, go school. But I said just trust me.
उसका तो बकचोदी बहुत ज्यादा है पता है तुमको
And when I signed the contract, I proved myself too much.
एक राउंड के लिए ना इतना चिल्लाता है इतने क्राउड के पास जाता है
Everyone thinks he can only shoot, but he can do everything.
वो छोटा बच्चा है ना अभी बोला था 5th प्लेयर ऐसा वो
He's a joker in our team.
It feels like
BBL का
people
टीम है
believe in me for a reason because they know I'm good. So I take it as a compliment each time and try to prove to everyone that I am
Try
good and
to-
I can play as good as
try
I can.
He's kind
Try
of
to
like playing a
prove.
lot, learning a lot, and kind of like trying to share it too.
He's not a player who wants absolutely to be micromanaged for
उनका कोच का इंग्लिश अच्छा है
everything. He's very confident in what he has.
ये दूसरा कंट्री का होगा
Previously, and we just need to make sure that we're there and available to do everything we possibly can for him.
You're looking at all these rookies that are coming to tier 1 and they just look like the best players on the planet. The young generation can take a bit more strategic approach to the game while still having fun and running around.
सोवा कहाँ से आ गया
I'm
बे?
so unbelievably excited to play on the biggest stage, especially here in Paris. I just can't wait.
सोवा की तरह बोल रहा है स्ट्रेटेजिक इस पे क्या ना
म्यूट कर दो गाना कर दिया ना हाँ
कर दिया
ये पता है कितना क्या है गेमिंग चेयर
कितने
$699 ओनली वो भी स्टार्टिंग वाला उसके बाद 749 उसके बाद 899
चेयर है क्या है
फिर ये मतलब अच्छे से कंफर्ट होता है मेन चीज तुमको कुछ भी बैक पेन ऐसा नहीं होता बोल के बताते हैं मेरे को नहीं पता मेरे को ना ये सोल वाला ही अच्छा लगता है ग्रीन सोल का तुम्हारा कौन सी है रेवन
मेरी लोकल है
तुमको बैक पेन नहीं होती है
नहीं
सही है कोई भी हो लोकल हो या तो ब्रांडेड हो बैक पेन नहीं हुआ था बस वही चाहिए
चालू
हाँ
स्टार्ट हो रहा है
म्यूट कर दो
Up that confidence as well in the server against Nongshim. These are no easy players to beat. They have proven records. Like you mentioned earlier, winning that first map doesn't mean everything. The return in the fight, taking that map is definitely a possibility here for Nongshim.
Yeah, talk to me about that, pal. What are you saying right now? You're in the dressing room of 100 Thieves. You've just had that big map win on
ये घुमाता रहेगा बस नहीं मारता
नहीं जीतते लड़की की सगी नहीं
रेवन तुमको ही बोल रहा कुछ उधर ना लेट इट बोल के है ना आईटी को निकाल दो और तुम्हारा एस से ना रेवंस बोल के वो एस को उधर लगा दो क्या होता तब
अच्छा दोस्त तो लेते हो तुम भाई के बारे में
a little bit of just making sure we hear the feedback from the players. They get stuff to, they get defense stuff, they get to celebrate stuff, and then you just reset from there. Basically.
56% win rate so far this year for Nongshim. But they're going to have to come up big here on the pick for 100 Thieves.
I think it's kind of crazy too because before coming into this match, 100 Thieves actually had an 80% win rate on their pistols, winning 8 out of 10 of their pistols. I can't remember who won that first game because I was busy going wild. But we're actually going to see the agents.
Both in that one, surprise, surprise.
सही है
double controller single duelist
patented comp. We saw them play this against Gentlemates, a tough OT, but they got the job done. I will say there's something glaringly missing for me in this composition that I've spoke about non-stop, which is that Viper. 100 Thieves, they're playing it properly old school.
Properly old school, absolutely. I think
लोटस में रेज और नियॉन का अच्छा रहता है कॉम्बो है ना
himself on that waylay, especially in this first half on the fence, in really awkward positions. He's not having his line of sight denied. They're not taking away any of the information he's able to steal, and then they're able to shift that over across to the Viper and the Vise sides to hard.
बोल रहा कॉम्बो करना आना चाहिए बढ़िया होता है
Nongshim to try and explode through as much defense as possible.
कॉम्बो तो सही है ना
half as well. Ivy's got to have to defend against that waylay, but there's so much verticality and burst there that it is able to bring that it makes his job very difficult. Ivy's been a fantastic player.
ये मैच का एमवीपी कौन बन रहा है बताओ
The odds are stacked against him here.
बेले बन रहा है
100%. I think we're going to see
नहीं बेले बन रहा है
the fighting from Dambi and
Timotino.
absolutely. And ultimately it's that duo taking the fight. 200 Thieves that's going to have to make the difference.
और ये पूरा मैच का भी वही होगा एमवीपी मतलब इन दोनों टीम्स के बीच में
Say your real thoughts.
How do you feel right now given the you're like it's they're playing it correctly. How do you really feel?
Valorant is a deeply strategic game.
Bang bang bang.
A very deeply vibes-based game. It's also about who wants it more in the server. Viper or no.
तो सारे ना टीम सेंटिनल्स का वो लोग हैं
They don't care. I'm feeling good for Nongshim, baby. Let's
फैंस
Viper or no Viper. I know two guys who always want it. They're on the cast right now. It is Tom and Mitch.
That's only from you, D.
पता है टीम सेंटिनल्स
Tom, it's time to see how map 2 plays out.
मेरा टीम था वो
had such a good start to the previous, but then it really fell apart. It looked like 100 Thieves came in.
नहीं मेरे को पूछा था वो लोग आके तुम्हारा नाम रख सकते क्या बोल के मैंने बोला हाँ ठीक है रख लो
As well for me in the previous. I feel like Nongshim came in with a comp that didn't really suit them and how they like to play, especially those late rounds.
भाई ये पेरा बेकस कर रहा है यार
taken, and sometimes it was a little bit of a handover played. I wonder if
6-7 what 6-7
अबैकस कर रहा है
more towards comfort.
Yeah, I think Exor's being back on the duelist is always going to be that little bit more exciting. Although I am a little bit sad, if things maybe don't go to plan
double
this
monster,
map, we might
triple
not get to
monster.
see his Phoenix.
तुमको आती है अबैकस करना
So far,
नहीं भाई
I do sit and look at this and go,
ऐसी क्या
okay, I don't think either team
मुझे बस ऊपर नीचे करना आता है
blew me away, and their victories I think are very
कैलकुलेशन कैसे करते हैं वो नहीं मालूम
crazy comeback victory for Nongshim
Audience
when
ने
they
लिखी थी वो कर
played
रही थी
against the
6-7
Mets, which they ended up losing
क्या
that
क्या
series as well.
क्या क्या
So
क्या
it's whether or not that we can see that slightly better attack once we get there, which they massively struggle on, or if they are going to have a sort of another defensive masterclass.
अबैकस नहीं हैंड्स को फ्री कर रहा है वो ठीक है
really having a
तुम्हारा बंदे को देख रहे हो कैसे खा रहा है
The fact is though both teams are kind of in a similar position where regionally this map hasn't gone fantastically well, and then when they came here they won
10 seconds.
So I feel like we're in level
Check payment on thank you so much your mango lassi rupa please ando जोक
अटैकिंग है इनकी पहले, ठीक है। अरे भाई साहब वो 3 लोग बैठे।
किसी पे 2 को पिक करके 1 का ओके चलेगा भाई कहना अभी लास्ट 2 बंदे बचे देख बोल रहा था ना लास्ट एक ही बच्चा है रेवन हेलो रेवन तुम्हारा है
मेरी वाली है भाई प्रोटोकॉल और आयन दोनों
तुम्हारी है कब करी थे वैलोरेंट वाला बोले क्या लेने के लिए तुम्हारा राम रख दो बोल क्या
बोले कि तुम्हारी वाली शेरिफ हम दे सकते हैं ना इनको। मैं बोला हाँ भाई
वो लोग नहीं दिए ठीक है वो लोग नहीं दिए हिंदी नहीं मर गए
मेरा बेटर है ना।
Yeah, a great pistol round from 100.
मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई सीमेंट कर दूँ अभी हमारा बेटर है बोल रहा है तुम्हें
to start this out, but then they go for the re-aggression out on C, win all of the duels.
Super Plus, thank you so much for another mango lassi.
Indeed, yeah.
And then that.
नहीं another.
पेरिस में कौन है फिर?
Super Plus, thank you so much for your samosa. Ando, joke. उन्हीं को देखो कैसे शिफ्ट कर रहे हैं। मारा नियन को पकड़े। डाम्बी को क्या हो रहा है? Raven?
But that's the thing, they've
Hello, Raven.
across the board and then a singular sniper. Like this is one where you almost need to just be getting that little bit closer than maybe you would have liked. I'm just going to be interested to see how these are used towards the bonus round. Like what sort of plan 100 Thieves.
Oh, nice one, baby.
From there, it seems
क्या मारा था?
हेलो नोंगशिम सालो ढंग से खेल लो।
नहीं होता बोल ना नहीं होता।
This Nongshim side able to do with the pistols. You just let's strafe run and just headshot them as we go.
मैंने बोला अभी ढंग से खेलेंगे ठीक है।
अच्छा। Super Plus, thank you so much for your pani puri.
I do think that for Nongshim this round is going to carry a lot of weight. Looking at how this started.
ये रेवन को दे दो पानी पूरी।
It's an anti-eco, but look at how
देख रहे हो
aggressive
रेवन?
they looked for all of those fights. Those are the mistakes.
मेरी चैट कितनी अच्छी है तुमको पानी पूरी देने के लिए बोल रहे।
इसके बाद डाम्बी काशी जाके कमबैक करेगा।
ओह आईवी को कितना मारा देखो। 7 HP पर बचा है।
Healing over
He's
here.
going to be healed back up, but that outlaw now becomes deadly.
क्या करेगा ये करके?
As well as the
करने वाला है फिर।
majority of this Nongshim squad.
I wonder if that's why the Spectres are
T पे जा रहे हैं लोग।
If you know that your opponents are constantly buying light shields in these rounds, the Spectre becomes more and more deadly. Much higher.
क्यों मार रहे बोलो उधर ऊपर?
Able to clear out some of those kills.
हाँ अरे ब्लाइंड देखो किधर लगा है?
But also,
उसका blind तो नहीं
as
है।
said, like starting out on the attack for Nongshim, this is where they really struggled. A bonus round victory is a necessity, unless again they are hoping for a crazy comeback and already under pressure from the aggression of that whaley. It was mentioned by on the
इतना दूर पड़ा देखा गोली।
a consistent factor for Timotino.
Thinking of yesterday, when Nongshim were the team who went where they want, when they want. Now it seems like there was a different face being worn by this squad. One of respect, one perhaps of fear. As 100 Thieves have kept them back, even with these weaker weapons. The rotations drive.
Oh, crazy. देख रहे हो टीम का
That's the idea, and it better be.
लोग फिर से स्लिप आ गए।
20 seconds left, and still a vice wall up. It's going to cause problems as the first breaks through. The spike still stuck behind.
Oh man.
RB isolated on the
Crazy.
TP. And as this wall goes down, as soon as reposition.
अच्छा good try.
They drop the planter. Give it time.
good
6
try.
seconds.
Oh.
For Ivy down.
Timotino.
Sure.
Tim.
Floor, but he may be soon to
Oh.
Timotino.
Oh bhai. टिमोटिनो बोल रहा था ना वही बनेगा MVP। सुन लो रेवन, अभी भी चांस है तुम लोग को चेंज करने का।
Leaving players low, but he was everywhere. We saw him take fights on the entirety of the map, starting out aggressively on A, moving his way through the
कितने पॉइंट्स है रेवन? एक बार पॉइंट्स बता, मैं भूल गया।
fighting back into the C side. Literally wherever Nongshim went,
पॉइंट्स कितना है अभी पूरा?
and he's even there to close it out in the end. What a fantastic round from him individually. And as said,
ओनली 3 ही सुनाई दे रहा मेरे को, दूसरा वाला क्या है?
time out versus mates, there needed to be a bonus round. There needed to be
रेवन पनौती है।
on the attack side for Nongshim.
Up against Vitality, I don't think I saw Nongshim approach a
3-0 है, 3-0
with that sense of trepidation. And then you look at this round where they have the rifles and their opponents have got the weak weapons. It's a big map, like Lotus as well. One where if you decide to just, hey, let's run at that site and see what happens. Even against those low buys, there should be less numbers there.
रेवन पॉइंट्स काउंट बता ना एक बार, मेरे को नहीं दिख रहा है।
100 Thieves show that they've got claws.
0
for 100 Thieves, 13 for...
And now Nongshim are left with pistols. Certainly know where you want to count them out.
ओके बोलो सच में तो आने वाला नहीं है। फिर से डैम भी पकड़ेगा।
Sitting back, allowing them to have that early space, and when the utility's gone, they'll look for the fight.
Backside. Arsenal waiting.
Oh.
A chance at range to spray down multiple players. They're looking to put the pressure on to him.
Oh! Crazy man.
Kills in a matter of seconds. While the ace
Oh
is going to be handed over. Cryo doesn't want him to get all of the
Reven,
but there was only
points
one
कितना है Reven?
that was important.
Oh Reven, देख रहे हो? तुम्हारे लिए कुछ कर रही है।
Comfortable in the end.
All these fans, be it 100 Thieves or Gentlemates fans, but
हमारा बे?
they're having one hell of a show here today. Came in.
अन्नों पे भी मारा है।
वो तो तुक्का लग
A
गया।
lot rooting for
अच्छा।
Nongshim, even over on that mate side. We saw a lot of their jerseys stand up as those boys mounted the stage, but this is a completely different vibe from what we saw yesterday, from what we've seen from Nongshim all tournament long. And we're getting a timeout
Crazy
here.
one
No
था।
surprise with how things have gone. A 4-0 start, the next round carrying a lot of weight for this squad. As at this stage, it's not just about this, it's about the end of the previous map. This has been a streak where 100 Thieves look and feel more and more confident by the round.
I felt like we saw glimpses of this on Split yesterday, where Nongshim went a little bit silent. I think it was 4 rounds in a row for Vitality. Then Exros wins 1 round with the Sheriff, and they're right back. It's like nothing ever happened.
With the Sheriff, yeah.
And I think that might be the moment that they need, because that sort of quirky, aggressive style hasn't been shown just yet. And I think that can be the case. There's a couple of maps where they do look that little bit more.
No.
इतना sad क्यों? अरे देख 100 Thieves उल्टा पकड़ा हुआ इसने।
And at least for now,
उल्टा लिखा हुआ उसने।
it seems like 100
चलता है एक बार होता है।
in the driver's seat. Everybody stepping up. Of course, we've seen this organization.
अभी से 100 Thieves उल्टा हो जाएगा।
History, 3rd to 4th at an international event is something they have achieved before. But making it to that grand final versus opposition from around the world is something that has evaded them. And well, if it keeps going as it does right now, they might be taking down the Santiago Masters winners to get into that grand final.
A team who has looked on form again, looking at the
100 Thieves जा रही है grand finals को।
over Vitality, but Nongshim in general. They played an impressive game. They looked like players like Dambi, even after the Neon nerf.
अगर जाके देखना हो टूर्नामेंट तो कितने पैसे लगते हैं?
Reaching another
अभी उधर जाने के लिए लगता है आराम से तुमको फ्लाइट टिकट ही 1 लाख कुछ लगता है, 1 लाख चेंज। आना जाने का 3 लाख फ्लाइट्स का ही होता है। तो रहने का एक $200 सोच लेना हर दिन का।
They're hearing players go through mid and immediately.
Blood 20,000.
But Dambi's there to stop them.
Nice.
One man that's completely dissipated the push. A thorn in their side, a spanner in the works. And what could have been another nasty trap quickly becomes a Nongshim round.
That's a really big round from Dambi already. The Cryo left alone. The first on the board by the looks of things. Presence outside the B side is all they needed.
एक राउंड ले लो,
100 Thieves
दे दिया
over
ऐसा।
Timatino's ultimate is the go call for Dambi.
वो सर्किल स्काई को बने उधर पूरा।
And his early success, Dambi in particular, his early
Huh?
success hasn't been there.
Level?
We saw 100 Thieves dealing with him, starting
स्काई
to
को
shut
बने
him
वो
down on
सर्किल्स।
Sunset.
वो शायद वाइस के वो है ना थॉर्न्स जो है
That
उनका।
defensive aggression never really found its footing, but now a good round for him. Right after the timeout, Nongshim finding themselves success. It's not like
कुछ हो गया।
weapon being saved is
Finally
going
एक
to
round आ
have
रहा
a
है।
huge amount of impact for 100 Thieves. They've already got a lot of credits built up.
एक राउंड से क्या ही हो जाता है।
But happy to save it over the butterfly effect.
जीतने भी तो है। अभी ये लोग कैसे कमबैक करते
पलट
देखो।
जाता है, गेम पलट जाता है।
अब देखो ना, अब देखो कैसे कैसे अपने लोग और 2 राउंड देखते दे दो।
अरे जमल गुड्डू,
जमल गुड्डू
Like you get that economy boost, you get yourself an opportunity to really build into this game. But it's one where I don't know if it's recreatable. Like you had a
कर दे
hyper
जिंक्स
aggressive
कर
move
दे
to
भाई,
try
नहीं
and
जिंक्स
trap
नहीं
them in
कर
the
रहा हूँ
B
मैं
side.
बोल रहा हूँ।
2 players were waiting.
हो जाएगा,
and they
देखो
just
तुम।
got baited
ये अभी डाम्बी ने मारा ना,
through the smoke in
ये एक ने उन लोगों को बचा दिया। वो नहीं करते तो नहीं जीतते। ये तो सही बात है, तुम ही बोलो है ना।
But it might give them a little bit more of a tentative defense.
देखना कैसे एक एक पिक हो जाएंगे ये लोग इनस वाले।
would be given a lot more respect than it was, and they go back to maybe that one too. Aggression from Timatino with his get out of jail free card.
Timatino
once Bales takes Francis out. A lot of utility removed.
Marega.
Dog you'd love to have to be the
nice.
trailblazer instead. Dambi sent through to do that. The first on the board already.
Nice. Oh crazy.
On the side.
Oh man, बोरा एक नंबर है। अरे सही में ना एक क्रेजी किल है बोरा ने। पर अभी हार भी सकता है। मरेगा देखा। Oh man.
Some of the value of that Viper wall as well. Like they put that deeper
भाई वो
smoke
वहाँ
down,
बैठा इन
and
लोगों
then
ने
just the
देखा
bubble
भी है
goes up.
उसको, फिर भी
Timatino
नहीं कर
walks
रहे
through the
भाई,
smoke.
फिर भी
You
नहीं
know
देख
कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं है, नहीं ओमेन नहीं बताया होगा ना।
वही तो बताया ही नहीं उसने।
हाँ, वरना वो दोनों नहीं जाते ऐसा। अरे रेस को तो पता था, रेस भी नहीं बोला पहले। रेस का वो उसने वो भेजा ना, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, बॉम्बर्ड को।
वही तो रेस के बॉम्बर्ड ने पकड़ा उसको।
हाँ। क्या हो रहा है भाई इनका?
The Timatino is more than happy to challenge that space.
Of course he is. With an opener,
ये वेले की टांगे
why
तोड़ना
not?
बोलता।
Aggression again with Ivy
Oh,
this
nice
time.
वो एक और है ओए।
अरे नहीं नहीं मारना था इसको।
Spotted now. Asuna pops the ultimate.
Interesting.
In their spawn. Again, this is just him trying to stay alive, but the TP
Oh.
towards the seaside. It doesn't seem to matter.
इजी ले लिया ना इवन ने।
He's taken the round into his own two
Left
hands.
में
With 4 last alive, yeah, he'll get the jump on one, but 4 more to take down. A 1v5 ace clutch is needed for 100 Thieves to keep this momentum going.
एक एक नहीं मिला तो नहीं होता, एक एक मिल गया तो हो जाता। अब वोमन मरेगा देख।
Dambi the hero. Nope. Nope. That's all.
Nice.
And the next was Ivy.
स्मोक वेस्ट कर दे दो।
The first, but then the double just
कई को किया ऐसा?
I am
वो
interested
बड़ा?
in the ult that was thrown out as well.
अच्छा वो
The
फ्री
Steel
वाला।
Garden being utilized as maybe a deterrent, but it definitely didn't work.
उसने फुटस्टेप दे दिया था वो क्या बोलते हैं?
See the level of surprise on the
उसका नाम क्या है बे?
players' faces.
आईबी ने।
हाँ आईवी नहीं, वो दूसरा वाला उनका टीम का 100 Thieves का वेले।
A bit more of a flash in the pan, some individual brilliance.
टीमो हाँ, उसने ना वो पूरा वो यूज करके आया ना, फुटस्टेप से लगे।
100 Thieves towards that seaside. You can see the bang is stepping up a little bit, taking some space. The operator right around the corner. The dog on its way. Of course, he can always just TP out even from that spot. It's because of that he's able to survive.
इतना भी नहीं आ रहा क्या उसको?
This early round for both
दिखा
teams
देंगे।
is them sitting back, waiting for their operators to be challenged, waiting.
ये अल्ट करके जाएगा तो क्रेजी होगा।
As of right now, a stalemate It really does put the pressure on towards Nongshim. Door open. They've sent Aura running. Dive in from Timatino as a result, but he spotted one outside.
Timatino.
There's not much they can do here. There's presence all across the map.
Also with the showstopper,
Timatino.
go late into this sort of round. And with the Nightfall on the other side, there's even an element for 100 Thieves that might just want to try and play this as a retake. Instead, though,
A पे plant होगा देखो.
the potential for the weaponry to be
नहीं B
removed.
पे भी हो
It looks
सकता
like
है.
100
लोग
Thieves
सीधा
have
B
a
भागेंगे last
completely
second
wrong
में.
read. They are sending 4 players
Just
towards
sound
the C
देख
side of
के
the map and leaving Arsena completely
भाई
alone.
plant कर रहे हैं पे.
Yeah, they thought the smokes were put down on A just to rob them of info so the fake would work, but instead it's
Oh, crazy one.
Asuna,
Tim Revenger से ही मरे.
seconds left. The spam is good. It stopped the plant. It's bought them at least a little bit more time. 100 Thieves. 6 seconds on the clock. One more denial would be enough.
अरे यार.
Nongshim find themselves just enough
ठीक
room.
है हो जाता. Oh crazy. होगा अभी भी होगा अभी भी होगा.
That's a big pick. He can wait now for Cryo, who's on his way.
नीचे देख ले नीचे देख ले नीचे देख ले.
Francis. That seems to have given Nongshim the upper hand. And it may well pull them across the line with the op still sitting around. Sure, the shot is missed, but they still have time on their side. 2 players
snake bite.
to run that clock down.
Snake bite.
It's good, but look, he's going to wait. Francis running that all
Nice
the way
one,
down
man.
to the final second. They are
But you
playing
all
this
back
to win off of the clock, and I think they've already
अब
got
तो
it
मारेगा.
done. Camby most certainly locks it in.
2 शॉट आ गए उसने. डाम्बी को घर जाके पड़ेगा ना पीछे.
I think the timing of the steal
मैं
goal
भी आया
ended up
देखो.
being the best because I was a little bit worried. Like I saw them priming it originally, and I was like, okay, for Arsena, that's basically a death sentence, especially if the showstopper's used at the same time. Then they just use the showstopper. I'm like, oh, okay, actually, maybe they're in with a chance, but he uses it in the middle stage of the round, allows them to get that plant in with a lot less danger, and then just play those post plants, play the time. 3 of the last 4 rounds for Nongshim. After the start they had, I was getting a little bit worried. And also, Mitch, now that economy runs dry. They finally broken the 100 Thieves bank.
Yeah, it felt like almost an impossibility at a certain point, but chipped away at it. Bit by bit, piece by piece. For 100 Thieves.
आ गया रे बीडू में.
Those traps, but the walk through, the timing.
Nice, nice.
Caught by Ivy.
Nice.
Flash perfect from him.
कोई ना.
He's been great. Single-handedly stopped that aggression.
Yeah, Dambi, तू अब छोड़ दे भाई. तू छोड़ दे अब यार.
For 100 Thieves. 2
काका.
max advantage pistols in play.
बैगन.
Ones across the map. I think all Nongshim need to do now
अरे
is
भाई.
group up to close this round
मेरी
out.
जैसी ऑफ क्यों चला रहा है?
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ.
Although that group up does mean Cross and Cryo, that there is a chance.
अरे बेचारा.
He'd have to hit some nutty shots.
Nice,
Oh,
nice, nice,
Not
nice.
this time. We've seen plenty of them in RB. It's just
कोई ना.
those echoing players.
तो ले लो रे.
Looking like another clean
nice
round
one.
until Vora.
अब गन लेके ना सेव करो
Of
बस.
all the players you'd bank on so far, Ivy's probably the one you'd expect to hit that shot. He has been stellar as that solo player on the other side of the map, but this round is over for sure. And although the economy of 100 Thieves would allow for Vora to go for this, it's whether or not it's
Pick
worth it.
le.
Orbs over to the other
Nice.
side. Problem, but if he can pick up enough, cause some cost for Nongshim, maybe it's worthwhile.
ये अभी 1v5 कर दिया तो.
Yeah, as we can see as well, X-Ross is waiting on the other side of the map, so if he did turn tail to just go
ठीक है एक शॉट मारा है डाम्बी को. दे देते. वरना कोच पिछवाड़े पे मारेगा.
Now we're looking a little bit better here.
Raven.
Starting to piece rounds together, starting to look a little bit more in control.
Raven,
Remember, this is a 100 Thieves map pick though. And I
was
suppose that's a good question to ask as we get towards the end of this half. Where is the goalpost for Nongshim? Is 4 enough already?
Well, if you're going based off how they play versus mates,
Raven, तुम्हारा आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
2, but no, I'd say if they can get 5, I think they're still in a pretty good spot. I think their defensive side aggression was really difficult to play against. It's clearly something 100 Thieves feel ready for, though. And that's what makes it difficult. Dambi, aggression once again!
Oh.
And well, see you later, Cryo. The thing is, this isn't even the push. This is the ruse for some
अरे नहीं जाना था बे.
all alone. Dambi, with no help, no friends beside him, is a menace.
वो friends बोलते हैं अबे teammates को. भाई का बंदा ये. Oh, nice.
He gets dealt with. Timatino's found a response, but
Timatino
still sees them one behind.
It's the wraparound from RB. Okay, he's been spotted. I could have closed the
Aha.
swing from Ivy does just that. Timotino, an op train on his position, and that will be a death sentence. Nongshim back up 5-5. The recovery most certainly honest. The real fear here was that 100 Thieves would replicate that performance from the previous map. Nongshim's pick, but if we could go back in time, I think that would change. 100 Thieves were ready there, but like Nongshim found an extra.
Rupa Bless, thank you so much for your another mango lassi.
Like we've seen these sort of early starts and
जो
that ability to completely
भाई सब्सक्राइब करो गाइस नए वाले
just comes down to a couple of rounds from the likes of
इतना मोर 3 सब्सक्राइबर्स चाहिए 3.235 हो
does
जाए
feel like the 1-2 punch, but of two players that are playing opposite sides of the map. You have Danby just running around. Like this round is literally him diving into the B side, coming out with 2 kills, and the rest of the team are just going, all right, we're going to hit C. You're your own entity. And then think back to some of the other rounds where you have this sort of aggressive push coming in, and Ivy's just holding the line. He's able to just be that almost turret-like player that just doesn't allow 100 Thieves that level of control. It's difficult when both of those players are playing fantastically well. That aggression that was initially working, think of Timotino finding those openers, finding that aggression. When that
Timotino.
Is there another level to 100 Thieves? And well, that's probably what the pause is for, because they've lost 4 in a row now.
But there was on the previous map, you think about Bang hiding in the corner, the impact of Cryo, whether it be in the early fights or the late.
Been a bit quiet here.
Exactly. A complete change for 100 Thieves. Nongshim, Ivy as reliable as ever. Searching for that 6th round now, stun up close. Timotino just about makes it out, and the spam from Bang good enough to trade onto Danby. It's a solid start for 100 Thieves with the man advantage, but Bang being tagged low and the pressure still being put on means they've got to keep delivering. Timotino with the missed stun just bails. The fall back towards the site, space taken for Nongshim, numbers traded, and HB looking better for the attackers.
Yeah, they got aggressive in order to even up.
अरे नहीं बे
Timotino goes back for more. Asner alongside him. Keeps things even in terms of numbers. Just look how much space has been taken. This is the problem I talked about. You have Ivy being able to give them the B site for free. TPing straight in. The pit now goes down, but it seems like they're still a little wary of some of that flank control. That's why the attack are yet to get that plant in, and Arsene has now found himself right within opposition ground.
That smoke's gonna fade soon. He walks through.
अरे
30
thinking maybe they
नहीं करना था
Smart from RB.
RB was sat waiting while Ivy covers up top. Comfortable plant can now be found. Francis has been a snake in the grass for a while, but he's wrapping back to the squad just in time. We talked about his performance in the last map, and now
nice.
The judge, it seemed, would count him out. But that pick
5 हो गया
gives him a
है
weapon. With a smoke down as well, he can actually recover it, and he might need it because Bang, low on HP, low on luck, is being taken out. Look how far back that rifle went. He's managed to recover it. Managed to get it into his hands, but this, a bridge too far.
ऊपर देख रहे ऊपर देख रहे ऊपर देख रहे
Nice. As ever is there to close this one 6-5. The
ऊपर नहीं देगा भाई.
Again, just great work from Ivy, but I also want to give a shout out to RB. Just the patience they have to tap the spike in the B site and then him just wait and watch the smoke. He had an inkling that, okay, we need to maybe get another pick before we can actually get that spike down.
Rupa Bless, thank you so much for your namaste.
Lets his teammate cover off other angles and just holds that position for an unfathomable amount of time. That's why you see the risk taken. There was no information for 100 Thieves at that point in their early start. Their 5-1 lead has diminished. Nongshim may have fallen for the trap of picking Sunset, but it seems like they're perfectly comfortable over on Lotus.
Already taking down Cryo and looks for more towards backside as soon
I
mean, he's in a good spot, but they didn't push in. It looked like they'd invade the smoke for a moment, but 100 Thieves think better of it. Wait a while, and then Danby still with a sliver of health is
नहीं करना था.
अरे
क्या कर रहे हो लोग? Oh.
Danby coming back with a vengeance. seems to have locked in that lead at halftime. Bang, up against the clock, running it down.
Nice.
Not even nearly good enough.
That is just
यार भाई
this man can bring. There was a moment where they decided not to be putting him on this neon anymore.
6-7 पे end करो.
To put him here and there throughout stage 1.
तो end हो गया ना? अरे sorry.
And makes everybody else so uncomfortable.
मैं half time हुआ है सोचा था.
Is how much he had after that first battle, and from then onwards, you'd think maybe he'd play it safe, but absolutely not. While on 1 health, he takes down 2, and in the end, for the rest of his team, it was easy to clean.
Gosh.
Someone else though, who is always easy on the ears. Let's go down to Ian Chambers.
Cheers, Tom.
Guys, everyone do double tap.
We're going to be joined by incredibly special guests throughout this process. And it doesn't get more special than this. We are in the city of love, and 100 Thieves, bang, has got some serious support out here. His mum Tina and Aunt Mary are loving this experience. Tina, what do you think of all of this?
This is just a blessing to be here. Paris is beautiful. The fans are amazing. We're rooting for 100 Thieves.
Valorant के लिए आई है, Paris के लिए आई है.
Sean, and we know that they are going to win.
Ooh, I love the confidence from Mama here. How is it feeling?
Okay, Mary,
how has this experience been for you so far?
It has been so precious. It's such an honor to be here with all of you fans to support my nephew, Sean, and his teammates at 100 Thieves. It's amazing.
Brilliant. I'm just going to bring you forward just a touch. Listen, you guys have traveled a long way to come here to Paris. You're from Los Angeles. Yeah. You've come all the way from New York.
इनका लाइटिंग भी सही है ना? सही से रखे थे. पीछे वाला पूरा वो ब्लैक दिख रहे हैं. ये लोग हाईलाइट हो रहे हैं. ये सही है, अच्छा है.
I'm so emotional because I
Professional
love these guys. Love Sean and this team and everyone at 100 Thieves. Thank you, boys. You're killing it.
And they can win?
Absolutely.
All right. Did you know that he was going to be
doing
left
वाली मोनिका जैसी लग रही है, मोनिका केलर.
Actually, I had no idea.
Well, you can watch
जो आज जीता उनकी नाइट होएगी बिग टाइम भाई.
We get right back into the game.
Make no mistake, those cheers are also for Ian Chambers. We love to see him doing his thing down in that arena, and we also love to see the players doing just the same. It has been a big bounce back from Nongshim, who seem determined to bring us to a map 3. It's a semi-final. You never want to see them go by quickly, unless you got a game tomorrow, I suppose, which is true for one of these teams. 100 Thieves trailing by 2. If they want that quick success, it's going to have to be a strong start to the attack side.
Best of 5 awaits the winner. A third, fourth match awaits the loser. But the fact is, everybody wants a chance to take the title here at EWC. And of course, the team that did it last time already out, already crushed. That's another thing. You don't want to watch your key get crushed, your name shattered by that wonderful machine behind. Timotino, though, into the space they take. Every pistol thus far has gone the way of 100 Thieves. Is it going to be another one? Well, he needs an early escape.
Yeah, right agent for it, though. Nice paranoia through. Vora forced into a fight, but still holding on for dear life. A lot of tags in from Nongshim, and now they look to close it out.
Nice!
Hard work.
अरे तुम बाहर गए थे निकलो.
This is the difficult thing when facing this squad. It feels like you can start putting narratives on the table about like.
अरे तुम बाहर जाते तो ये लोग हार रहे थे.
Maybe their pistol ratio and how things have been going so far, and when they have momentum, it all becomes irrelevant. Like, that's what this team has in droves.
कोई ना चलेगा एक ही है.
They can run over opposition.
आराम से कमबैक दे देंगे, देख लो. 3 राउंड ही है.
My gaze is going to look towards 100 Thieves. When can you stop them? When can you slow this team down? They did it in the last map, but they did it slightly quicker than this. And of course, in this round, oh, not a single upgraded pistol. It's just going to be the classics.
Oh, Dambi.
Nice.
Up
against the Pistols.
Damn.
Easy, flawless round for Nongshim.
Crazy game.
That's certainly going to get the confidence back into play for this squad. Like you said, for 100 Thieves, the question is, can they stop them now? Can they slow them? We knew that Nongshim looked like a completely different team on the last map. Deactivated everything that worked for them before, stopped working for them over there. A lot of that I would put down to the composition that was in play. But now, everything that was there is back. Ivy's having the game, or more so, the tournament that he was. Danby is doing Danby things.
Danby is doing Danby
100
things.
Thieves are buying rifles. This is their line in the sand, their moment to stop Nongshim before it spirals out of control.
It's worth noting versus mates. 10 rounds in a row is what Nongshim won to bring it back. 100 Thieves have got to try and stop that early, but they're very nearly there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Than last time out, and an aggressive stance.
What a roller coaster.
Like the Thieves had it under control. They were patiently waiting instead. It's an early trade of damage. RB still going back in and very nearly clearing Vora. While powering in their spawn, the Thieves have managed to cling to life versus the bonus. But they still have no idea.
2v2 सोच लेना उसको तो 12 HP
2v3
12 HP है मेरे को नहीं लग रहा कि आएगा वो
hasn't left them perturbed whatsoever. The B side still the target. The snake bite will get them in.
30 seconds left.
Nongshim will hope that an opportunity is offered up.
Golden
plate, it might be quick swing in from Timotino. If he was slightly slower to react, there would have been some real danger there, but it's a formality to close out.
देख लेना लाइन में ऐसे कैसे जीतते देखो.
Yeah, and you look at the way that this round was played by Nongshim. You can
एक
see
के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद जीतते रहेंगे देखो.
Trip them from behind. Get right up in their face in the early stages of the round and not allow them anything. It was a good attempt at a bonus round with how much damage they were able to do.
दो राउंड ही है कोई ना. रेवन तुम जा रहे तो तभी वो लोग हार रहे वरना अपन लोग हार ही नहीं रहे.
There's an operator coming back. There's full rifles.
Operator कहाँ है भाई?
They're saying that
मारो तो
RB
भाई
has taken
इसको.
a nasty tag very early on this round.
कब मारो रे? अच्छा वैसे रुको थोड़ा फेंक देने दो.
This is going to come down to Danby by the looks of things. The rotations, the heels go
क्या
through
नहीं
onto
रानी.
RB on the A side. There's only one man on C. Some utility to help him out. The vice wall reposition will delay them somewhat. Indeed, a flash over has stopped them almost completely.
What a nice. What a nice.
अरे वो भी आ गया था भाई उसी बैग भी.
That's a sneaky play to get right through.
आने गया तो उसने बॉल ही ऐसी लगाई थी.
And it's given them the early info on the rotation. That the Rap is coming over to this A site. You've already got X-Ross on the cross, but the Viper wall cuts him off. 100 Thieves even then challenge through it. Take him down. Put us into a 3v4 with a big pick from Francis.
Puts the advantage back.
नहीं.
Awkward position for Asuna. Isolates both players, leaving him stunned.
मार दे को. Nice one, एक नंबर crazy.
अरे तुम कौन सी टीम को सपोर्ट कर रहे हो?
हमारा टीम को 100 Thieves को.
As said, they may have ended the streak, but that hasn't changed the outlook. The third map.
ने ऊपर जाके पिक लिया ना उसको देख रहा मैं.
As there is no brakes on the Nongshim train.
There's a really nasty pickup by Ivy, especially. Like, if Timotino's still alive in this fight, considering like he's been the one looking for those deeper challenges, there's more pressure onto someone like Danby. There's more bodies there. They needed it. The important pickups found by Ivy. The formalities there for Danby, and 10-6.
Okay, joke.
The pistol.
You know what? Thank you so much for your samosa.
It looks like they are miles ahead. 11 almost guaranteed with 100 Thieves playing in eco. The pistols have come through. So far, these kind of rounds have been big money-making opportunities for Nongshim as well. They've been pretty clean. You have to hope for 100 Thieves that they can at least draw blood.
And the worry is that since their lead It's only been a singular round versus a bonus. 100 Thieves haven't given us anything in this map other than those first 4 or 5 to make us believe that they are going to take this in a 2-0 fashion. Nongshim have not been winning games. They have been winning games. Over the top goes one. At least making things a bit more costly. Maybe the Mitchman curse can help them out a little bit because it might not
heal करने का तो देख रहा है क्या वो?
Until Danby arrives, but he's now been tagged down to 10 HP. There's a real chance here.
अरे
A swing
nice.
back from Cryo. He believes that he can win this round. The pit to give him some space. Danby might not respect that space. In fact, he certainly won't, and is punished.
क्या किया इसने ये?
Stun up. Leaves Cryo a little bit lower than expected. He has no idea where his opponent is coming from. And instead looks to go walk away. But on the edge, his opponent just knows! Did he show anything out of that pit, or was that just a sixth sense?
I think when
क्या
he
दिखा बे
crouched
उसको?
and looked to the right, his foot might have stuck
Team
out
nation
at the
राडो.
very bottom, and there is a chance. I have to believe it.
क्या दिखा उसको रेवन तुमने देखा?
उसने बोला जब उसने क्राउच किया तो हो सकता है कि उसको उसका पैर थोड़ा सा दिख गया
It's
हो।
one or the other. Because that was a little bit crazy. I don't know if we'll even see it in the replay.
ये तो नीचे नीचे पैर दिखा उसका नीचे पैर दिखा।
Knew he was going to get aggressive there.
Very bottom corner. And even looks at it at the end just to go like, yeah, bro, that's what I'm not.
अरे यार. Guys, everyone do like and subscribe, people.
No one check PC.
Good one, good one, good one.
ओए हेडफोन ना तोड़ दिए ओए।
Up against Ivy at the last second, it's the last man you want to see. I'm sure Danby might have the crazy.
तुम्हारा delay चल रहा है क्या?
To dive through that pit alone is a little bit manic.
I'm telling you, in my head, I was begging him not to, but the second, you can see it. Cryo tapped it.
Guys, everyone do like, guys.
Put his gun up because he was
More
like, I know that crazy little
8 subscribers.
I know he's going to do it. And eventually he thinks, oh, I guess he's not. Nope. Right in at the last second. He's a madman. And I think that is something that for 100 Thieves, like they've come into today very ready for it. Because it's one thing to go, oh, he's going to push you all the time. But then there comes this point where, again, I look back at Sunset, there's 30 seconds left on the clock. They're sitting in mid still. And someone's surely going, I don't think it's too late. He's not going to push. And the right call there is, no, he is. No, he is. They're coming. And eventually the push comes in.
It's when.
Yes, exactly.
And it could be at any point of any moment of
इसको
any
बिठा
second
तू
of
जाओ
any
बैठू
round.
ही नहीं। Nice.
Oh.
No, not nice, not nice.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So there's Danby once again. You thought losing 2 players might deter, but look at where they are. 2 players are still pushing towards the spawn. Danby is pushing back into the position that they've just died from.
कर दो रे प्लांट मार दो रे चिचा प्लांट मार दो कोई भी नहीं है.
To be the more vulnerable. And an early post plant. An ultimate on Bora. This is a very good opportunity now for 100 Thieves.
One slip up though, Danby will pull that advantage back into neutral territory.
Oh, Cryo crazy.
Cryo showing he's still got the opping chops to take down Danby.
क्या हुआ रे रेवन?
Plenty of runway for this squad.
ले सेव कर लो.
Seems like the right call.
वरना नीचे से मारो तो ऊपर से आते हैं.
6-11 है 6-11.
6-11 है तो कितना डिफरेंस है? 5 ही डिफरेंस है ना. ऐसे छुट्टियों में खत्म करते हैं अपने लोग देखो. छुट्टियों में नहीं छुट्टियों में.
That's a very successful start to what needs to be a comeback.
अरे यार बिगस नहीं कर रहा अभी.
It's the same thing we needed.
Guys, everyone do like and subscribe, people.
Reaction to the last map. I think especially
करने बोलो रेवन.
Guys, like कीरा subscribe कीरा.
चिस्टा చెప్పిండు టుడే అయిపోతే అయిపోయినట్టే. क्या अच्छा मारा बे. हाँ
2 quick shots and even though he falls it leaves so
और रिटर्न भी अच्छे से ले लिया.
Available to 100 Thieves to fill in, get in the post and then have quite a lot prepared. And the fact is they didn't use the ultimates in the last round, so they have them to play with in this one.
A few tags up for Cryo early on. He hoped he'd get his reward with a late push-up, but it is an operator stalemate that I think is about to come to a head. Cryo peeking through the wall.
Danby.
Danby just
and
waits.
Danby.
While that stalemate's playing out, you can see that 100 Thieves
Hello,
are
sir,
starting to scrap towards the C site, attempting to pull those rotations to get peeks out on the A side by pressuring the other side. but that peak never comes through. Danby, the most aggressive player that I think I've ever seen in the game, has sat in a corner for the last minute, staring at this angle, waiting for somebody to come stepping forward. And even as this wall goes up and down, this man refuses to move. He is waiting for a reward that he knows is on the way.
Gotta be careful though.
But now he's in a bit of pressure, a bit of trouble surrounded like this.
Another angle.
Oh.
I don't know how Francis isn't aware of that.
30 seconds.
मत मारो रे मत मारो आगा
But he actually misses. Okay, he is human. Now the overdrive comes in. Late flank.
अरे
Showstopper popped immediately. 18 seconds.
मारा घर पे मारो
And the TP almost seemingly used as a bit of a ruse. Instead, it's going to work out. The Showstopper is taken down. The remaining players looking to try and find a way back in. Timotino.
Oh my goodness.
Perfect though.
Nice.
Already executing one. Swinging from Danby though. He's been handed a rifle. Given the opportunity to try and break the lines of the opponent's bang. Playing up close is not good for this world. And now the deeper position players need to try and hold the line. But it's all down to Bora. He will not be able to. 12 found by Nongshim. 1 away from a third map.
दोनों का दोनों नहीं
This is the Nongshim we were expecting to see here today. We saw them pressure
चलो
the first
मिलते
map,
हैं
crumbled underneath its
अगली
combined
स्ट्रीम
weight
पे
from 100 Thieves, but now Nongshim,
क्या कह रहे हैं
they come back fighting into every single fight there, every duel taken.
नहीं नहीं हो जाएगा अभी देख लो
It's taken with confidence.
हाँ
Big difference to that previous map. A
हाँ
huge turnaround, and indeed a score line
फाइव
that's
राउंड से ना
almost
कोई ना पैक कर देंगे अपने
opposite
लोग
of the previous. 12-7, 5 chances to close this out.
5 नहीं होंगे इसके बाद सीधा 7 होंगे.
I think Haven is owed between these two teams. I feel like both have had their time in the limelight in this series, but we want to see both Titans standing tall at the same time.
I want that Phoenix battle. I'll be
Yes,
brutally honest
yes.
with you. That's what I've been most excited for today. We've dodged it so far. RB, what is this? RB, what are you doing? This is madness in the smoke behind the entirety of the opponents. And now his teammates look to swing in. They've dealt with it reasonably well, but Francis then drops the spike.
Nice!
RB maybe making the most aggressive play of the day, and Francis is there to close
RB
it.
खेल गया भाई, RB खेल गया.
Will not go down without a fight. They are taking us to 3.
RB खेल गया.
It does feel like both of these teams putting their best foot forward at different times. Now, we may yet get to see them both at their peak.
सेवन मैंने पहले बोला था ना कौन जीतेगा याद कर लो एक बार याद है कि नहीं है बोलो
अरे बढ़िया है
हाँ रेवन
बढ़िया बढ़िया भाई बढ़िया है
क्या बढ़िया है
नॉन्गशम बढ़िया है
नहीं मैंने पहले एक बोला था याद है कि पहले अंडर जीतेगा उसके बाद एनएस जीतेगी उसके बाद 100 टिप्स जीतेगी देख लो वही होता अब एनएस तो घर जा रही है पक्का
It's Nongshim yet again getting the job done on their map counter. Despite the failure on map number 1, they find a way to get it done on Lotus. Despite the fact not having that Viper to help lock down A, just the way that Big Time said it would go. They still get the job done, 13-7.
Look, I hate not having Viper, but I love the vibes more from the Nongshim team. I said, look, they got plot armor. They're here to stay at EWC. They won't be going home, and I'm happy to see that win.
So all of us back on over here, but also joining us is Emil, former EMEA winning coach with Team Liquid, and more importantly to this specific matchup, brother of Doom Bros, coach over at 100 Thieves. How you feeling watching your brother's squad on stage, battling it out here for a spot in the grand finals?
I'm so nervous. You have no idea. I'm shaking in my boots. I'm sitting there praying, doing everything I can just to let them have some sort of edge against Nongshim. It's crazy.
Obviously, there's a small connection here because
Big times, brother. Also, coaches over at Foot, you guys sharing those types of nerves.
I've been there. I know the feeling. It's a horrible.
It is, really.
Do you find it, because obviously you were a coach for a very long time, you're very successful. Do you find it hard not to sort of backseat coach a little bit when you're sat here in the crowds and you go, guys, why are we playing this comp? Guys, oh no, we're doing this wrong. I'll have to text him, you know?
It's literally what I'm doing here. I'm sitting in the crowd. I'm looking. Oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. Maybe I can text him. I can grab my phone and text him. Maybe I can see he has a phone on stage. I don't know. But it's literally, I'm thinking, if I could just hand him a note, what would I write? What would I do? You know, it's crazy.
Let's dive into this one, 13-7 for Nongshim. A lot of it on the back of Ivy here.
Yeah, Ivy had a phenomenal game. I mean, the way that he was playing was kind of insane. And of course, actually taking a pistol away from 100 Thieves, finally.
Makes a change.
Absolutely. And for Nongshim, they're going to be happy with this one. The way that they were playing, how decisive they were too. It looked really nice. It felt completely that Danby got a hold of the offense. Like everything just fell into place.
But for me, the more I watch Ivy, the more impressed I am. This guy is a textbook big game player in my mind. It feels like every time Nongshim need a hero, Ivy appears. I love this round especially because they know how they're defaulting to break that wall there. He leaves the gap, slips through, and finds the pick as he's exiting. That's just, it's great adaptation, great high-level play. I love watching this guy.
I think the way that he uses his timings are really good.
I think this ultimate where it was a 1-on-1 and he shot it. He used the crowd noise, surely.
Yeah.
He used the crowd noise to
a couple different replays, right? Because we saw it both. They gave us the vision through the smoke, and then they showed it again just from his POV, and he must have thought,
why did he shoot? You know, why did he shoot?
Maybe he's around here, the last location.
Come on.
तुम्हारा स्क्रीन पे क्या चल रहा है बोलो?
What else jumped out at you, Emil?
दोनों ये चार लोग बात कर रहे हैं.
100 Thieves side, since that was the side you're looking at.
वही रिपीट करो ऐसे क्या बोलते जा रहा है?
The start was really
The start was really good.
After the timeout, they kind of like
टाइम आउट आया?
It felt like
a
lot of pressure,
temper.
And someone off guard, and then 100 Thieves kind of just didn't want to take the fights. It felt like we're playing scared.
We are playing not together.
You know, not together, not taking the fights. And
थोड़ा delay है
that's something you can't do against Nongshim.
Yeah, I mean, so I want to just take you back to your old school coaching days. If you're in the booth back there with your brother on 100 Thieves, how are you fixing this problem? What are you saying to them?
Turn off your brain. Just shoot together. Just don't overcomplicate. Don't die the first 10 seconds of the game, and that's it.
Yeah.
Let's turn our focus over to map number 3, Haven here for the squad. We didn't expect to necessarily be here, given the fact that you could see on the pick side, it was Nongshim's pick that 100 Thieves stole away, and then Nongshim steal away 100 Thieves pick that forces to Haven as our decider.
It feels like this has been happening a little
too
many times
so
for my comfort, but I was really feeling the 100 Thieves.
Relax, coach, relax, and let them speak.
Points-wise, I was liking it, the way that they were playing, the momentum, but obviously Nongshim just picking it back up. Moving on to that Haven, I think Haven's going to be a really interesting map here because both these teams, they've played this pretty often. They know how to play. The defaults are there for both of them. I'm kind of looking at Danby and Timatino once again. Danby, once he picked up that op,
Timatino
phenomenally.
Yeah.
Timatino, he was kind of quiet on the way.
Hey, Timatino.
I think that will be a high-powered map 3.
Yeah.
I want to cast your mind back to when we last saw Nongshim
Shut up.
in the decider game there against G2, and they have that.
रेवंत ने वो रील देखा मैंने अपलोड किया.
Away from them, yes, it gets a little bit scary.
Yeah.
But this squad knows how to play the map.
Oh, Revan.
Especially they elected to pick that attacker side for a reason.
Yeah.
They're going to look to run up the.
Hello.
Emil, final thoughts.
I think Haven.
देख रहे हो guys? तो देखा बोल के बोला तो ऐसा चुप कर बैठ रहा है.
Guys, आपसे Mackie will be streaming. ठीक है?
कौन? कौन स्ट्रीम करेगा?
Well, before we get into that final map, Puckett is standing by right now with some Vitality fans here in
EWC4, and as you can see, there is a line wrapping around the booth as everybody's waiting to see Vitality. Sir, who do you want an autograph from today?
Every team. I prefer Deke for the best clutcher with perfection.
I love that call. We're going to get that for you. We've got some Gentlemates jerseys. I've got a Cloud9 jersey. Young man, what are you doing at the Vitality booth?
I'm a super fan, but I'm looking to meet some of the players over here. I'm very excited.
And who do you guys want to meet today? Who are you most excited to get an autograph from?
Honestly, Dirk or Chronicle.
Yeah, sayonara.
Sayonara? Why sayonara?
He's young and he's so talented.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
Are you ready to go pro when you turn 18 like sayonara?
Like, I'm ascendant, but I need to get right to Radiance.
Okay, we got to keep rolling down the line. As you can see, the fans are from all over the world. We got Americans here, a lot of folks from Paris and all over France.
Oh, Raven.
And then, of course, we've got some of our Chinese fans. But up front, we got to show the people here. Are you guys cramping it? How are we feeling, Yinsu?
How am I feeling?
We doing autographs too?
Hello, Raven.
That's like bro thinks she's on the team. Yeah.
She's on the team today. We feeling good?
Hello, bro.
Yeah, and then Chronicle, you two seem to be the most famous. Sayonara. Yeah, why are you winning over so many fans?
Bro.
I think because you're 18. They all want to be you. Who's the oldest on the team? Yampy, how old are you now?
I'm 24.
Do your hands cramp when you sign autographs yet?
Yeah, for sure. I hope it's gonna be over soon, because I can't take it much longer anymore, so.
You guys put on a hell of a show for all of the fans. Anything you want to say to all the Vitality supporters who are here to get your autograph today?
I mean, thank you for coming. I wish we would be on the stage rather than being here, but, you know, it's still nice to see people coming to see us, so thank you very much.
Vitality's knocked out, but they're still hanging with the fans. Come see them here in the Vitality booth.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
안녕하세요. 농심 레드포스 발로란트 팀입니다. 오늘 유언 목소리 나오는 거 한 맞춰보는 컨텐츠를 해볼 건데 한번 맞춰보겠습니다.
Wait, I have a rock in my shoe.
누구세요?
나 알 거.
भाई इनको ना आवाज नहीं समझ आ रही और स्काई केजे
뭐야?
다 달라? 킬조이지. 야 뭐야 5명 다 달라.
Hello, Raven.
It's obviously Clove भाई
Hello, Raven.
हाँ
क्या कर रहे हो?
이게 클로브라고?
오케이, JJ야.
लारे तो नहीं बात कर रहा.
5 of them? Shit.
오케이. 난 준비됐어. 이건 거 같은데? 난 모르겠는데. 나도 모르겠는데.
몰라 이거겠지.
킬조이 왜 이렇게 좋아해?
अच्छा ये आवाज क्लोव की लेकिन डायलॉग कुछ और है
아니.
아니 나 되도록 하면서 저런 말을 들어본 적이 없어.
한국어밖에 안 되는데 어떻게 알겠어 이거. 목소리만 맞추는 거 같은데.
목소리도 못 맞추겠어.
역해가 너무 많네. 해외 버전 해야겠네 이거.
Who builds a neoclassical mansion in the middle of an ocean? Obnoxious.
오케이.
오케이.
이거는
마지막 거 듣고 알았다. 몰라. 난 그냥 감으로 해. 난 감으로 하길 선택했어. 감으로 적어. 이 여자나 말이 안 마지막 목소리가 딱 그거였네.
정말.
나 모르겠냐 왜?
근데 나도 솔직히 적고 나서 모르겠어.
소보
하보야?
하보 아니야? Let's go. 뭐야? 하보인가? Let's go.
Let's go.
내가 하보에 넣고 몰랐다. 잘 맞추네.
Nosy weirdo. Nosy weirdo.
역해가 뭐 있지? 바로한테?
어디서 들어봤는데?
이런 게 맞아요,
소리 같은데.
되도록이미 나왔잖아. 그렇게는. 고민되네.
나 일편단심.
킬조이 아니면 누나 하야. 나 킬조이 아니야.
킬조이 같은데. 킬조이 맞네.
네온이야? 니가 모른다고?
그래 네온 목소리.
야 나는 내 킬조이.
ये तो बिल्कुल नहीं समझ आएगा ये तो बिल्कुल नहीं समझ आएगा
Out of my way.
오만 해?
obviously
이거는 스펠링 틀리면 탈락하기로 하자.
나 한국어로 적었는데?
아니 상관없을 것. 예.
सब सही है इसमें.
이거 모를 수가 없다.
공짜 점수. 예.
Smells like victory.
되나? 레이즈.
중에 하나인데.
레이즈 나?
템프가 뭐 있는지도 까먹었어 지금.
रेस पेड़ बोला उसने किलजॉय बोला
नहीं रेज बोला रेज
नहीं ना वो नहीं दूसरा वाला दूसरे वाले
ये तो सोवा है
이거는 모를 수가 없다.
이거는
이거는 진짜 모를 수가 없다.
이걸 몰라. 아니 무빈아. 아니 지금
야 이거 진짜 이거 해봤으면
와 체인버 뭐야
체인버
근데
야 그냥 발음부터 러시아 사람이잖아.
진짜
Still
네 성현이 눈치
तेजिंदर सिंह
보겠어. 오케이.
어떻게 알았어?
솔직히 잘 모른다.
봐요.
그냥 너가 했던 거 기억했어 난.
챔버?
너 뭐 했어? 너 체인버 했어?
체인버잖아요.
체인버라고? 뭐야? 태웠네? 뭐야 얘네 아는 척 뭐야?
क्या बोल रहे भाई क्या बोल रहे
야 이게 체인버가 아니라고 말이 안 되네. 근데 체인버는 좀 더 목소리가 굵어. 아래 어쩐지 그 익숙하다 했어. 오늘 이렇게 유언별 목소리 맞추기를 컨텐츠를 진행했는데 좀 많이 재밌었던 것 같고요. 이상 농심 레드포스 발로란트 팀이었습니다. 안녕. 안녕.
Meow.
Let's mute this.
मियाओ बोल रहा है मियाओ
है ना? ये क्यों पॉज हो गया?
नहीं ये पॉज ही होता है तो तुम भी जाओ स्कूटी पे सॉरी मेरे साथ में तो हेलो
और कितना टाइम लगेगा?
हाँ
ड्रैगो पूछ रहा है और कितना टाइम लगेगा बे?
कहा किस चीज का
स्टार्ट होने में?
स्टार्ट होने में लगेगा 5 मिनट तो पक्का
मैगी भी 2 मिनट में नहीं बनती भाई तो भाई भी फिर से साइफर खेल रहा है, एक्सट्रॉस फिनिक्स खेल रहा है, आरपीओ मैन हेलो नंदिता, वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। का हालचाल? तुमने स्ट्रीम नहीं करी क्या? बफरिंग
So far, BBL obviously one of our teams making it all the way through to here. Both these teams, the copycat matchup. Game looks like they were struggling just quite a bit, but now these two, they've proven themselves as those duelists, getting a lot of those opening picks and just being enabled across the map.
Emil, if you had to pick one player that needs to step up in the server right now, who would it be?
I would say Asuna. I think Asuna's Phoenix and him having impact here is going to be the key for them to win.
Asuna's Phoenix, X-Ross's Phoenix. It's going to be a huge matchup, mirror match in terms of the agents, but only one will be able to look themselves in the mirror knowing they are going to the grand finals. Always looking good in the mirror are our casters for map number 3. It's Mitchman and Tom.
It's always fun to see both Doom Bros on the broadcast. A deadly duo in everything except for a show match. Now it's time to see if one of those Doom Bros who's going to be going all the way to the grand final for 100 Thieves and Nongshim. Everything is the same. The same map, the same composition. The only difference is the players on the server.
Yeah, I think we come into this and now the sort of gaze switch towards 100 Thieves. Can they pick themselves up after that defeat on their map choice? Timotino having a bit of a rougher time. a shutdown after what was a stellar first map. And then for the other side, Nongshim, can they keep that pacing up? Already, though, the defensive side not shying away from a fight, but maybe they should have done. Ivy's reign of terror was something to behold on the previous map. Timatino has been excellent in these pistol rounds. Still 3 of the 4 have gone the way of 100 Thieves. Will they turn this back to their 4th?
Cage triggered. Well, they start with a disadvantage, but not for long.
Dambi is just unlucky this time.
And the smoke is deadly both ways. The wrap up from Timatino could be the difference maker, though. He has a backstab guaranteed. Ivy looking the other way on the walk up middle. It all depends on when Timatino strikes as the drone goes out. There's 2 players spotted in utility. A stun through. Timatino wasting time. But Francis stunned up with his gun up. Finds himself a kill and Nongshim the advantage.
Stuns are cosmetic. That's why everybody hates the breach now. They didn't realize you could just hit the shot anyway. Bang though, spots players and gets 2. He's given his teammate a wonderful chance. The Sova versus Sova, the doppelganger, one has to fall. Francis trying to bait the idea that he's on this side, but he is walking towards A. Timing just about gets around the corner, but Vora now is going to almost have to just keep his position hidden. Francis won't be aware of how close his opponent currently is and looks to reset the battle, looks to get towards short, hunt for where his opponent went. A game of cat and mouse with neither side really giving the game away of who is the cat, who is the mouse, who is the hunter, who is the hunted. As that defuse gets to halfway, Vora now gives himself a little bit of extra time, but he is being flanked.
Nice.
Francis is the one to win the fight. The hunter takes the first round.
Now Vora got sight on him first. Francis played that one blind, played it off instinct. But it was enough for Nongshim, and this was the most impressive of all. How he survives there. It doesn't just bring it to the man advantage for Nongshim, it keeps the spike under their control.
ये मैप पे attacking में अच्छे points निकाल सकते हैं.
Exactly what this pistol round was. A 1-0 start for Nongshim. And an eco for 100 Thieves to follow. And this really does feel like a true decider, a true middle ground of these squads. These compositions, I think, where both have shined the brightest. And I'd have to agree with what was said over on the desk by our
C पे नहीं है, B पे नहीं है.
If there's a player to step up here, if there's a player to hit another level, it is Asuna, and he has to. We know that X-Ross delivers almost every time he's on this agent.
Yeah, and well, even if he doesn't, the depth of talent that they have is just absurd. Dambi's about to walk into the stack. Funnily enough, even though it's a stack, I still sit there and wonder how many players does he get. One already. Bear in mind, he's completely alone, and no one else is here. You think maybe he got into a trap, but the fact is, they were locked in with him. You surround a beast.
एक बंदा जाके पूरा 4 बंदे को ले लिया.
Well, maybe, just maybe, there's an ounce of fear, but not for Dambi. Timatino now looks to try and do the same, but he doesn't have the weaponry to replicate that sort of magic, and they're looking to try and kill him off and keep this round clean. He wanted to not go down to X-Ross, but in the end he falls to the man he didn't want to give the orb.
And that puts X-Ross up to the ultimate, the run it back online, coming into round number 3, the bonus round. You know, you stack a site like this, thinking that if the whole team pushes, you'll have enough there to deal with at least a few of them to make it costly. Well, they sent only one man.
Yes.
Only one man with a sniper rifle into a pit of snakes, and he came out with the anti-venom. Crazy performance from Dambi.
ये लोग Odin लेके आए?
The run it back for X-Ross available, and he is wasting no time. It's already activated, and it's used for the plant.
Yeah, he's just going to get them into a post-plant scenario, just about.
Nice one.
We'll be able to get rid of it. Now counter spam can come from Vora. A chance to maybe bait them in with a tap onto that plant. But it's definitely easier said than done. Bear in mind, this is a lower purchase for Nongshim. If you're a 100 Thieves fan, they can't afford to get away with this round, but already it's looking pretty good. 2 quick kills. Already deleted, and the remaining 2, they don't know they're being backstabbed. Danby did not stop pushing. He never stopped pushing. It's left to Bang, a nice double, but there is 3 for Danby. And a round close, a bonus converted.
I love the idea from Nongshim to start this out with just the ult used from the Phoenix for a plant. He was looking for nothing else. No deep control, no fight. And the normal response when you hear that ult activated is to fall back, is to give the space. They know that, so rather than hunt deep for a kill, they take the advantage that's being given to them. And as you said, Danby's continued push, it was only meant to be a safety net. They almost needed to fall on it with Bang finding that triple, but the time at that point was already applying enough pressure. 3-0 start, and now a very low buy from 100 Thieves.
You mentioned earlier on that if you have a stack, you send one man into it, and he gets 4 kills. You're hoping maybe you can catch everyone, but instead you just get 1. Sometimes this man feels like a team. We have seen this multiple times where he goes into a site alone and comes out with an advantage for his squad. This time though, he has been shut down. A lot of damage being done. Bang again. He's already had a few kills stacking up, but even with what they've built, it's going to maybe having his worst whiff of the tournament so far. Even still, both players low enough. The Cryo at least has some hope.
Well, a shot to the body will be enough. The drone, it didn't see him. And they haven't caught him just yet. One shot to the body enough.
Nice. Big number, crazy.
And the follow through on RB.
Good one, good
like
one.
A whiff might have thrown their chances out the window. But Cryo is there to put them 3-1. A man who had an incredible performance on Sunset. He was the man. Was shutting this squad down, indeed, on the Cypher, doing the damage, and he's here to do it yet again in a round that really 100 Thieves look to have no hope in.
Yeah, they started well. Well, that's a very stressed look at MBS. We've said it already that these are 2 very different looking teams. A team that in the past won Ascension. And sure, players that were gunning for Ascension last year over on 100 Thieves. But their investment over the years has been clear. Their success has not. Nongshim managed to do it incredibly quickly. Is this going to be the day for 100 Thieves to make it to a grand final? Or will Nongshim be turning 2026 into their year?
Nongshim putting that in from window. I don't think they were worried about the mid take, but I guess just showing 100 Thieves did the same. The defensive side, that's the first piece of actual info they've had to work with in a minute. I've seen 1 player towards A long.
They're not shying away. In fact, they've heard the operator ring out bullets. And they want to try and challenge it. Still quite a lot of Cypher utility, but that first trip, I don't believe has been caught instead.
What are you doing?
Bora finds the first. They managed to deny the ult, and again, Danby just looks to take over. Still a player in the corner, but even though Cryo might be in the dark, he just about survives. The spams trade back evenly. Cryo still incredibly low, but they haven't found him, and he dropped the spike. A low HP with the jump. That's going to be an opportunity to get the plant down. His opponent a little bit further away, and nothing that Bang can do to stop him, but there's only 10 HP, an ultimate for Extra, so he can get around the corner. He might be able to pop it instead. He swings, but Bang has such an HP advantage that he's able to close that out.
Good one, good one.
Yeah, it's a bad corner to be stuck in with that Phoenix ult. Like, sure, it's going to reset your health right away when you die, but the spam is going to come through quite quickly. And in most positions, You're not going to get anything from there.
क्या अच्छा मारा था
But
Phoenix
the
ने.
straight swing out. As you saw, the bullets whiz past Bang's head.
Seriously,
Shot
Odin,
not quite landing.
yes. लेकिन उसने ओडिन से कुछ भी
अरे वो भी गनी है वो भी गनी है वो भी ले सकते हैं कई को नहीं ले
They
सकते हो
obviously really wanted to deal with that player,
हाँ
but that was a
लो भाई
hiccup.
लो तुम लो
It gave 100
हाँ
teams a chance.
Well, yeah, it looked like
क्यों
Gambi.
वो गन्ने है क्या Valorant में नहीं गिर सकते क्या क्यों रखे फिर
It seemed like they're not shying away from this fight. Pop flash ready, but Arsenal maybe thinking better of it. There's the pop, but no reaction off of it. Maybe hoping to hear some spam that might give them a little bit of information. Instead, now comes the ult.
Oh, it's close, but it's only damage, at least to start, as X-Ross goes down. Danby follows, numbers kept even. The drop
Guys,
down from RB hard, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
going to pounce on him.
Arre.
The TP taken. It gives Nongshim back the advantage, the upper hand reclaimed. The run it back was already used up early on. X-Ross is back to full HP. Nice and healthy. Francis not quite in the same boat. And they called to just freeze. Wait for 100 thieves to
मट्टी में हो तुम ले सकते हो आराम से रुको थोड़ा नहीं बे
stand in no man's land. That ultimate 5 he now will find Cryo. They'll have the information to work with. The spike is already running the other way.
Yeah, I think if you're anyone else, if it's any other team, I think Cryo starts running the other way. But he probably believed in that moment, actually, they're going to try and kill me. They're going to try and kill me. They're not going to let me flee the scene and reset this fight. With Ivy throwing those cages, it held him to the other side of the map. I think the call's also been made that our economy cannot cope with a 1v3 attempt.
Let's go, Cryo. देख रहे हो क्या बोल रहे हैं
4-2 scoreline will be guaranteed for Nongshim. And Cryo, all he can hope to do is hold on to the gun.
Let's go, Nongshim bola.
Some decent ideas starting this out from 100 Thieves. The idea of the flash, it looked strange in the moment to see Asuna step back into the smoke and fire a flash out onto long. But at the exact same moment, a reveal came through from Vora. The idea, obviously, blind them up, buy yourself a half a second, but just enough for the first ping to get the information.
उसका तो 10 HP है क्यों जाना क्या उस
By Nongshim. And so 100 Thieves knew, okay,
इसीलिए तो क्या कि 10 ही HP है एक बार try करता
they batten down the hatches, they deal with X-Ross on the run through. They contain that mid fight as well. The chaos of the late round.
Guys, you want to like and subscribe.
Not managed well. It was this push through from Danby. The fact that again he finds so much value. With Asuna down and out. RB traded. But this TP, or the TP that was taken moments later from Bang. The old pop by Ivy, the information found. It definitely looked for 100 Thieves like they had the upper hand. I think especially after they dealt with the run it back and found mid-lurk.
Clearly.
Nongshim recovered.
100 Thieves feeling the pressure once again. Both teams have been quite sparing with their pauses. I feel like MBS's words have been heard throughout this series so far. Of course, for 100 Thieves, there was a lot of pressure on this org, as I said, but you go back and they've had moments at international events, but making a grand final, it's not been seen. With the investment into these rosters, with young blood being brought up from the tier 2, there's always high expectations when you put on that 100 Thieves jersey. Whereas for Nongshim, this is more about showing that they weren't just a one and done.
भाई जो भी देख रहा है like कर दो भाई
came
like
off
कर
the
दो
back of a singular agent. Okay, that singular agent is popping off once again for Danby, but
6 likes है भाई बस.
They want to show that 2026 is the year of Nongshim Red Force. They're running in nobody
pistols. That's a great paranoia. It gave Danby at least one pick.
सीधा अंदर जाके एक पिक करके मर गया
Rifle recovered for 100 Thieves. The 4-man stack towards this C site paying dividends early on. And a deep push from Timotino gets him in the right place at the right time. X-Ross, a huge player to take down, and they're still giving him a chance. Timotino challenged once more with the spike as well. And now RB might have made his way to the A site. He emerged from the shadows, but he is very soon to be sent right back there.
Nice one.
Big pickup from 100 Thieves. The gamble stack early, they send the op the other way, and everything goes in their favor.
I think also an important round for Timatino individually. He's been having a rough one so far. I think this was his second, third, and fourth kill, all in the same round. Giving him that operator, leaving him to lock down one side of the map. You can see that energy bringing him to life. An important round directly after the pause. 3 of the last 4, and look at what it's done to the economy of this attack inside. But even still, an early Hunter's Fury maybe signaling that this would be an aggressive push, and although they've taken ground, it's more to force them maybe into a panicky B hit. Well, it doesn't look panicky.
Taking themselves the opening and put almost exclusively to the hot hands. Nongshim now with weapons recovered. And a blip on the radar moments ago has gone silent. Both coming from the window, no idea that Ivy is playing so slow. That should have been what secured the round, but now it has spurred 100 Thieves forward. It's given them a chance, a small chance, but one nonetheless. To reveal a little too deep, but time surely already gone. Backstab here from Bang could be huge.
Nice one, Ben.
With Francis down now, it feels like they have a chance at moment, but as slim as it is, the time could have decided it if the bullets did not. A thrifty coming out of the side of Nongshim.
Yeah, it's safe to say that there was a reason we were excited to see Exros coming in on the Phoenix. Didn't have the best time on the Raze in the last map. Had an ace in the first map, but still definitely wasn't we expect. But this round is exactly why we get excited when he picks up this ace. As you said, almost got a kill exclusively with the hot hands, but also the opener that he found versus that operator of
good one,
bringing him straight back down to earth after a big round for the squad. Sure, the economy of 100 Thieves got a massive boost in the last with all those upgraded weapons, so that gives them a repurchase, but that has to be a knock to the confidence.
Still able to come in with the full no, you can so quickly push away the thoughts of the previous round with a stronger start here, but Asuna down when he was 2 away from the
fire, normal fire कर देता तो थोड़ा सा तो damage पड़ता ना.
Nongshim, one man to the good, and 100 Thieves in terms of information, they're leaving that C site open. With this push up on the A site, all of their focus should be towards B. Ready for this breakthrough. Bang and Vora now even starting to leave that. The retake of B as they clearly expect a late hit on the C site, and there is still a chance. There's no reason to believe that Danby couldn't be playing a fake towards this B site. We've seen Nongshim do this many times. The quick redirections. Timatino now taking all this space. This is risky. That jump was heard. They noticed.
Now it's a problem. Him staying alive is an issue for them. 25 seconds left on the clock, and it almost looks like they have stood still for maybe just too long, but then Danby strikes at the perfect moment. X-Rock's the same. And now Ivy just the backstab, the final knife twisted in the back of 100 Thieves. That almost seemed like the clock was about to be an issue for Nongshim, but look how squeaky clean that was towards the end.
No, you freeze that timer at 25 seconds. Nongshim sat outside B. It looked like getting ready to pivot to that C site. But the pickup from Danby, the second that he deletes Vora. Not that they didn't start in an unlucky fashion, but that kill is what changes it. Now the spike's going B. The trap on the C site is left untriggered. Nongshim were waiting 30 seconds for an opportunity. They were waiting for a way out. And they found it. Danby found it. And he has been the one to locate every crack in this defense. 100 Thieves facing off against him. They've beaten him 6 times and lost 13.
Missed.
Danby knows. I mean, he's not blind. He sees that molly hasn't gone all the way. But he's hesitant to clear that corner for good reason. 100 Thieves right at that choke point, ready to flash around on Asuna. The second contact is found.
shying away, but maybe falling back for the trap. There's the flash, but they are ready for it. He even pops ult in the middle. What's going on here for Extras? Bro, this is a semi-final. You can't be running around like that. It just almost feels like he's just having a good time, having a laugh with his friends in ranked, whereas 100 Thieves are trying to sweat out any round that they can. Two completely different vibes.
Well, his whole job there was just to be the recon, right? Recons don't shoot. They don't have guns. You ever seen a Sova drone shoot back? Cypher camera now, don't talk to me about that, but he goes in, plays his role. Point of contact, finds the info, and they close it from there. And very nicely dealt with it as well.
Recons don't shoot back, but Cypher Cam does.
X-Ross taking the duel.
Don't talk to me like that.
The flash from Asuna, the trap triggered, and yeah, from X-Ross's perspective, he's pretty much dead. He immediately pops the ult. What he can't see, but we can, is 3 players behind him weren't blind and were very, very ready to shoot right back.
मरेगा एक ना एक तो पक्का मरेगा.
And it's only 100 Thieves contributing.
Damage भी नहीं पड़ा था.
He could have gotten a lot there, but barely a tickle onto Nongshim, and ult activated by Asuna to run it back in full.
Oh, nice.
Bang! Crunches from the other side.
Nice
the paranoia lands, and Asuna should be gifted some kills.
Bang TP'd in.
X-Ross is taken too, and yeah, I'm not too sure what that was from Bang, but luckily it's the only player lost.
Yeah, originally I thought that had to be someone over on the attack side, but no,
RB was getting out of the corner after being hit by a paranoia. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, but they both TP'd, and I don't know if Bang was trying to act as a distraction for an ult, but that seems like a blunder. As you said, though, they come out with an advantage. Drone is going to clear outside of A. B-side looks like the target.
100 Thieves को support कर रहा है.
Should be guaranteed. Cryo has been flashed off the angle. He's got to be careful re-swinging into this.
Nice one.
But he wins the fight anyway. Makes this further and further out of the control of the opposing side. It's all down to Ivy. He's looking for a second target. He's hoping to try and bring this a little bit closer, but they are waiting.
क्या कर रहा है ये?
Teammates back. They will get full.
Cypher?
started to think back to Ivy's
नहीं Cypher check भी नहीं करता क्या? English नहीं देखेगा.
Oh, they could do no wrong.
On to Cryo, yeah. It felt
तुम्हारा
like
जैसा ही
he
है.
was going to walk away with a whole lot more than he should. But a necessary win for 100 Thieves that run to the grand final. Still alive for this squad. And it was this from Bang. A nice double on the crunch. Let's not talk about paranoia TP.
कितना points difference है?
It's fun when it lands.
3 points yeah. 3
The
rounds.
rest of the squad was here to recover on
Just
that.
3 rounds.
Wait a minute. 2 ciphers. An important round.
GG's.
For 100 Thieves.
भाई ड्रैगो बोलते पनौती नहीं लगी
form on this map through
तूने बोला
EWC
100 Thieves
and the qualifiers.
तब लगी है
Shows them
तेरे बोलते
to
लगी है
pull off. Big hearts on either side of the map, but they want to give themselves
ओए जल्दी खत्म करो ओए मेरी लाइट चली
that
गई
pistol goes the other way, and the pace of Nongshim just is not stopping again. They fail on the B-side plant. They go right back to the B-side plant. Do you expect there to be a gap? No, Kev, they haven't seen Dambi, but he's whiffed. He's missed his shots. He's still standing. He's mortal after all, and eventually will be crushed.
Dambi का हो गया. Retirement.
7-5 at the half, still possible, and it
nice one.
to be likely.
क्या चल रही है भाई? क्या चल रही है भाई?
Fighting themselves back into a commanding lead at the half. With a Hunter's Fury, Bora desperately trying to fight his way through, but he can't escape the first pulse. Just about slips the second. The shock dart will guarantee no defuse, and for now it looks like enough has been done by Francis.
Good one, good one.
To 4, Nongshim with a solid first half here on Haven.
Nice भाई.
Safe pair of hands.
पूरा बसड़ हो रही है भाई ये मैप को.
To take them through that final round in a commanding lead. Will put them into a good position. 8-4 for Nongshim. A chance to crush the key of 100 Thieves after this half is done. And for them, a chance to go for their second international trophy of the year. They missed out in London, but now look set for another grand final, unless 100 Thieves have got something to say about it. Let's go down to Lou with a fan from each team.
très contente effectivement d'être accompagnée de deux fans. I am now
फिर
joined
से
by
आगे
two
बढ़ने के
fans. On
लिए
the side of 100 Thieves we have Jeremy, and on the side of Nongshim we have Colin. And the first question I wanted to ask you, Jeremy, is that are you wearing the right jersey? What's happening? You know we're here for Sen. Is this the reason why you're rooting for 100 Thieves? Bang, maybe?
I mean, NA is the best region, so we gotta root for it, no?
We hear some boos. What do you have to say?
I mean, I think 100 Thieves wins the match, and they're kind of struggling, but I think they will win this.
Still feeling confident with resilience, sorry. And what about you, Colino? Pourquoi est-ce que tu soutiens finalement Nongshim? C'est vrai qu'on n'a pas beaucoup de fans de Nongshim, notamment en France. Qu'est-ce qui t'a fait laisser bien? Why are you supporting them?
Parce que je les ai rencontrés face à un match M8. C'est une équipe qui est sortie de nulle part. Un joueur sorti de nulle part. Ils ont changé la méta de Valorant en seulement temps d'un master.
बोल रही कि 100 Thieves बहुत अच्छी टीम है वो लोग कमबैक दे सकते हैं हमको थोड़ा अच्छे से खेलना
and I was just dazzled by them. Now guys, I'm suggesting a little game. You know, we don't do just predictions. You're going to say 100 Thieves win, you're going to say NS win. So I'm going to offer a rock paper scissors. Whoever takes the win, this is a BO1. We don't do BO3s here. This is a best of one, and let's see who can take the win. Are you guys ready? We go at shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. And that's a win for Nongshim. Let's see if Colin is right. Back to the game.
रॉक पेपर सीजर्स में तो जीत सकते हो तुम लोग पर गेम पे नहीं होगा ठीक है गेम पे नहीं होगा तुम लोग से
ही काफी है
अब वही तो बोल रहा हूँ तुम लोग के लिए वही काफी है ये लोग नहीं चाहिए ये कप नहीं चाहिए तुमको
इतना ही काफी है
all sights on that prize. A grand final spot up for grabs, but they are trailing by 4 at the halftime for Nongshim. Ever since they found their footing on map number 2, it does look like we've got
देखो कितने राउंड पे राउंड आएंगे देखो
has already defeated some of their demons from the past. Double down on defeats they've dished out, but they don't want to be outlasted.
Pistol round is a must. Timotino looking to
nice.
charge he's done. Good reveal. Vora helps out with
nice one.
His pistol round's looking flawless.
बोला ना राउंड पे राउंड आएगा
अरे कोई ना एक ही राउंड है
with an absolute
क्या बोल रहे नहीं समझे तुम राउंड पे राउंड आएगा बोला ले एक बंदा नहीं मारा सीधा मर गया
will be the moment of the tournament instead see us sooner
अरे जाके दे दिया मेरा एचपी लो है ले तू किल ले के संतुष्ट हो जा
themselves to Ivy quite like that.
Yeah, Asuna should be the one looking for that fight, but the rest sit back and look for the round. Spotted up top, they'll fill in the space, and Cryo's ready and waiting.
ले आके मार भी दिया.
Down those stairs. It is a 5th found for 100 Thieves, and this pistol.
3 rounds, yeah. चलो guys, 3 rounds, yeah. आ जाएगा वापस.
With confidence, the pack mentality and the full push.
3 round है बस 3 round है इसे चुटकियों में खत्म हो जाएगा आराम से लो.
This Timotino rather was dragging
the ओमन का अच्छा मारा था पर साइफर को भी अच्छा मारा था
factor for 100 Thieves, the pacier rounds up against Nongshim, because we know this defensive side, they love to push, and there is definitely merit, and there was on Sunset, to sitting back and waiting. But for the first few, I think setting the pace, setting the tone, important for this attack side as they mount this road to recovery.
Yeah, I think also we need to see that double duelist that the desk highlighted. On the defensive side, it's forgivable. They're struggling with the sheer pace and aggression of their opponents. And although there was a round or two from Timotino, he was ultimately shut out. Now with a spear. Arsena there alongside him. Timotino might have a fair few assists, but this is the half where expectations now fall on their shoulders. Especially, yeah, I was about to say we're going to see over so that Arsena can just run in, die fine, get a kill fine.
डर गए तुम्हारे टीममेट्स देखो अरे ये लोग कहीं को जा रहे हैं ये लोग कहीं को जा रहे हैं
There's the orb found for Asuna. He doesn't mind what
अरे ये लोग कहीं को जा रहे हैं
Timotino falling is
नहीं ये लोग कहीं को जाए मेरे को ये समझना है
but it should be too low. It should be too low, right? That should be too low.
अरे
It's actually getting really close and they've
bro
Thieves were at the door, but they've changed the
Bro?
4 rounds to the good. But that one never should have been.
कितने भाई?
That might be it. That genuinely might be the round that defines this tournament for 100 Thieves. You just lost in basically with seconds to spare. You were busy managing your orbs. You were busy focusing on which player would get their ultimate. And you got overzealous. You got sloppy. You got lazy. And that's the moment the Nongshim Red Force decide to strike. There never should have been a hope in hell that they win that round.
सच में crazy था भाई.
I don't think there's anything worse.
They've broken into a jail and locked themselves in it. For Nongshim locked
Dude,
them in.
भाई.
That's incredible.
No words.
Well, that's like they've broken into the bank and they forgot to take the cash.
Let's go, Nongshim.
It's insane. They walked out with
Let's go.
They took a risk. Not even a risk. They sent a man to his death to get an orb to give
नहीं
them a
ऐसे
better
थोड़ी ना.
chance at winning the
अरे यार
next
जीते
round. And in
same
the
team.
process, they lost a round that was genuinely
Crazy.
unlosable. Fighting for a spot in the grand finals, and you say going out with a whimper, that is a dream compared to what they've just experienced.
इतना गैप कहीं को दिए ये लोग. टाइम आउट लिया क्या कोई?
This is incredible. This timeout. I don't envy any of them. I don't know what you say after a moment like that. Everything done right until the very final moment.
हो जाएगा 4 rounds ही है. 4 rounds ही है. 4 rounds ही है. चलो.
A motivational speech.
I think you've got to fake a tech pause to get your adrenaline down. Like that's
अरे तो easy round था बे. पूरा side मिल गया. अच्छे से defend कर सकते हैं ये लोग.
That's a lifeline for 100 Thieves.
I genuinely think in
भाई
these
को क्या
moments,
मालूम ही
it's
नहीं
like,
पड़ रहा.
you can't even be critical. Everybody on the stage knows what they've done. Everybody in the crowd, everybody at home.
If you're critical, the game's over.
Everybody knows what's happened. This is
वो
about
लोग दोनों आगे जाके बेफालतू मर गए.
back on track. You had your
Neon on Phoenix.
You had your road to recovery, and you've thrown it away.
हमारा
Now
team
you
की
need to
तरह.
find another route. You need to cut through the forest. You need to
है ना?
dig a tunnel underneath.
बिल्कुल हमारी
the
टीम का
Nongshim
Phoenix की
Red
तरह.
Force, because you've just
Jet भी है.
delivered them an advantage they
हाँ?
never should
एक
have had.
chamber भी है.
Moments like that, I can't stress enough how they
It's
will
a timeout?
be the strongest of teams.
फिर से time out लिया?
It's so easy to point the finger, to have blame in a moment like that. That has to be a shared burden. And sharing
दो
a
बार
burden
time out ले
like
लिया
that
बे?
while Nongshim are running away with it on the other side of the stage, that is not an easy task. My heart goes out to them.
Wait, it just has to be a write-off. Like, that's basically what you have to do. Forget it ever happened.
It's so much easier said than done.
Yeah, of course. Play it round by round. I think if you're a 100 Thieves fan, you've got to hope for an immediate response. But the problem is you've obviously lost a lot in terms of finances, weaponry. You at least have that run it back available to you. That is the one small silver lining. And we've seen
Let's go.
We've seen moments
Hello.
from the likes of Cryo, especially.
G3 हम G3 100
But
Thieves
yeah, you look at
G3
the
है.
buy that they're coming
ऐसे
back
last round
into
जीता
here.
वैसा ही.
And it
नहीं
stinks.
उसके पहले round.
And for the defenders, wow, they've just had a huge injection of cash.
ले सीधा भाग लिया उधर.
Silver linings, Tom.
सीधा भाग
They've
लिए
got the
4
run
के
it
4.
back. So that's, let's just look only at the positives. Now I'm finished. Now we can look at everything
Here's
else.
a gun.
Everything else is a negative.
Oh, here we go. Arsenal leading the way. They've managed to walk their way in, and that's not a bad start. A chance for an immediate response, actually looking a little more likely than expected.
अरे
First
नहीं
fight
बे.
going their way, but the immediate shutdown of the ultimate. Bang, hoping to try and catch someone by surprise. But instead, Danby's hot on their heels. The spam in an attempt, the spike ticking in 100 Thieves' favor. But they need to hold.
This could be it. This could be the reset that they needed. The best chance for it. The rifle up close in the smoke. Asuna needs to step up in a big way, and he does. The hot hands for 2. The deep push for even more. But now it's the pistols left, but the time ticking so quickly already. Dambi and X-Ross would need to be perfect. Now it's left to just 1. They can throw themselves at this 1 at a time, but tucked in the corner. Nine didn't have a chance to fall away. X-Ross has to break the cam, tap and bait in for the fight, and even with Cryo falling so quickly, there is no time to recover this round.
Yeah, fantastic work. As said, like, we're going to be critical in those moments, but to have the resilience to immediately break back, Arsenal having a fantastic round. His ultimate actually not being that much of a factor. It was mostly him standing within the molly, fighting them tooth and nail. Timotino's lurk with the pistol as well. A saving grace to slow down the opponents, and then they just play that time. They play it well. An immediate resurgence, a response, and not allowing Nongshim to extend that lead any further. You now look at the defense, and they have some troubles. They're immediately hunting for Vora. They're even throwing in a run it back of their own, but kind of stuck in the mud.
That certainly slowed this push from Nongshim. But going in the other direction isn't exactly an easy closer. This position from Francis will be spotted.
Nice one,
By Cryo.
चल
Crossing their T's, 100 Thieves now. Boots on the ground for the A site. Post plant almost guaranteed. Dambi scares me. Oh, he's jumping out.
देख ले तुम्हारा डैम्बी को क्या अगर है.
You should do that. There's no way you should even expect the player to do that. I see him walking forward in heaven. I see no one nearby, and I think, yeah, he probably does believe he can win this round.
I'm not going to lie to you. I knew 100% he was jumping out that window. The second he walked up there, I was like, he's going to try and hit the timing as they go for the plant. Yeah, there are worlds where he comes out with a multi-frag. This was not that world. They were very, very ready to try and make that play.
कितना difference है?
Now it's a round where the additional weaponry for Nongshim.
अभी ये तो जीत जाएंगे, उसके बाद कितने rounds के होंगे?
The credits to do so for RB.
हाँ?
The only thing he's really hoping for is an exit frag, and if not, to die to the spike. Maybe steal an extra gun away, but not in this case. It will be a 7th round for 100 Thieves. This one is a little bit more clean.
वो सेफ पे था ना, सेफ पे था ना वो.
अच्छा, सेफ पे था, गन नहीं है. फिर तो सही है. मैं सोचा उसने गन उठा लिया होगा उधर आके उसका वो देखना कैसा है स्क्रीन उसका.
Too far gone, and they've already overcome their biggest challenge, which is not crumbling.
मैप कितना बड़ा दिख रहा है ना उसपे.
Crazy round from Nongshim.
इसीलिए तो स्ट्रेच पे खेलते हैं.
The defuse under their nose has cost them as the gap extended in Nongshim's
favor. ठीक है, हम भी एक बार ट्राई करते हैं लगा के.
Once more, seeing that a timeout.
मेरे को बताना वो कैसे करता है ओके बाद में.
Well, we've said this consistently. The Nongshim coaching staff.
एक बार वो ट्राई करना है, एक बार वो लेफ्ट हैंड का भी ट्राई करना है.
Spot the problems early.
लेफ्ट हैंड का हार्ड होता है क्या?
Before it gets too dangerous.
Starting
में लगेगा. More often when they know they're on their weaker side of the map. Like you look back to their victory versus G2 on Haven, it was a 10-2 attack side. They dominated the attack and won 13-10. They had their struggles when it came to the defense. Versus Mates, the defeat again, it came on the defensive side. 3 rounds to 8 of their opponent. And even going back to the qualifier, it was an 11-1 attack side versus Gen G. That again wasn't a convincing victory. So they know that this half is going to be a little bit tougher. And with opportunities given, a singular rifle in the hands of Arsenal was enough for them to take a round away from them. They want to make sure that even though they're 2 rounds ahead, they don't allow their lead to slip.
It must have felt like the beginning of the end for 100 Thieves when Nongshim found that round. They've now seen their opponents step back up to the plate.
अरे मेन बंदे को ले लिया बे.
Down to the park by Ivy.
टीमो को ले लिया टीमो.
For the man advantage, and it does feel like 100 Thieves have been the victim of that. It feels like everyone who faces Nongshim is the victim of that at a ridiculous rate.
Ivy just has a BS monitor that's off the
screen. मत पिक करना भाई.
You're just going to hear it almost beeping off the charts if it goes anywhere near him, because the amount of spam kills that he's able to get has got to be infuriating. If he didn't seem like such a friendly guy, I'm sure many would be cursing his name. That's already a spot. Francis has info. It's whether or not they pull the rotation. There's a deep look. Okay, I said it was spotted. Instead, well, Francis gets the trade onto a Danby who threw himself to the wall.
RB
is well aware of Cryo's position. A 2v4 now needed to stop double digits.
Left. And that's the option to go back, pretty much taken out of your control. They could have already pushed C long, and now you've lost your lurker, so no garage control. You can't go C, you can't go B, not without a gamble. Instead, they'll play with the space they know they had at this point. Long is a danger. And that's
Aram se lo lo.
10 seconds left. They just play the time. But of course, Rectros, that means swinging in to take the fight.
He's been having an insane what he was able to do with the Guardian when they were a little bit further behind. I think now that might be his 20th kill onto the board. It seemed like RB again was well aware, but it's just the timing. We mentioned it, the risk of jumping out that window, and the next round they jump out the window again. Yep. They do not care what the risk is. They can make it work.
He not only jumps out the window, but with 10 seconds left, when he can play Ring a Rosie and wait for backup, he swings wide.
Why not?
And it's almost, it would be so frustrating. I'd love to say, see the silly mistakes he's made. He's 20-9. So, yeah, I guess you can just swing it because you're winning all your fights. I can't argue with results.
Oh.
Okay. Danby,
a bit more than
he's been deleted again. This is a big pickup. Last time when this happened, 100 Thieves were already a man down and the trade came in quickly. This time, they get to play with their advantage.
The A-side completely abandoned. A Hunter's Fury available for this attack.
एक चीज देख रहे हो कि यहाँ पे ज़्यादा लोग Phantom चला रहे हैं.
Find nothing, but it seems like Nongshim have gambled on the other, and there you go.
अपने लोग ही देखते ऐसा वांडल बोल के.
Look to try and reaggress. Cryo knows there's an opponent on the other side, but instead it might be the push up from the other. He's TP behind him.
Oh, crazy था वे. Crazy TP था.
That you normally don't see work, but RB's doing it on a semi-final stage.
He saw the TP and assumed that RB had ran away, had fled.
This way.
But Nongshim are playing a confident game. We've seen that from the get-go, revealed through, but Broken immediately flash, gets them through the choke point. They're paying with bodies as they go. Asuna, the crossfire with Bang, strong as could be, and the spam from Bora backs them up. As Xros finds himself alone, it will be a round win for 100 Thieves.
नीचे मार रहा है वो, देख रहे हो?
10-8 now, still a healthy enough gap there for
ना उसको वुमेन का तो क्रेजी था, बढ़िया नहीं. क्रेजी बोले तो क्रेजी था, अच्छा किया वो.
In the middle of it, but it was after already taking control of the site, already shutting down Danby, and the Hunter's Fury, although not dealing any damage, it gave so much information over to the attack.
Phoenix का तो और भी बढ़िया था, नीचे मार रहा है वो.
It definitely seems like a game of the calm versus the chaos.
Phoenix?
The patience.
Phoenix का वो देखा?
Versus the aggression.
Huh?
And with 100 Thieves stabilizing, if they can take this round versus the Pistols, they'll be one away.
अरे नहीं भाई.
What they were looking for, and also look at the ults that are available for this defensive side. It's a weak weapon round, but it is not weak overall.
Strange to see Nongshim stop like that. They've sent Danby back in the other direction. 100 Thieves, no doubt, expected to see continued aggression from this squad, but it was a freeze from the defense. Now 100's Fury almost trying to bait 100 Thieves into pushing this position so they can pounce with the players up close. But it's a very passive stance coming out of Cryo, coming out of Bang. The drone going through. Oh, that's a
अरे काय क्यों कर रहे हैं लोग ऐसा?
And now the pressure for Cryo, as he's at least able to
पीछे भी देखते.
deleting the ultimate that was in play. With these fights,
nice one.
Not clean, not easy.
Nice one. Nice one.
Put it into an
एक नंबर crazy है वे. जी. Nice. अच्छे खेले.
No, as well. I mean, I mentioned that, as said, although it's not around expensive in weaponry, It is expensive in ultimates. Nongshim throw a lot into this round. The run it back, the overdrive, the Hunter's Fury.
Phoenix ने हाल सेम मेरे जैसे ही किया ना.
In an attempt to turn the tide, and
उनका टीममेट बैकअप ही नहीं दे रहे.
that are able to hold that line.
सेम मेरे टीममेट जैसे.
That's a really important round.
Raven?
From 100 Thieves, because it eliminates almost every valuable ultimate that Nongshim has.
We said we needed a Suna to step up. Bottom
of the board,
100 Thieves not struggling, even with X-Ross on the other side, showing up again in the same way as we've seen him. Continuing that performance with Timotino down. Left on hot hands thrown out the other side. RB was into the open.
Crazy.
Tried to get ahead of him. Caught off, the numbers back to even faster,
nice
pressure, but he's got support. X-Ross
is
on
not
for long. 100 Thieves make a quick advantage out of that. But they still have to deal with Ivy and Danby, the two shining lights of this squad. Danby, the hero of old, and Ivy certainly the hero of new. It's a beautiful start. The finish needs to be Ivy. He's isolated. The Cypher on the other side, but no where Cryo might have gone. The time will start to be a pain as the reposition gives Cryo a lot of space, a lot of time to work with, waiting out that smoke.
Diffuse nahi hoga.
The way down, Ivy needs to get on that diffuse soon. Ticking faster and faster by the second, but he'll get it to half at least. The fight though from Cryo, baiting him in. And
nice one, Ben. Nice one. GG's. Crazy one. Raven?
Incredibly nice.
Score कितना है Raven?
Position at the last second, it left her.
बराबर ही है.
और बराबर के मैंने बोला था ना राउंड पे राउंड आएगा आया.
Have all the information for the battle that was about to ensue.
Oh, crazy मारा मैं उसको ओमेन को तो.
Just to make sure if he lets go,
ना smoke में.
If he doesn't let go, I win.
Good one.
Intense going वही तो.
Yes. Crazy intense. अरे semi-final से तो फिर intense ही होगा ना. Crazy intense.
The round number 2 of this half was going to be the backbreaker, the one that crushed what is, for a couple of these players, a young, inexperienced group.
लग रहा है Raven कौन जीतेगा?
Versus a Masters winner. But 100 Thieves are showing.
Yeah?
But they are not going to crumble.
अभी भी वही बोल रहे हो?
No, their resilience deserves a round of applause. I genuinely
change करेगा तो कर लो अभी.
To bounce back in the next round from what was a death blow to the majority of teams, what would be,
what should be, yeah,
very much so.
Pistol round से मत मरना भाई. Pistol से मत मरना.
They found themselves
Pistol से मत मरना please. Please.
Nongshim on the back foot. You would think.
Nice one.
Perhaps you'd be right.
Nice one. Crazy.
That's the rifle on the ground for Nongshim.
अभी rotate करेंगे ये लोग C को.
And a mass exodus of the C and B site as they look to reinforce A.
C जा
Enemies at the gates. That's the
B
last
मत
thing
जाना
they
C
heard.
जाओ. C मत जाना भाईगन C जाओ.
Elsewhere. Looking to steal some map control.
मारेगा एक तो नहीं मारेगा अब नहीं मारेगा.
Ivy's filled back into space. It's dangerous as he finds the first. X-Ross here by his side as well. Filling back through to put the pressure on the planter, but the TP out resets us comfortably.
RB तो crazy है.
Some new tech. These players are demons with the sheriff, but something 100 Thieves have done well is just not giving them opportunities, not giving them fights, unless there's a teammate alongside it. Cross is not on this spike. He needs instant shots. The first one goes pretty well. Second one as well.
अरे अच्छा खेला. X-Cross ने अच्छा खेला.
Just in time.
उसको भी पड़ जाता पर ओपन में आना था थोड़ा. हाँ. बॉल को पड़ गया था वो बुलेट.
Was quick enough.
जी nice one.
It came down to the wire. Considering the weaponry brought in for Nongshim, it does make me, if it's early stages, I'm thinking, wow, well, that's a great contest from them. It's a close round, but it's been a lot of close rounds.
देख रहे हो वॉल को पड़ा था वरना हो जाता.
Edging that victory out every single time so
अच्छा खेला.
For Nongshim, this half has been
breath stop.
Well, again, you take out that ninja that they had, that sneaky defuse, and it's been a disaster of a half.
They've definitely been struggling over on this defense. A second pause being called. I think 100 Thieves have done an excellent job of soaking up the pressure. And then when they can get back into those
they've
been almost unstoppable. It literally is just a blip in the second round where they thought it was done. Every other post plant has looked very good. They've been incredible, buying themselves time, and the clock then becomes an additional member of their team. Shutting down Danby early, it makes it so difficult to break the sight lines on the entry back into the site. He's definitely had a quieter second half, while Exos has been nothing but quiet. Even still though,
अरे ये लोग को बी जाना है बे इस बार.
A last-ditch effort to talk from the coaches, and 100 Thieves 2 rounds away from a grand final.
When it looked like it was all over. Not that long ago. Now the lead is theirs. Nongshim putting their credits into this one. Ult's nearly online, but not quite close enough, at least for now. Picks needed, 1 for Xros, and this round becomes incredibly difficult if it's not traded quickly. Ivy spotted already, trying to make the play out of the garage, but he's not alone. Danby comes to meet him. Now it's going to be a blitz. Cryo tries to fly under the radar, but second man through. Ivy catches him. Danby, the trailblazer, spots Bang right outside the site, but a flurry of flags for Timothy. Puts 100 Thieves
Crazy way.
Of a grand final.
Last round, GG's.
And all that remains is to turn that final key.
I said it already. They're a team that over the years, their attendance at international events has been few and far between. They made it here last year, entered the group of death, and left in the group stage.
Crazy one.
Now they sit 1 round away
from
maybe that
biggest Phoenix क्या कर रहा है?
moment.
अभी तक 3 बार वैसे किया.
A grand final, millions on the line.
A
chance to be immortalized, but Nongshim are not a team to go quietly. They're not a team to shy away.
3 बार वो उसने डाला था फिर भी.
And they're looking to fight.
It's been seen though. It's been spotted. The drone had already seen 2 players.
Nice try.
More than they bargained for. Hunter's Fury kept reinforcements back, and Danby found one. Tries to come in on scene, but
नहीं गया उधर तक.
Just before the clock, not quite as favorable as it could be, but a reposition of the plant. They'll now look to fight deep. Ivy more ready. They're prepared for everything thrown his way. And Asuna, the man who had to step up to the plate, we said, had to be the difference maker. Well, an ace would certainly immortalize that position. Instead, it will be Nongshim. 12-11, map 3.
अरे वो Phoenix का plant पहले ही पड़ता तो हो जाता.
Who's already hoisted a trophy this year on an international stage, who's fighting for survival.
What an insane round again from Ivy. The man could genuinely have a highlight reel from every single series.
निकाल दो 100 Thieves. ये round में निकालना है तुमको.
An immortal enemy.
अरे Phoenix के ulti में ना वो plant हो जाता ना तभी लोग जीत जाते. अरे नहीं मत मारो.
They're walking up the other side of the map. It's the same scenario with aggression. The point of call, the constant slam of the button, but it's Vora that gets the opener this time. The trade onto Ivy, he could only get one. Vora with another. He's there again. It's left down to Francis. The one man standing. The first kill's easy. Tournament survival. Bang. The prodigal son of 100 Thieves returned to try and take them to a grand final. He was on Sen City.
Please, man.
But now he sits with the Thieves, looking to try and rob Nongshim and maybe us of an overtime. And Francis is waiting to see if his opponent looks to wrap around.
It's expecting the aggression. Of course, it's what Nongshim would do, but Bang playing this patiently. His smoke is faded now. The advantage in that fight gone, but the time.
Oh, GG's. क्या बोला Raven? Hello Raven. Hi Raven.
कंपटीशन तो पूरा था
हाँ.
On map number 1, it looked like the series was theirs.
बोला ना. मैंने 3 times जीत गया बे उधर. GG's. Nice one. अच्छे खेले. GG's. Nice one.
They've been in since the beginning. They've been invested.
डैम भी तो लास्ट राउंड में अच्छा खेला था.
The young talent, they've been even bringing back old names, committed to some, but constantly attempting to make it to the very top of the tower. And versus Nongshim, I'll be honest, after round 2 of that half, I thought they would be boomed. I thought they would be out of it, facing
Crazy, bro.
Chaos ensued. But they are the control, the calm, the reality that Nongshim had to face as 100 Thieves will step on this stage one more time in a grand final and have a chance to take a
Good one.
immortalize themselves.
GG's. Crazy match था. पूरा tournament का intense match यही था.
It was a massive return.
है ना?
Not quite their day today.
बहुत ज़्यादा intense
They
था
made a deep run. They can be proud of that.
Crazy
They
one.
put out some big teams
Well
in a
played,
big
NS.
way.
Definitely back.
They're back. But back with a bang was 100 Thieves. An unbelievable display from this squad here today. They counted themselves in when everybody counted them out. Congratulations, 100 Thieves.
निकाल दो NS को निकाल दो. हो गया. नीचे करो.
100 thieves को बोल रहा साले चो.
Absolutely. Look, we started this day with a huge question: who will be our grand finalists? We know that one of them will be 100 Thieves. And standing by with Asuna right now, that must feel like such a huge accomplishment. Feels like a long time coming and a real chance to make history.
Asuna तो
amazing.
बन
I'm
गया
so
था भाई
happy to
पूरा.
make my first top 2 grand finals appearance, and especially in front of such an amazing crowd. Feels great, and yeah, feels like a burden lifting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you as well. You know, being for the first time in the grand finals at an international must feel amazing, because when I started playing Valorant, since I started casting, you were part of 100 Thieves. So if you want to maybe just tell us about that journey and how much it means to you to be there.
Yeah, it's been a long 6 years, and I don't want to end this chapter without winning. So just gonna keep going and pushing along.
A grand finals is played to be won, right? Exactly. Donc deux premières questions. C'est sa première grande finale en international. Il est trop content, évidemment, d'être là devant un public incroyable, même s'il y avait beaucoup de gens qui étaient pour Nongshim aussi. Ça fait 6 ans qu'il est là chez 100 Thieves, et évidemment une finale, ça se gagne. Donc il espère évidemment la gagner.
You mentioned it yourself that it feels like almost like a weight lifted. Talk to me why this is almost a bit of a redemption arc for yourself and the team.
I mean, I made EWC last year and we bombed out instantly, and it was pretty heartbreaking. And the year before that, I got Shanghai and top 4. So it's just nice to, get a higher placement than last year.
Never
we're not gonna end here. We're gonna go all the way and win.
You know, Timotino said to the French fans, buy the 100 Thieves bundle. Do you have anything you want to say to the French crowd, maybe? Something different?
Thank you for all the support. It's amazing to hear the cheers, and it's a one-of-one crowd. I can't believe it.
Wow, thank you so much. And also on a personal level, thank you very much. Il vous applaudit, il vous remercie, mesdames et messieurs. Merci à vous de faire du bruit pour eux. Également, il est ravi d'être là, and I think it's time for some key crushing.
Yeah, well, you mentioned a one-of-a-kind
Crush hoga.
Experience as well here, Asuna, crushing a key at the Esports World Cup. I think you're nervous.
Yes, I'm nervous. I don't know what I need to do.
Well, the thing is, it's a punishing thing, isn't it? And it's what separates this tournament from everywhere else.
All of them.
Is that, yes, we celebrate our winners on the highest level, but of course we punish our losers like nowhere else. Just before you run it, hold on.
I'm too eager.
Too eager. I just want to hear the fans. Do the fans want to see our next
Red Eclipse, thank you so much for your samosa.
Yes, guys, I want to know if you want to say maybe anything to Asuna before he gets the kick. Don't be shy. What do you want to tell him?
I think it's just too good. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be great, I'm sure.
It's going to be great. Let's see how great of a key crush it gives in the end.
Okay, the time has come. This is it. Pacific's last hope gets crushed by the full
Only
force
5
of
lakhs.
our key crusher.
Oh.
ये क्या है?
उनका NS का वो शील्ड है।
Ahead, you give like an audible gasp.
इसका मतलब है कि NS वाले टूट गया अब।
I said, oh my God, that made a big noise. I was not ready for that, and it felt like I had the lives of a team right there, and it felt like, I don't know, pretty personal.
Come with me, let's go a little bit further.
Red Eclipse, thank you so much for your pani puri.
How much you love being in front of this crowd support here, and there's a lot of them. I want you to talk about. Let's just spin you around here. I want you to talk about what that crowd support. A lot of them were against you as well, but the noise. What did it feel like while you're in the server?
Feels amazing, and hearing, the chants. I remember, like, in clutches, we still hear the crowd just quietly, and I could tell Vora, or Danby, and it's just amazing, and yeah, just one of one.
What do we think? Are we happy to see 100 Thieves in the grand final? NRG, BBL, who do you want?
NRG, I want my revenge.
Good stuff. Congratulations, man. See you in the final. Back to you guys.
Thank you
Hello.
very much, Ian, as it is Asna and the rest
Hello,
of
guys.
100 Thieves in a
Darium.
hard-fought battle.
Okay, guys. कर दे बंदा भी?
हाँ।
कर दे बंदा भी क्या?
क्या?
बंद कर दे क्या अभी?
हाँ। तुम्हारा पावर आया?
नहीं भाई।
तुम चाहिए तो तुम कर सकते हो, अभी एनर्जी का और उनका चल रहा ना।
नहीं मेरी लाइट ही नहीं है, मेरे को पीसी ही बंद करना पड़ेगा भाई।
कितना तक चलेगा उतना तक करो ना।
अच्छा पूरे घर का है वो, सिर्फ पीसी का नहीं है।
चलो ठीक है, डन, बाय बाय।
यस
GTA पे आना 8 तक।
लाइट आती तो मैं आता हूँ।
GTA आ जाना सीधा। हाँ,
लाइट आएगी तो मैं आता हूँ। बाय बाय गाइस।
चलो गाइस, मिलते हैं कल की स्ट्रीम में। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वाचिंग एंड जॉइनिंग अस टुडे। बाय बाय।
शहर दी हवा भी होई साडे वल दी, अज साडे वल दी पता नहीं कल दी, हो बदले जे कल भी तां कोई गल नहीं, चक्कर जवानी जिंदगी है चलदी।
चर पहन कना वैलियां ना यारी चेक कर, रहदा असले ना लैस तू तैयारी चेक कर, रहिंदी थल्ले काली वैगन सवारी चेक कर, मैं कहा मित्तरां दी बिल्लो सरदारी चेक कर, मैं कहा मित्तरां दी बिल्लो सरदारी चेक कर, मैं कहा मित्तरां दी बिल्लो। एक तार डी करके प्यार कहंदी उन्हें नींद नहीं आउंदी, पछताउंदी तू लाके यारी जत्तां दे मुंडे ना फिरे रोंदी नी गड्डियां ट्रैक ते, मुंडे टोलियां बना के संद बैग ते नी थुकदा नी मुंडे तू स्प्लिट करा मैग ते, की मेरी मैग ते महका विच बजदा है फूकदी आ बैग ते, क्यों समझ नहीं आउंदी पता चाहुंदी तू लाके यारी जत्तां दे मुंडे ना हुण कहंदी फिरे नींद नी चाचे च नाम जिवें ट्रेंड नी, फेरी रखे करके गोडे ते बैंड नी, चकने लगे ना पट्टू लाउंदा बैंड नी, पहिलियां तो बरू कराउंदा रेंड नी, चाचे च नाम जिवें ट्रेंड नी, फेरी रखे करके गोडे ते बैंड नी, चकने लगे ना पट्टू लाउंदा बैंड नी, पहिलियां तो बरू कराउंदा एंड नी। पूरा दी जोड़ी एक रखी बैग ते, काम दे ने दिल जदों दे शीशा ते, कंन ला के सुन तेरी मजरैती नू, फार्म ट्रैक साडे अखां करते, बच्चा करते मान जट ते, हार आखदे नी मैं जावां जट के, सोचना ना जट भी शकीन मुੱਠ ਤੋਂ, ਅੰਪ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਡੌਲੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੌਲੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸਹਿਬ ਗੋਰੀਏ ਨੀ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ, ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੌਲੇ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਪੁੱਛ ਰੰਜ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਾਰੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਰੇ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਪੁੱਛ ਰੰਜ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਮਾਰੇ।
डब्बी भरे फिरा फीम जमा काली लेके, घुमा सरेआम शहर में दुनाली लेके, चक्या पूरा जिम्मा वैरियां की फ्यूनरल का, खुद पहुंचा करा कफनों पर राली लेके, और पट्टी वाले छत्ती लागे केस छोरी, पेश होए निया मामे करे चेस छोरी, सीखा जेल में ते जादू यो बंगाल वाला, बंदा मार दे वहां बदल के बेस छोरी।
शहर दी हवा भी होई साडे वल दी, अज साडे वल दी पता नहीं कल दी, हो बदले जे कल भी तां कोई गल नहीं, चक्कर जवानी जिंदगी है चलदी हथ पिया उधड़े काने वाले रफ दी, टाइम
ਥੋੜੇ ਟਫ ਨੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਕਫ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਨਈਆਂ ਪਾਮਰੀਡੀਆਂ ਨਾ ਖੇਡਦੇ ਬਲਾਫ ਨੇ ਨੇਚਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੋਗੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਝੋਲੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਸੱਪ ਨੇ ਐਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਗੈਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖੇ ਨੀ ਹੁਣੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖੇ ਨੀ ਸੋਹਣੀਏ ਘਰਾਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਦੇ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਤੂੰ ਐਲੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੇਖੇ
40 ਤੇ ਮੱਠੀ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਸਪੀਡ ਗਾਣੇ ਗੱਡੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਰਿਪੀਟ ਲੂਈ ਕੰਡੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਬਾਡੀ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਆ ਹੀਟ ਸਿਰ ਹਿਲਦੇ ਆ ਜਾਪੇ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਝੜ ਗਈ ਆ ਨੀਟ
ਨਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਦਿਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਾਕੀ ਬੈਠਾਂਗੇ ਤੂੰ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਟਕਰਾਰ ਕਰੇਗੀ ਦਿਲ ਲੈ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਕਰੇ ਨਾ ਕਰੇ ਪਿੱਛੋਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਉਹਨੇ ਵਾਰ ਕਰੇਗੀ ਕਹੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੈ ਕਾਰ ਮੁੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਕੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬੰਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਾਹਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਏ ਹੁਣ ਮੋਜ ਨਾਲ ਜੱਟ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਕੀਨ ਮੁੱਟ ਤੋਂ ਕਾਹੀ ਅੜੀਆਂ ਕਰੇਗੀ ਨੀ ਮਲਾਏ ਨੂੰ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਏ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਰੇਂਜ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੀ ਤੂੰ ਰੇਂਜ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਣੀ ਉੱਠਣੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਚੇਜ਼ ਚੈੱਕ ਕਰ
ਇੱਕ ਪਾਰਕਿੰਗ ਕਲੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਚਹਿਰੀ ਵਾਲਾ ਇੱਕ ਕੇਸ ਚੱਲ ਐਚਯੂ ਮੈਂ ਫੈਰਿੰਗ ਵਾਲਾ ਠੇਕੇ L1 ਕੀ ਦਾਰੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਕੱਲੇ ਕੱਲੇ ਸ਼ਹਿਰ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਥਾਣੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਇੱਕ ਰਸ਼ੀਆ ਕੀ ਮੂੰਹਾਂ ਪੇ ਬੰਡਾ ਨੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਝੁਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਟੰਗਾ ਖੱਬੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਬੱਟ ਜੋ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਬੰਦੇ ਠੋਕਣੇ ਕੇ ਟੋਂਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਨੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ
ਹਾਊਸ ਆਤੀ ਆ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਜੜ ਤੋਂ ਰੁਕਿਆ ਨਾ ਰੁਕਦਾ ਏ ਵਹਿਮ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਮੈਂ ਖਦਾ ਬਣੇ ਦਵਾਉਣੇ ਹਾਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਛੱਡ ਦੋ ਰੱਖ ਦੇਂਦਾ ਪੱਟ ਕੇ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਜੜ
ਹੋਰ ਪੂਰਾ ਬੇਬੀ ਆਏ ਬੇਬੀ ਤੂੰ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਕਾਲਾ ਸੂਟ ਕਦੇ ਕਦੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਨੇਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਰੋਜ਼ੀ ਅਜ਼ਮਾਉਂਦੀ ਪਤਾ ਚਾਹੋਗੀ ਤੂੰ ਲੱਕੀ ਯਾਰੀ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਫਰੈਂਜੀ
ਇਹ ਰਸ਼ੀਆ ਕੀ ਮੂੰਹਾਂ ਪੇ ਬੰਡਾ ਨੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਝੁਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਾਰੇ ਹੋਏ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਟੰਗਾ ਖੱਬੇ ਪਾਸੇ ਬੱਟ ਜੋ ਸੁਨਹਿਰੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਬੰਦੇ ਠੋਕਣੇ ਕੇ ਟੋਂਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਬਾਨੇ ਬਿੱਲੋ
वो कहते हैं कि हर गोली पे मरने वाले का नाम लिखा होता है। ये बात और है कि वो नाम लिखने की जिम्मेदारी ऊपर वाले ने मेरे हाथ में
It's faithful heart, emotions still in me apart with a final way to restart and make it broken heart ਔਕੜਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਡਰਦੇ ਨਾ ਔਕੜਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਡਰਦੇ ਪਿੰਡੋਂ ਉੱਠ ਪਊਆ ਬਲਾਦੇ ਆਣ ਪੜਦੇ
ਨੈਣ ਤੇਰੇ ਚੈਨ ਮੇਰੇ
ਸਜਣਾ ਸਜਣਾ ਬੋਲਦੀਆਂ ਬੁੱਕਦੀ ਥੋੜੀਆਂ ਬਦਲੋ ਟੋਪੇ ਤੇ ਬੰਦੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਟੋਪੇ ਤੇ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਛੋਟੇ ਟੋਣੇ ਅੱਜ ਲੰਗੜਾ ਵੈਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੱਲੇ ਕਾਰ ਕੇ
ਵੇ ਥੋੜੀ ਰਿਚੜ ਮਿਲੀ ਤੇ ਵਰਗੀ ਹੋਗੀ ਵਰਤ ਨਵਾਨ ਸੁਣਿਆ
ਜਦੋਂ ਵੱਡਾ ਨੋਟ ਟੁੱਟਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਬੜਾ ਖੜਕਦਾ ਪਾਨ ਸੁਣਿਆ
ਚਾਰੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਚੱਕੀ ਕਾਲੀ ਸੀਟੀ ਯਾਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਤੇਲੇ ਦਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ
ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਹੱਥ ਜਾ ਛਡਾ ਕੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਗਏ 9:45
ਮੈਂ ਬੋਰਾ ਬੰਗਲੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਉਂਗਲਾਂ 'ਚ ਰੱਖ ਜਾਣੀ ਰੰਗਲੇ
ਛੇੜ ਕੇ ਕਤਾ ਡੀਗਰ ਕੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ
पूरी नींद नहीं आती काम किए जो सारे रिस्की है सीने सड़क पे ही पड़ेगा आज गाड़ी हटा लो ये किसकी है ਵੇ ਤੂੰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਅੱਖ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਚੁਣਿਆ ਮੇਰੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅੱਖ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਚੁਣਿਆ ਸਟੈਪ ਬੈਗ ਕਰਦੀ ਨੀ ਧੀ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਾਇ ਤੂੰ ਸ਼ਾਦੀ ਬਸ਼ੱਕ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਹਾਂ ਚੁਣਿਆ
ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਬਲੋਰੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਕੀਆਂ ਬਲੋਰੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਬਲੋਰੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ ਕੀਆਂ ਬਲੋਰੀ ਅੱਖੀਆਂ
ਸੀਟਾਂ ਸਾਡਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਅਸਲੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਟਣੀ ਪੂਰੇ ਗੈਂਗ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਤੇ ਆ ਟਰੱਕਣੀ ਸਾਡਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਅਸਲੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਟਣੀ ਪੂਰੇ ਗੈਂਗ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਤੇ ਆ ਟਰੱਕਣੀ
नखरे नवाबी और सब यहाँ वाकिफ है आके गुलाबी और भाई तेरा हाथ पे कर देंगे